Die on your wedding night? I'm done being a sex goddess. The moment the door closed, Wen Li was turned around and knelt facing the sofa. Shen Yan's body aggressively enveloped hers, like a skilled hunter devouring its prey inch by inch. His fingertips wiped away the tears at the corner of her eyes, and he chuckled lightly, "Want to go again?" Wen Li shook her head in resistance, but he didn't care at all. In a hoarse voice, he whispered in her ear, "Save your tears. You'll have plenty to cry about later." Shen Yan kept his word, and when it finally ended, Wen Li felt as though she might die. She struggled to focus her muddled mind and clumsily tried to adjust her clothes. Shen Yan's eyes lingered on her with a certain interest, first time. Wen Li's gaze fell on the bloodstains on his white shirt, and she mumbled a dull hum. Shen Yan's lips curved slightly, and the exposed part of his chest was marked with bite marks. "You're so afraid of Shen Chen. The person he's looking for, is it you?" Wen Li's face turned pale instantly. She lowered her head, her consciousness clearing slightly. She couldn't gauge what Shen Yan meant by this question. If he thought it was a game, he could easily expose her affair, and Wen Li would lose everything. Thinking this, she steeled herself and answered, "No. Really not." Shen Yan raised an eyebrow. "I heard Shen Chen has been keeping a canary for over a year, and..." "Sir." Wen Li interrupted him, "I'm not a canary. You've got the wrong person." The young woman, who was usually soft-spoken, suddenly showed a bit of temper. Rather than being annoying, it only made her more tempting under the lingering traces of desire in her expression. "What's the hurry?" Shen Yan smirked. "Afraid of being caught." Wen Li hesitated for a moment, her words firm but her tone soft. "Sir, we're just playing. Asking so many questions is really rude." Having said that, Wen Li walked towards the door with stiff steps, preparing to leave. She was gambling, betting that this version of her would make Shen Yan more interested. From what she knew about him, Shen Yan liked things that were out of his control. Simply put, the more Wen Li tried to escape, the more he would want to entangle her. He loved seeing others helpless. Sure enough, as Wen Li's hand was about to reach the door handle, Shen Yan's amused voice came from behind, "Where are you going?" "Home." Shen Yan chuckled, "Just leaving like this?" He had just been satisfied, and she was already thinking of running off without asking him for anything? Interesting. Shen Yan squinted, his interest piqued. "I'll have the driver take you." "No need." Wen Li refused firmly, then, trying to cover up, added, "I am not allowed to be seen. My family is strict." Shen Yan sneered, crossing his legs and looking at her with a half smile. "Is it because you don't want me to know where you live?" Wen Li didn't answer. "I see. You don't want me to take you, fine," Shen Yan said casually, glancing at her with a playful smile. "Then kiss me." Wen Li froze for a moment. Then, walking to Shen Yan's side, she gave him a quick peck on the cheek. But before she could leave, Shen Yan pulled her back by the waist, making her fall into his lap. She instantly realized something was wrong. Shen Yan was incredibly energetic. Wen Li froze, not daring to move. Shen Yan held the back of her head, kissing her lips, as if trying to extinguish a fire, gently biting her lower lip. The sting made Wen Li let out a soft moan, and Shen Yan growled, displeased, "Stop making noises. If you keep doing that, you won't be able to leave." Wen Li's face turned red at his words, and she lowered her head, not daring to look at him. Shen Yan casually pulled out a few bills and waved them in front of her. "Tell me, what's your name?" Wen Li wasn't planning to reveal her real name, so she quickly made one up, "I'm Tang Li." Shen Yan chuckled, then stuffed the money into her hand. Wen Li glanced at it roughly. The stack seemed to be a few thousand. She quickly thanked him and turned to leave. Shen Yan didn't stop her, but instead smiled slightly, his eyes full of interest. Interesting. His fingers idly toyed with the necklace that had slipped off her earlier and tossed it to the assistant who came to clean up the mess. "Check this out." The assistant hurriedly agreed. Shen Yan was in a good mood. If he wasn't mistaken, the girl clearly noticed someone had drugged her drink, yet she still drank it without hesitation. This little rabbit wasn't as innocent as she appeared. So interesting, Shen Yan liked people like Wen Li, those who acted fake and insincere. After leaving the private room, Wen Li's palms were sweaty. If she had any other choice, she would never have gone so far as to seduce Shen Yan. She took a taxi back to the Shen residence. Once back in the cage that imprisoned her, Wen Li felt a wave of emotions. The suffering she endured at the Shen family home played out in her mind like a slideshow, sending a chill through her body. Wen Li took a deep breath, forcing herself to calm down. If Qin Ruoruo was afraid she might reconcile with Shen Yuchen, then Wen Li would make sure to awaken Shen Yuchen's love for her. Seeing Qin Ruoruo in pain and panic, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? When the butler saw her, his expression changed immediately. His eyes showed a hint of concern. "Miss Wen, where have you been? Mr. Shen has been looking for you all night." He's probably furious now. Wen Li smiled gently, accepting his kindness. "I understand. Thank you, Butler Wang." Butler Wang hesitated, finally sighing without saying anything else, and silently allowed Wen Li to pass. As Wen Li entered the living room, she saw Shen Yuchen's cold face. His gaze landed on her with sharp intensity, as though he wanted to strip her to the bone. If this had been the previous life, Wen Li would undoubtedly be covered in whip marks by now. But now, things weren't quite so strained between her and Shen Yuchen. She took 2 steps forward, and Shen Yuchen's cold voice came. "You went to Jinhuan, didn't you?" Jinhuan was the bar where Wen Li had tangled with Shen Yan. She lowered her gaze, just about to deny it when her cheek was suddenly squeezed with force. Then came Shen Yuchen's gritted voice. "What happened to your mouth?" Wen Li's heart skipped a beat. She suddenly remembered before she returned, Shen Yang, that evil man, had bitten her lips. It must be swollen by now. Chapter 2, The Boomerang of Guilt. When Wen Li saw their suspicion in Shen Yuchen's eyes, she couldn't hold back and curse it in her heart. She had a strong feeling that Shen Yang had deliberately made things difficult for her. Shen Yuchen pressed his thumb on the bite marks on Wen Li's lips, his eyes filled with anger. "Is this how desperate you are for a man? You schemed and ran out just to sleep with some man? Wen Li, you're pathetic. If you're so desperate, do you want me to find more men for you?" The sharp pain on her lips, combined with Shen Yuchen's words, stung Wen Li deeply. She lowered her eyes, hiding the hatred in her heart. When she looked up again, all that remained in her eyes was vulnerability. Her eyes became misty, and her eyelids were red. "How could you think of me like this?" Because her cheeks were being pinched, her words were muffled and unclear, but with her expression, she looked particularly pitiful. Shen Yuchen's heart softened slightly. It had been a long time since he had seen Wen Li in such a lively manner. Since being confined, Wen Li had always been proud and cold. No matter what he did, it seemed to fail to stir any interest in her. Even when he kissed Qin Ruoruo in front of her, Wen Li remained indifferent. The more she acted like this, the more Shen Yuchen wanted to tear apart her calm facade. But every time, Wen Li would just look at him in a daze, which only fueled his anger. Now, she suddenly softened, which made Shen Yuchen a little dazed. If it were possible, he would want to go back to the way things were with Wen Li. Unconsciously, he released his grip on Wen Li's face, but his gaze remained stern. "Did I say something wrong? Qin Ruoruo saw you tangled up with another man at Jinhuan. Are you saying there's a misunderstanding?" Tears fell from Wen Li's eyes, perfectly landing in Shen Yuchen's gaze. Before he could speak, Wen Li took out a letter from her pocket and, without hesitation, slapped it on his face. Her voice trembled as she said, Qin Ruoruo, you always listen to her, always believe her. What about me? What do you think of me? Just a tool for you to vent your anger." Her tears mingled with her accusations, and it seemed like she was about to vent all the grievances of the past year. "Shen Yuchen, you never cared about my feelings. Ever since I escaped from that hellish place, everything has changed. You don't even care about me. I can't feel any love from you anymore. Now when you look at me, it's like I'm your enemy. You really disappoint me." After saying this, she turned to leave, but Shen Yuchen grabbed her wrist and pulled her into his embrace. Smelling his familiar scent, Wen Li's first reaction was disgust. A strong desire to vomit surged inside her, but she forced it down. Biting her lip, she pressed it against the bite mark, and the sharp pain mixed with the taste of blood, barely managing to calm her down. Noticing her actions, Shen Yuchen paused, the coldness in his eyes faded. He reached out and gently pried her tightly clenched teeth apart. "Don't bite." Had he misunderstood Wen Li? With her personality, she wouldn't have reacted this way unless she had been deeply wronged. And looking at the situation now, it seemed like Wen Li had bitten her own lips, not tangled up with another man. Shen Yuchen's mood improved somewhat. "Are you jealous?" "Jealous?" He really dared to think so. Wen Li secretly mocked him in her heart but didn't he rebut. Let Shen Yuchen misunderstand it was just fine. Seeing that Wen Li remained silent, the delight in Shen Yuchen's eyes deepened. His gaze fell on the old envelope in her hand. For some reason, Shen Yuchen felt that this envelope looked familiar. What is this? Shen Yuchen asked. Wen Li's face went pale, and there was a touch of self-mockery in her eyes. You really forgot even this? Seeing her expression, Shen Yuchen's heart sank, and he hurriedly tore open the envelope. The familiar scene from their past flashed before his eyes, and he froze. Wen Li smiled inwardly. She was confident that once Shen Yuchen saw this letter, everything he had done to her over the past year would come back to him like the sharpest boomerang, mercilessly cutting into him. Until guilt filled his heart. Because this letter was written by Wen Li and Shen Yuchen when they were deeply in love. They carefully buried it under a ginkgo tree in the outskirts, agreeing to open it when they got married. It was filled with the sweetest words they had for each other, full of expectations for the future. Now, Wen Li had dug it up just to let Shen Yuchen know how deeply he had once loved her. His past love would become his most painful reminder. It would carve deep marks on his heart, one stroke at a time. Sure enough, by the time he reached the last line, Shen Yuchen's eyes were filled with guilt. His voice, which had been cold, became dry. When did you dig this up? Wen Li let out a light sneer, speaking each word slowly. When you doubted that I was sleeping with another man, and started planning to find more men for me. Her words were harsh, and Wen Li saw a trace of pain in Shen Yuchen's eyes. The balance of power between them seemed to shift subtly in that moment. Shen Yuchen hurriedly grabbed her wrist and began to explain, Ali, I didn't mean it like that, I just. Before he could finish, the sound of the door opening interrupted, followed by Qin Ruoruo's anxious voice, Aiken, I found out. Someone drugged Wen Li. It seems like they took her away. Before she could finish, Qin Ruoruo saw Wen Li in the room. Her voice immediately faltered, and she almost couldn't control a sharp, short scream that came from her throat. Qin Ruoruo's face turned pale instantly, her eyes wide with disbelief as she stared at Wen Li. How could she be here? Hadn't she instructed the group of homeless men to abduct her? Logically speaking, Wen Li should be locked up in an abandoned warehouse, being tortured and mistreated right now. The group of homeless men wouldn't have stopped without her orders. How did Wen Li come back? She had seen Wen Li drink the cup of wine with her own eyes. How could she be fine? Qin Ruoruo's pupils contracted sharply. Wen Li returned this quickly, and there was only one possibility, she must have already slept with someone else. Qin Ruoruo clenched her teeth. Even if she knew, what could she do? She had no evidence. The surveillance footage from Jinhui mysteriously malfunctioned, and only the footage of Wen Li drinking the drugged wine remained. There was no proof of her sleeping with anyone else. Wen Li looked at Qin Ruoruo's ever-changing expression, a faint smile curling her lips. The coldness in her eyes was almost tangible. Seeing the ugly expression on Qin Ruoruo's face, Wen Li softly asked, word by word, when was I taken away? I don't know anything about what you're talking about. Qin Ruoruo immediately snapped back to reality. Seeing Wen Li's expression, a sense of unease instantly filled her heart. She quickly tried to explain but stopped when she saw Wen Li's lips curl into a faint smile. Then Wen Li's voice, tinged with a hint of distress, rang out, Qin Ruoruo, could it be that you told Shen Yuchen that I slept with someone else? I can't quite understand. What did I do to offend you that made you want to ruin me like this? Qin Ruoruo's expression cracked at that moment. She instinctively glanced at Shen Yuchen, and the trace of doubt in his eyes made her heart sink to the bottom. Her mind raced, trying to figure out who could replace Wen Li and had enough skill to do so. It didn't take long before she came up with a countermeasure. Chapter 3, Some Fun. She reluctantly said, Miss Wen, I just saw a man supporting you, and you were not in a good condition, so I told Aiken. I was also afraid that you would be bullied. Wen Li sneered, let's not talk about whether there was a man supporting me or not. Just your explanation is full of loopholes. Since you were afraid that something would happen to me, why did you have to hold it in and tell Shen Yuchen? Why didn't you step forward to stop it? Why didn't you call the police? She paused and said softly, are you afraid that something will happen to me, or are you afraid that nothing will happen to me? As soon as these words were spoken, the whole place fell silent. Qin Ruoruo lowered her eyes and curled her fingers slightly. Miss Wen, I admit that I am a very timid person and dare not step forward rashly. After all, my experience since childhood. Before she finished speaking, her expression had dimmed a lot, and her smile became very forced. I'm sorry, it's all my fault, blame me if you want. Shen Yan felt so distressed by this show of weakness that he couldn't help but speak up for Qin Ruoruo. Ali, don't think too badly of Ruoruo. She is timid and had some bad experiences when she was a child, so she is afraid of men. It's normal that she didn't dare to help you at that time. Wen Li knew that there was no point in continuing to dwell on this matter, and it would only annoy Shen Yan. Coincidentally, her goal was about to be achieved. She quickly gathered her emotions, her voice tearing a little. Yes, it's normal for you not to help me. Is it normal for me to tell you here that I was drugged and taken away by another man? Wen Li's eyes fell sharply on Shen Yan. What if I didn't come back? What if I just went out to relax? Would it be confirmed that I had an affair with someone else? Don't I have the right to be angry when I am slandered like this? Shen Yan, are you too biased? Shen Yan frowned, somewhat uncomfortable with Wen Li's aggressiveness. He originally wanted to lose his temper, but when he looked up, he saw tears in Wen Li's eyes that were about to fall. His heart trembled for a moment, and then he heard Wen Li say word by word, "You know she is afraid of contact with men. Have you ever thought about how scared I was at that time? Shen Yan, if it weren't for my strong will and for forcing myself to take a cold shower, do you know what would happen to me now? You are not stupid, you are not unaware, you just ignore me for Qin Ruoruo. I understand, you have already stopped caring about me, so why don't you let me go?" Her expression was empty, her eyes were sad, and she stood there like broken moonlight. Shen Yan's heart suddenly ached, and he thought of the letter again. Every word in the letter was written with his most sincere feelings. He loved Wen Li so much at that time, so when did he drive her to such despair? I even once suspected that she was having an affair with someone else. Now it seems that the wound on her lip was caused by her biting it herself while trying to endure it, right? I don't know if it was guilt or some other emotion that filled Shen Yan's heart. He wanted to speak, but Wen Li had already turned and left. Just as Shen Yan was about to chase after him, he heard a series of sobbing sounds. He looked back and saw Qin Ruoruo crying. Noticing his gaze, Qin Ruoruo wiped away her tears aggrievedly. "Aiken, go and comfort Wen Li. She just got the medicine. She can't be so emotional. It's not good for her health." Seeing that she was so sensible, Shen Yan felt distressed. His Ruoruo had always been innocent and cute. When had she ever felt so guilty? Even if she didn't save Wen Li the first time, so what? Isn't Wen Li okay? Besides, Ruoruo also knew that she was wrong. He held Qin Ruoruo in his arms and coaxed her softly until Qin Ruoruo smiled, and then he breathed a sigh of relief. As for Wen Li? It will be the same tomorrow. Wen Li loves him so much anyway, she won't be angry with him. On the other side, Wen Li returned to the basement where Shen Yan imprisoned her. Looking at the familiar furnishings and the depressing atmosphere, a hint of sneer flashed in her eyes. Then he wiped the tears from the corners of his eyes expressionlessly. She knew that with Qin Ruoruo's methods, Shen Yan would definitely not come to see her today. This was exactly what Wen Li wanted. After all, acting with Shen Yan was quite tiring. If he didn't come, Wen Li could be free for a while. Wen Li would be unhappy if he really came. After all, if guilt cannot be expressed in a short period of time, it will definitely accumulate and become more and more serious. Moreover, it is not enough now. Wen Li needs to give another strong dose of medicine. She sorted out her thoughts, took a peaceful bath, and then went to bed. On the other hand, Shen Yan always felt a little uneasy. He wanted to go see Wen Li, but Qin Ruoruo was too clingy for him to free his hands. Forget it, let us talk about it tomorrow. A good night's sleep. It seemed that Wen Li had been too tense since her rebirth, and now she suddenly relaxed, as if she had not gotten enough sleep. Fortunately, Shen Yan was called away early in the morning to deal with urgent business of the company, and Qin Ruoruo was also busy showing her courtesy to Shen Yan, so neither of them came to harass Wen Li. Wen Li slept until noon. She didn't know the time. Wen Li's cell phone had been taken away the moment she was imprisoned. There was no entertainment in the entire basement except for a TV. Wen Li found a sad drama and watched it while crying, and did not go out the whole day. On the other side, Shen Yan was playing with the necklace in his hand, looking down at Wen Li's information with a hint of interest in his eyes. After reading it all, he curled his lips and said to the assistant beside him, "Send a message to the old house." It's my birthday next week, and I want to go home to celebrate it. The assistant was a little surprised. Shen Yan didn't have a good relationship with his family. Usually, if the old man wanted him to go home, he had to promise him a lot of benefits. When the assistant suddenly heard that he was going home, he felt it was a bit unbelievable. He asked tentatively, "Do you need anything prepared over there?" Shen Yan wrapped the necklace around his wrist and replied without looking up, "Call everyone. I want to see some fun." The assistant understood and stepped back with his head down. After he left, Shen Yan took another look at Wen Li's photo in the file, slightly bent his fingertips, and touched her forehead, his eyes filled with a wicked smile. He was in a good mood, but Shen Yuchen on the other side was extremely anxious. No one knew what was wrong with Shen Yang. He suddenly started targeting his company's business. This morning, he had already lost 10 million. Shen Yuchen had no choice but to ask the old house for help. Things were finally making some progress, but when I got home, I heard that Wen Li had been on a hunger strike for the entire day. His brows furrowed instantly and he walked towards the basement. Chapter 4: Going to meet his uncle. Shen Yuchen was originally a little angry, but when he saw Wen Li's condition, that anger instantly dissipated. She huddled in the corner fragilely, her lips pale and her eyes red and swollen, as if she had just finished crying. Did what happened yesterday make her so sad? Shen Yuchen raised his eyebrows, feeling inexplicably happy. He walked up to Wen Li and leaned over to look at her. "Are you still angry?" Wen Li raised her head, her voice becoming a little muffled due to crying, sounding even softer. Even her accusation sounded like she was acting like a spoiled child. "I was wrongly accused for no reason, shouldn't I be angry?" Shen Yuchen paused. "Ruoruo is just overthinking. After all, it is a fact that you took Chinese medicine, so you can't blame her." Wen Li smiled sarcastically. "Then blame me. Blame me for insisting on having fun." This reminded Shen Yuchen, "What are you doing there?" She taunted, "I want to see how good you are to Qin Ruoruo." Wen Li. Shen Yuchen was a little annoyed. "Speak properly." Wen Li looked up at him and smiled. "You didn't come yesterday, were you trying to coax Qin Ruoruo?" Shen Yuchen pursed his lips slightly, but did not deny it. The light in Wen Li's eyes dimmed little by little, and she whispered, "When you were entangled with the substitute, did you ever think about how much you loved me in the past?" Shen Yuchen's pupils contracted instantly. These words were like thousands of airtight and sharp needles that pierced into his heart. It was not until now that he suddenly felt that he had gone too far. The person who was wronged yesterday was Wen Li. She was drugged and managed to survive with great difficulty. She cried all night out of fear and now her eyes are red and swollen. But he was coaxing Qin Ruoruo, and even his first reaction when he came to see Wen Li was irritability. Shen Yuchen suddenly felt complicated. He clearly didn't want Wen Li to suffer any injustice in the past. The belated guilt finally overwhelmed him. Shen Yuchen's Adam's apple rolled up and down. He leaned over and hugged her in his arms. "Don't be angry, Li. I have booked your favorite restaurant. I will accompany you tonight as an apology to you, okay?" When Li suppressed her nausea and pretended to be wronged, "I don't want to go to that place anymore. Can I go to another one?" When Shen Yuchen was feeling guilty, as long as Wen Li's request was not too excessive, he would agree. "Where do you want to go?" Wen Li's eyes flashed with a gleam. "How about going to Jinyu? That's where you and I went when we first held hands." Of course, this was just an excuse. She had long forgotten when they first held hands. As for Shen Yuchen, he probably forgot about it too. The reason why Wen Li wanted to go to Jinyu was because she knew Shen Yan would be there to discuss business today, and she went there to meet him by chance. How come Wen Li remembers it so clearly? Because in the previous life, after catching the adulterer, Qin Ruoruo took Shen Yuchen to Jinyu for dinner on the pretext of relaxing, but for some reason she bumped into Shen Yang, making him unhappy, and when she came back her face was swollen. This incident caused quite a stir in the Shen family. Qin Ruoruo cried at home every day, which made Wen Li feel happy for several days. She was going to Jinyu just to see Shen Yang. At least Shen Yang cannot lose interest in her until she escapes from Shen Yuchen's control. Shen Yuchen didn't know what Wen Li was thinking. He felt full of guilt at the moment, so he naturally agreed to Wen Li's request without hesitation. Wen Li finally burst into laughter, her voice soft. "Then you go out first, I'll change my clothes and put on some makeup, okay?" Shen Yuchen was a little unhappy. "I can't watch." Wen Li lowered her eyes to hide the disgust in her eyes, and then pretended to be shy and said, "I want to give you a surprise." Shen Yuchen fell for it. and without saying anything else, he just walked out. Wen Li opened the closet, looked at the dazzling array of dresses, and chose one with an expressionless face. Although Shen Yan imprisoned her, she was never short of food and clothing. Whenever a new style came out, Wen Li would receive it. She hesitated for a moment and chose something sexy. Always using the same style will make people lose interest. When she was ready, she went out. Qin Ruoruo seemed to know that they were going out to eat. When her eyes fell on Wen Li, her pupils were filled with resentment. In a corner where Shen Yuchen couldn't see, Wen Li gave Qin Ruoruo a provocative and sarcastic smile. Almost instantly, Qin Ruoruo clenched her fists and her face twisted for a moment. Shen Yuchen rarely noticed her emotions. At this moment, his attention was attracted by Wen Li. The makeup on her face was pure and sexy, and the skirt outlined her graceful curves, making her extremely sexy. His Adam's apple rolled slightly, and anger grew in his heart. Wen Li saw his emotions and sat in the passenger seat calmly. Shen Yuchen was a little unhappy at first, but when Wen Li said softly that she was carsick, Shen Yuchen didn't say anything. When they arrived at Jinyu, Wen Li and Shen Yuchen sat in the private room. Just after they ordered the dishes, Shen Yuchen's phone rang. Hearing the familiar exclusive ringtone, Wen Li knew that the person calling was Qin Ruoruo. Shen Yuchen would not refuse her call. Sure enough, Shen Yuchen hesitated for 2 seconds, then stood up and said to Wen Li, "I have something to take care of. I'll accompany you later." Wen Li's eyes darkened instantly, and she looked at him with a half smile. Shen Yuchen didn't look at her, nor did he wait for Wen Li to answer. He just left. When his figure completely disappeared from her sight, Wen Li stood up, tidied herself up, and went out. Before she came to Jinyu, she deliberately provoked Qin Ruoruo in order to make her jealous and thus torment Shen Yuchen. Given Qin Ruoruo's personality, it would take at least an hour or two. Wen Li has plenty of time. She stood up and left the private room. In order to answer the phone safely, Shen Yuchen walked far away. Wen Li couldn't touch him. This was exactly what she wanted. She went to the bathroom, let her hair down, and gently touched her skirt, removing the fabric at the cuffs and neckline. After all these operations, the clothes were completely changed. Her hair covered her face, and it was hard to recognize her if you didn't look closely. After doing all this, Wen Li walked out. She wanted to know about Shen Yang's news. 10 minutes later, she stood at the door of a private room on the second floor. If nothing unexpected happens, the person inside is Shen Yang. After all, she had just run into a waiter and heard them say that there was a difficult customer on the second floor who suddenly didn't want the dishes that had been ordered and even threw the drinks all over the floor. Wen Li couldn't think of anyone else other than Shen Yang who could be so arrogant. Just as Wen Li was hesitating, the door opened and a half-naked woman was thrown out mercilessly and fell right at Wen Li's feet. She looked down and saw that the woman's knees and palms were bleeding, as if they were cut by fragments. She looked extremely miserable at first glance. But she didn't care about the pain, and knelt down in the house, her voice trembling and filled with fear. "Master Ju, I know I was wrong." Before she could finish her words, the teacup flew out and hit the woman on the forehead. Her eyes rolled back and she fainted. The bodyguard arrived late and dragged the man away. Wen Li's heart was pounding. She felt a strong sense of crisis and every cell in her body was clamoring to escape. She took a deep breath and forced herself to suppress her uneasiness. As soon as she raised her head, she heard Shen Yang sneer. With a cold gaze on her, Shen Yang waved at her, "Come here." Chapter 5 Cover up the marks on your body. When Wen Li heard this, she immediately pursed her lips. Shen Yang was deliberately making things difficult for her. She was the canary imprisoned by Shen Yuchen, so how could she attend his birthday party? But if she doesn't go, Wen Li's secrets will all be revealed. By then, let alone revenge, she will have to repeat the same path as in her previous life, or even be more miserable than in her previous life. Wen Li now deeply realized what it meant to seek the skin of a tiger. If there was really no other way, Wen Li would never provoke him. Seeing that Wen Li was still silent, Shen Yan curled his lips and said, "Don't want to." Wen Li came back to her senses. She could tell that Shen Yang was in high spirits. If she didn't agree, Shen Yang would probably call Shen Yuchen right now. Thinking of this, Wen Li said softly, "I am willing." "Yeah." Shen Yang was satisfied, and his pronunciation was particularly ambiguous. "I'll wait for you." If an uninformed person heard this, they would probably think it was just the whispers of lovers. Wen Li stood up, Fearing that if she stayed any longer, Shen Yan would make some demands that would be difficult to achieve, so she straightened her clothes and prepared to leave. Shen Yan didn't stop her, but when she was leaving, he said with a half smile, "Cover up the marks on your body." Wen Li paused, then she remembered that Shen Yan was like a tireless beast just now, and every inch of her back and chest had been kissed and bitten. Sure enough, when Wen Li went to the bathroom, she saw the bright kiss marks on her body at a glance. She gritted her teeth and used concealer to cover it up, then restored her clothes to their original state to hide the large marks. These kiss marks are like a time bomb. You never know when Shen Yuchen will discover them and they will explode completely. She had to be careful. When Wen Li came out of the bathroom, her eyes were still red, and she looked like she had been crying for a long time. When she returned to the box, Shen Yuchen had not returned yet. Wen Li breathed a sigh of relief. All the dishes have been served. Wen Li took a look and a strange look suddenly flashed in her eyes. Then her eyes fell on the crab roe lo mein. She is allergic to crab roe. This is truly God-sent timing. Wen Li took a big bite of the crab roe noodles, then pushed it to the middle of the table, waiting for a reaction. Her allergies aren't that severe, but she does get rashes all over her body. Shen Yuchen sent a message half an hour later. He didn't come back, so he just told the clerk and Wen Li, "Mr. Shen has something urgent to do," so he left first. He has prepared a driver for you, and he said that you can go back directly after you finish eating. Wen Li couldn't help but sneered. She ate a few bites casually, filled her stomach, and left. When I returned to the Shen family, Shen Yuchen was nowhere to be seen. Butler Wang looked at Wen Li with complicated eyes. When he saw the red rashes all over her body, his expression suddenly changed. "Miss Wen, what's wrong with you? I'll call a doctor for you right now." "No need." Wen Li's voice revealed a hint of fragility. "Where's Shen Yuchen?" Butler Wang lowered his head, not daring to look at her face. "Miss Qin Ruoruo has had a headache for a long time, and the master is accompanying her to see a doctor." Hearing this, Wen Li couldn't help but sneered. Fortunately, she had already given up on Shen Yuchen. If my previous life self heard this news, I would probably be in pain and distress for several days, repeatedly asking myself in my heart why Shen Yuchen would never choose her as his first choice. She asked, "When did you come back?" Butler Wang hesitated for a moment, but still answered honestly, "Almost 2 hours." In other words, as soon as Qin Ruoruo made a phone call, Shen Yuchen couldn't wait to go back. He even left her alone for more than an hour before remembering to inform her. It's really funny. His guilt is really worthless in front of Qin Ruoruo. Fortunately, Wen Li didn't expect to make Shen Yuchen change his mind now. She still had plenty of time. The more arrogant Qin Ruoruo is now, the harder the boomerang will hit her in the future. Wen Li is looking forward to that day. Seeing that Wen Li was in a bad mood, Butler Wang comforted her softly, "Miss, don't think too much. The master still loves you." Wen Li couldn't help but laugh. "If he really loved me, he wouldn't have left me alone for more than an hour." After she finished speaking, Wen Li heard footsteps. She looked up and saw Shen Yuchen coming down from upstairs. He seemed to have heard Wen Li's words, and his expression looked a little ugly. Seeing this, the butler tactfully retreated. Shen Yuchen's Adam's apple rolled slightly, and just when he was about to say something, he saw the red rash on Wen Li's face, blooming on her porcelain white skin, looking so shocking. His brows knitted up instantly, and he hurried down, grabbed Wen Li's arm and asked, "What's wrong with you?" Wen Li sneered and shook him off. "Isn't this what you wanted to see?" Shen Yuchen was stunned. "What do you mean? What nonsense are you talking about?" Wen Li looked at him and suddenly asked, "Did you order the crab roe noodles?" "Yeah." Shen Yuchen nodded. Crab roe noodles are Jinyo's signature dish. "I think you'll like it." Wen Li chuckled, tears rolling down her cheeks. Her face was so beautiful that even with the rash, it didn't affect her appearance at all. Instead, it made people feel more distressed. She asked, "Shen Yuchen, have you forgotten that I am allergic to crab roe?" As soon as these words came out, Shen Yuchen's expression suddenly changed. His eyes flickered. "If you are allergic, why do you still want to eat it?" Wen Li looked at him. "Because you ordered it, Shen Yuchen. You were obviously not like this before. You would remember all my preferences. When you are with me, I will always be well protected by you." She paused and asked word by word, "But why don't you care about me at all now?" There was a sobbing tone in the little girl's voice, and when she questioned him so softly, there was a pain that made people's hearts tremble. At this moment, Shen Yuchen felt speechless. Yes, he used to care so much about Wen Li and remembered all her preferences, so why did he suddenly forget them now? Seeing the regret in his eyes, Wen Li continued, "You wanted to accompany me to Jinyu, and I was waiting for you to have this rare meal with me with joy, but you were called away by Qin Ruoruo, leaving me alone waiting for you for almost 2 hours. Shen Yuchen, what do you think of me? Is your promise so worthless? Or do you simply not care about me?" Shen Yuchen explained, "Ruoruo has a severe headache. She has suffered psychological trauma in the past, and she will have nightmares when stimulated. Only I can comfort her, and I can't just ignore her." Wen Li smiled, with the corners of her lips curled up, but her tears fell more fiercely than anyone else's. "So you can just ignore me, right?" Faced with such an accusation, Shen Yuchen should have been upset, but unexpectedly, when he saw the pain in Wen Li's eyes that was about to solidify into reality, his mood became subtly happy. At least it proves that Wen Li still loves him. Chapter 6 Objective Achievement. He calmed down and said softly, "Okay, Ali, stop making trouble. I will make it up to you, okay? I don't want your compensation." Wen Li's eyes were red as she said word by word, "From the beginning to the end, I just wanted you to accompany me, Shen Yuchen. Is this request so difficult for you?" When Shen Yuchen heard this accusation, he was speechless for a moment. Wen Li lowered her eyes and her voice suddenly became softer. "Shen Yuchen, for the past year, I have been in the dark basement all the time. I hid in a place where no one can see me, listening to you and Qin Ruoruo's laughter and joy. Let alone you, I feel that I am cheap enough." Wen Li said this without any emotion, but it made people feel heartbroken to the core. Shen Yuchen felt his throat tighten and he couldn't tell what he was feeling. Wen Li knew that if some things were said too much, it would be counterproductive. So she raised her head, her eyes became indifferent. "Forget it, Shen Yuchen, let's just leave it at that. I won't make a fuss anymore." After saying that, she turned around and walked towards her basement. The back figure is thin and lonely. At this moment, Shen Yuchen suddenly had a feeling that Wen Li, who had finally been ready to accept him, had shrunk back again. Shen Yuchen even had a terrible premonition that if he missed it again this time, he would have missed Wen Li completely. Thinking of this, he felt a little flustered. He reached out and grabbed Wen Li's wrist. When Wen Li felt this action, the breath in her heart instantly relaxed. The bet was right. Shen Yuchen's fingers stroked the red marks on her wrist. "Ali, I know it's my fault. Don't be angry, okay?" Wen Li didn't say anything. Shen Yuchen sighed and sent a message to the family doctor, asking him to bring allergy ointment. Then he said to Wen Li, "I didn't know you felt so wronged. I ignored you. Can I apologize to you? If you are really angry, you can hit me or scold me." Wen Li really bit his arm with great force, and she didn't stop until her mouth was filled with a disgusting taste of blood. Shen Yuchen frowned. He didn't expect Wen Li to say such a harsh word. But the moment Wen Li raised her head, Shen Yuchen's unhappiness instantly disappeared. Because at this moment, Wen Li was crying so hard that she couldn't stop. In the end, heartache and guilt prevailed. He gently held Wen Li in his arms and comforted her softly. Wen Li lowered her eyes and said nothing, her body trembling with excitement. The smell of the enemy's blood was the best medicine to relieve the pain. Her voice trembled with excitement. "Does it hurt?" Shen Yuchen thought she was really worried about him, and his expression softened immediately. "It's okay, as long as you're not angry." Wen Li's eyes revealed a hint of irony. Angry? She didn't have that emotion. She just hated Shen Yang so much that she wanted to skin him alive. Unfortunately, you can't just bite off a piece of meat. But it doesn't matter, there is still a long way to go, and they will suffer in the future. Wen Li forced herself to calm down. It was just a bite, but she didn't achieve her goal. She lowered her eyes and said softly, "Shen Yuchen, can you give me a cell phone?" Hearing this, Shen Yuchen's movements paused instantly, his eyes became extremely sharp, and there was a layer of suspicion in his eyes. Ever since Shen Yuchen imprisoned Wen Li, he took away all of Wen Li's communication equipment, leaving her unable to contact the outside world. Wen Li's cell phone was controlled by Shen Yuchen, who would imitate Wen Li's tone from time to send messages to her parents to avoid arousing their suspicion. Only if Wen Li behaves well will she have the right to talk to her parents, and Shen Yuchen will stay by her side throughout the whole process. Wen Li didn't dare to say anything else, for he was afraid that madman Shen Yuchen would attack the Wen family. Her family couldn't withstand Shen Yuchen's offensive. This resulted in the fact that in the previous life, it was not until the Wen family company went bankrupt that Wen's father and mother learned that their daughter had been imprisoned for so many years. A big part of the reason why Wen's father committed suicide by jumping off the building was that he felt guilty towards Wen Li. Thinking of this, the hatred in Wen Li's heart surged again. She just couldn't accept that she and the stand-in were competing for favors, so why would she end up with her family broken up? Is this your purpose? Shen Yuechen's tone was cold, and the guilt and heartache in his eyes disappeared completely. At this moment, his eyes were filled with coldness and sharpness. Wen Li looked up at him. What do you mean? You're making trouble with me, even at the cost of causing yourself to have an allergy, just to get in touch with the outside world. He sneered. Wen Li, I underestimated you. When did you start to think like this? His guess was correct. Wen Li did not feel embarrassed or panicked about being exposed. She just looked at Shen Yuchen calmly. Is this how you think of me? Shen Yuechen's eyes were full of sarcasm. What else? Wen Li, I have to say, your acting skills are really good. I almost got fooled by you. He reached out and pinched Wen Li's chin, his tone full of self-mockery. Poor me, I really feel sorry for you. Wen Li, you are quite proud now, right? You can play me around. Wen Li didn't argue, just looked at him coldly. Are you done? What? Do you agree? Shen Yuchen was irritated by her and pinched her chin very hard. Wen Li chuckled. Her goal was achieved. The more Shen Yuchen doesn't trust her now, the more he will regret it later. After this is over, Shen Yuchen should give her more space. Thinking of this, Wen Li looked up at him and said softly, I can see that you will never believe me. Shen Yuchen paused and squinted at her. Shouldn't it be possible? Wen Li sneered. Yes, I deserve it. Seeing her reaction, Shen Yuchen narrowed his eyes slightly, feeling inexplicably uneasy in his heart. He stroked Wen Li's chin with his fingertips, frowned and asked, Why else do you want a phone? Isn't it just to escape from me? Wen Li sneered and said sarcastically, Why do I need a cell phone? Of course, it's so that you can stay with me more. Otherwise, do you want me to rot alone in the dark basement? You can't be with me, so can't I call you? Shen Yuchen, in your heart, am I such a scheming person? Hearing Wen Li's words, Shen Yuchen was slightly stunned. He didn't expect this to be the answer, but when he thought about it, he felt it was reasonable. After all, during this period of time, Wen Li sent him many signals of reconciliation, and he could also feel that Wen Li really still loved him. Besides, Wen Li has always been innocent and naive, and she disdains using such means. Thinking of this, Shen Yuechen's expression softened. It seemed that he had misunderstood Wen Li. He sighed. Then tell me carefully, I don't know what you think. Did you give me a chance? Wen Li asked back. Shen Yuchen was a little speechless for a moment. It's my fault. I won't make random assumptions about you next time. Wen Li sneered and said nothing. Shen Yuchen felt even more regretful, and he coaxed Wen Li softly for a long time. It was not until the nanny upstairs came to him that Shen Yuchen frowned and said softly to Wen Li, I still have some things to deal with. You go back and have a good rest. I will give you the phone tomorrow morning. Wen Li paused, knowing that he was going to see Qin Ruoruo. She didn't mind. After all, she was indeed a little sick of being coaxed by Shen Yuchen. She turned around and went back to her room obediently. Looking at her back, Shen Yuchen felt even more distressed. For the first time, he thought that Qin Ruoruo was not so sensible. The next morning, Wen Li received the phone as she wished. The latest model. At that time, Wen Li's heart was beating wildly. With this phone, she could secretly contact her family. Then. But unexpectedly, the beautiful fantasy ended before it even began. Chapter 7 The Good Show is about to begin. Wen Li looked at the phone with a sneer. All its functions were restricted. Apart from making calls and taking photos and recording videos, it could not do anything else. The most disgusting thing is that the phone can only be dialed to Shen Yuchen, and no one else can be dialed. Wen Li was almost so angry that she laughed. Although Shen Yuchen said that he believed her, he was actually still on guard against her. This way, Wen Li would have no way to remind her parents. I don't know to what extent Shen Yuchen's spies in the Wen group have infiltrated yet. She had to think of a way to contact her family as soon as possible, otherwise she would be powerless. Wen Li had a headache, but there was something more important to do. Shen Yang said that Wen Li must attend the birthday party next week, otherwise he would expose everything. It's not that Wen Li couldn't find a way to stabilize Shen Yan, but there was no need to. Wen Li must go to this birthday party. Wen Li remembered that something big happened at this birthday party. If she wanted to keep a place in Shen Yan's heart, this was the best opportunity. She can't miss it. But, with Shen Yuechen's personality, how could he let her go out? Got it. Wen Li directed her gaze towards Qin Ruoruo's door on the second floor and curled her lips slightly. Wen Li didn't expect that before she could go find Qin Ruoruo would come to her door on her own initiative. After 9 o'clock in the morning, Shen Yuchen went out to work, and Qin Ruoruo reached out and knocked on the door of the basement where Wen Li was. During this period, Qin Ruoruo always felt that Shen Yuchen paid more attention to Wen Li. Perhaps because she already knew that she was a substitute, Qin Ruoruo has always felt insecure. Although Shen Yuchen is still on her side now, the subtle changes during this period still make her nervous. She was too afraid that Shen Yuchen would be taken away by Wen Li. Before opening the door, Wen Li took out her cell phone, turned on the video, and placed it in the corner. Then she opened the door and the first person she saw was the weak Qin Ruoruo. Looking at this face that was very similar to hers, Wen Li couldn't help but reveal a hint of sarcasm in her eyes. "What are you doing here?" Qin Ruoruo looked up at Wen Li. The ointment given by the family doctor was very effective. Now, the red rashes on Wen Li's face had disappeared, revealing her originally stunning face. Although she is very similar to her, she is much more beautiful than her, especially Wen Li's temperament, which Qin Ruoruo can never imitate. She hid the jealousy in her eyes and said to Wen Li in a coquettish voice, "I heard from Aiken that you had an allergy yesterday and were left alone in Jinyu for a long time, so I came to see you." After she finished speaking, she paused and said, "Won't you invite me in and sit down?" Wen Li smiled, "Okay, come in. Why not take advantage of someone who comes to your doorstep?" Qin Ruoruo walked in and looked around the basement. It was dark and empty, and there was no way to compare with her exquisitely decorated bedroom. Qin Ruoruo felt much better. She looked at Wen Li with a look of superiority, and her tone was filled with uncontrollable joy. "Your room is too shabby. Although you and Aiken are not as good as before, he really shouldn't treat you like this. Wen Li, please beg me, I will ask Aiken to change you a better room, how about that?" Wen Li turned her back to the camera and raised her eyebrows. "No, this is good enough. Besides, Aiken is nice to me. I can always get the latest clothes and bags from the mall." Qin Ruoruo's face twisted for a moment, and her eyes were fixed on Wen Li. Even from a distance, Wen Li could see the strong hatred in her eyes. In order to establish her image as a pretty girl in the early years, Qin Ruoruo never asked Shen Yuchen for money. Over time, Shen Yuchen thought that she didn't like it, so most of the clothes that Wen Li had, Qin Ruoruo didn't have. Only on occasional special holidays would Shen Yuchen buy her a few items. Wen Li's words really hit Qin Ruoruo right in the throat. God knows how jealous she felt every time she saw the expensive clothes on Wen Li. She couldn't pretend anymore. After all, this was not the first time she had looked for Wen Li in the past year, and she had said excessive words more than once, but she managed to get away with it every time. Even if Wen Li repeated these words to Shen Yuchen in anger, Shen Yuchen did not believe it. Thinking of this, Qin Ruoruo looked at Wen Li with a clear conscience and said word by word, "Are you showing off to me? Wen Li, what do you have to show off? Do you think you are still the little princess you used to be?" Wen Li didn't say anything, but the smile on her lips was full of sarcasm. When Qin Ruoruo saw her provocative expression, the strings in her head almost broke. She said the unpleasant words softly, "Wen Li, Aiken will only be mine in the end. I advise you not to be so wishful. Even if you do too much, you can't go back to the past." Wen Li raised her eyebrows, looking arrogant, but her voice was very fragile. "Really? I don't believe it. I believe Aiken will change his mind." Seeing her like this, Qin Ruoruo frowned slightly, feeling a little uncomfortable. Wen Li shouldn't have reacted like this, she should have been enraged. Could it be that I haven't said enough? Qin Ruoruo added fuel to the fire. She sneered, "Change your mind. Wen Li, have you forgotten how dirty you are? How shameful you are? During the 2 years you were missing, you must have been slept with by many people, right?" Wen Li's face instantly darkened. Those 2 years of hellish life were the thing Wen Li was most reluctant to mention. Qin Ruoruo thought her words had hurt Wen Li, so she continued to do so. After all, her goal was to anger Wen Li. "What's with that expression on your face? Did I say something wrong? Wen Li, why do you think Aiken hasn't touched you until now? Isn't it because he thinks you're dirty? What are you still dreaming about? You will never be able to beat me, Wen Li, do you dare to make a bet? Wen Li was shocked, she knew that her chance had come. She pretended to be distraught and asked palely, what's the bet? Chin Ruoruo raised her lips slightly when she heard this, and then, her eyes revealed a strong maliciousness, let's bet. Between you and me, who will Aiken choose, how about it? After she finished speaking, she grabbed Wen Li's hand and slammed it hard on her face. Sensing her intention, Wen Li showed a hint of irony in her eyes. She took this opportunity and used all her strength. Almost instantly, Chin Ruoruo's cheeks puffed up like balloons. Chin Ruoruo stared at Wen Li with eyes wide open, you dare to hit me? Wen Li looked very innocent, didn't you grab my hand and hit me? Why did you use so much force? Does it hurt? Listening to her hypocritical concern, Chin Ruoruo almost suffocated and was pissed to death by her. She endured the fishy sweet taste in her mouth, her eyes full of resentment. Forget it, she would get this slap back right away. She cried and called Shen Yan, and the call was quickly connected. Chin Ruoruo said with tears in her eyes, Aiken, I'm in so much pain. When Shen Yan saw her red and swollen cheeks, his expression suddenly changed, who hit you? Chin Ruoruo looked at him pitifully and said timidly, it's Miss Wen. Miss Wen. Wen Li secretly curled her lips, the good show was about to begin. Chapter 8 What are you feeling guilty about? Wen Li didn't know what Shen Yan said on the other end of the phone, but she could see Chin Ruoruo's face instantly become smug. After hanging up the phone, Chin Ruoruo said softly, Wen Li, people who are not loved should voluntarily leave the game, what do you think? Wen Li didn't say anything, but acted distraught in front of the camera. When Chin Ruoruo saw her like this, she felt that all the annoyance she had felt for days was swept away and her heart was filled with joy. If you want to blame someone, just blame Wen Li for trying to snatch Shen Yan from her. Now she is being plotted against by her, it's all Wen Li's own fault. Wen Li looked up at the smile on her lips, her eyes dimmed slightly. Laugh. The happier you laugh now, the harder you will cry when the truth is revealed later. Shen Yan still cared about Chin Ruoruo. The company was half an hour's drive from home, but he got home in just 20 minutes. At that time, Chin Ruoruo had already left the basement and went to the living room to cry, just so that Shen Yan could see her injuries at a glance, thereby arousing deeper anger in his heart. Wen Li also put away her phone and made several copies of the video. As soon as Shen Yan entered the room, he saw Chin Ruoruo with a red and swollen cheek. His expression changed instantly. He strode forward and asked with gritted teeth, was it Wen Li who beat him? As soon as she saw him, Chin Ruoruo seemed to have found some backbone. She hugged his waist pitifully, tears rolling down her cheeks, Aiken, it hurts so much. Shen Yan touched her cheek with heartache, his brows furrowed deeper and deeper. Chin Ruoruo said in a weak voice, it's all my fault. I shouldn't have gone to see Miss Wen. She clearly didn't like me, but I still went forward. I deserved her to beat me. After she finished speaking, she paused and said with grievance, but I just want to comfort her. Hearing these words, Shen Yan felt so heartbroken. Ever since Chin Ruoruo was injured while protecting him in a car accident, he had made up his mind not to let Chin Ruoruo suffer any harm again. But now she was beaten in the face right under his nose. What's the difference between this and slapping Shen Yan in the face? Shen Yan had a calm expression on his face. He took Chin Ruoruo's hand and knocked on the basement door. Wen Li heard a knock on the door, paused slightly, then got up and opened the door. As soon as the door opened, she saw Shen Yan, who was full of anger. He gritted his teeth and said, Wen Li, explain. Although she had known Shen Yan's choice for a long time, Wen Li still felt disgusted when she heard it with her own ears. Being in love with him for so many years was the most unlucky thing in Wen Li's life. What's there to explain? Wen Li's eyes were indifferent and her voice was cold. She did it on purpose, deliberately trying to provoke Shen Yan to get angry so that he would say a lot of nasty things, and when the truth was revealed, he would feel even more guilty. This is Wen Li's main purpose. After all, attending Shen Yan's birthday party is not an easy task to accomplish. Wen Li's words successfully angered Shen Yan, and he could no longer suppress his anger. I really misjudged you, Wen Li. Those 2 years have made you stupid and vicious. When Li looked up and saw Qin Ruoruo standing proudly behind Shen Yuchen, mouthing, "It seems that you lose." Wen Li lowered her head and sneered. "Lose? It's too early to say that now." When Shen Yuchen heard the sneer, his face darkened. "Wen Li, I am the one who feels guilty towards you. If you have any anger, just vent it on me. Why bother you? I'm making things difficult for her." Wen Li's eyes were filled with sarcasm. "Shen Yuchen, do you really not believe me? The facts are right in front of you, why are you still quibbling?" Shen Yuchen looked a little disappointed. "Ruoruo is not a liar, apologize to her right now." "What if I don't?" Qin Ruoruo looked at Wen Li. She didn't know why. Even though everything was going according to her expectations, she felt inexplicably uneasy. She said softly, "No need, Aiken, Miss Wen might just be in a bad mood. It's not her fault. I shouldn't have gotten close to her." Shen Yuchen felt even more distressed when he heard her say that. His Ruoruo was obviously being bullied, but she was still speaking up for Wen Li, wasn't it because she didn't want to make things difficult for him? Why should Ruoruo, who is so sensible, suffer any injustice? Qin Ruoruo's words not only failed to ease the atmosphere, but instead added fuel to the fire. Shen Yuchen grabbed Wen Li's hand and said word by word, "Apologize to Ruoruo." Wen Li just stared at him solemnly. The dead look in her eyes made Shen Yuchen dazed for a moment. Before he could come to his senses, he heard Wen Li ask, "So, from the beginning to the end, you were unwilling to give me any trust, right?" Shen Yuchen frowned. "These are two different things." Wen Li suddenly laughed out loud. "This is the same thing, Shen Yuchen, you will never stand on my side. No matter what the truth is, you always blame me. Whether it was before or now, you haven't changed at all." Hearing this, Shen Yuchen pursed his lips, while Qin Ruoruo's heart was beating like a drum. She had an almost overwhelming sense of danger. She felt that Wen Li seemed to have changed. The Wen Li who was slandered in the past would only shed tears secretly and explain in despair. When her explanations failed, she would confront and break up with Shen Yuchen. But now, although Wen Li seemed very sad, Qin Ruoruo felt that she was very calm, as if she was planning something. She was too uneasy, so she quickly said to Shen Yuchen, "Okay, Aiken, I don't blame Miss Wen, I just feel a little aggrieved, so I want to see you, let's just forget about this matter." Shen Yuchen felt even more distressed. "I know you don't want to embarrass me, but Wen Li went too far in this matter. If I'm away on a business trip in the future, will I let her bully you?" When Qin Ruoruo heard this, she leaned sweetly into his arms. Watching the two of them being affectionate, Wen Li smiled sarcastically. "I went too far. Did Qin Ruoruo frame me and slander me for going too far?" Qin Ruoruo's heart skipped a beat. "Stop talking nonsense, why would I do such a thing? Will you know whether he did it or not after just a look?" Wen Li smiled, her eyes fell on Shen Yuchen's face, and she said softly, "I should thank you. Fortunately, you gave me a mobile phone this morning, otherwise I really wouldn't be able to prove myself." Hearing this, Qin Ruoruo's face suddenly turned pale. Shen Yuchen paused, with some suspicion in his eyes. "What did you say?" Their voice woke Qin Ruoruo up, and she said hastily, "Aiken, let's go. There's no need to dwell on this matter. You're very busy at work, so don't waste your time here." Wen Li chuckled. "Why? Coming back to help you is not a waste of time, but listening to me prove myself is a waste of time." Looking at Qin Ruoruo's pale face, Wen Li said word by word, "Why are you feeling guilty?" Qin Ruoruo. Her voice was slightly hoarse, and it sounded like the devil's whisper to my ears. Chapter 9. Between you and me, who will Aiken choose? Qin Ruoruo immediately clenched her fists, her nails dug into her palms, pricking the skin there and making it red and swollen. She said in a panic, "I don't understand what you are saying, Wen Li. I don't want to bother about this matter. Aiken is really busy. Please be considerate of him." Wen Li curled her lips. "It's okay, you don't have to understand, it's not for you to see anyway." After that, she turned her gaze to Shen Yuchen and stared at him solemnly. "Shen Yuchen, are you willing to listen to my self-proof?" Whenever she said this, Shen Yuchen always felt that she was a bird struggling in the quagmire, and if he didn't listen, no one would save her. Just as Shen Yuchen was about to speak, Qin Ruoruo fell down with a pale face. Seeing this scene, Wen Li's eyes were filled with sarcasm. Sure enough, Qin Ruoruo's sudden fainting made Shen Yuchen panic. He picked up Qin Ruoruo and asked the housekeeper to call a doctor. Wen Li followed calmly, waiting for the doctor to examine Qin Ruoruo. Then, she asked Shen Yuchen, "Do you have time now?" Shen Yuchen was anxious about Qin Ruoruo's condition. Hearing this, he said to Wen Li in a very aggressive tone, "You can't wait? Ruoruo has always been in poor health, why do you keep provoking her?" Wen Li expected him to say this. "I was like this in my previous life. I was never trusted at any time. Whenever something happened to Qin Ruoruo, the problem was always caused by Wen Li. There is nowhere to complain about grievances, and no one believes the evidence even if I have it. Fortunately, she was reborn, otherwise, wouldn't she have to go through those painful days again?" Wen Li looked at him coldly. "Did I provoke her? Shen Yuchen, I am the one who is misunderstood now. Is it a luxury for you to listen to my self-examination? Do you want to force me to death?" Shen Yuchen's eyebrows jumped. He looked at the dead look in Wen Li's eyes and felt that it was as if she had died once. Feeling a little uneasy inexplicably, he took a deep breath. "Wen Li, I'll give you one last chance. I hope you won't lie to me." Wen Li took out her cell phone from her pocket expressionlessly, found the video and handed it to him. Before he could continue watching, Qin Ruoruo in the room woke up and insisted on seeing him. Shen Yuchen frowned. Seeing that he was about to go find Qin Ruoruo again, Wen Li grabbed his wrist and said, "How long can a 5-minute video delay you?" Shen Yuchen paused, then clicked on the video to watch it. The cell phone video faithfully recorded Qin Ruoruo's verbal abuse and self-directed performance. Shen Yuchen looked at it and his expression became worse and worse. At the same time, Qin Ruoruo in the room couldn't see Shen Yuchen, and finally panicked. She didn't even bother to put on her shoes and ran out in a hurry. As soon as she saw Shen Yuchen, she heard her own voice in the corridor before she could say anything. "Let's bet. Between you and me, who will Chen choose? How about it?" Then there was a crisp slap. Qin Ruoruo was completely stunned, biting her lower lip tightly with her teeth, and her heart sank instantly. She stared at Wen Li intently. She couldn't understand why Wen Li suddenly had an extra mobile phone and even recorded a video in advance. Could it be that he was deliberately plotting against her? Has she always underestimated Wen Li? But now is not the time for her to think about these things, because at this moment, Shen Yuchen's face has become extremely gloomy. She was rarely flustered and walked forward to hold Shen Yuchen's hand, but he avoided her calmly. At that moment, Qin Ruoruo's face became extremely ugly. Something happened. She racked her brains to think of excuses, thinking about how to save her image in front of Shen Yuchen, but before she could open her mouth, she heard Wen Li ask, "Shen Yuchen, is what she said true? In your heart, am I just a dirty piece of shit that you can't see?" Her face was filled with desolation, like a rose that would wither at any moment. Fragility and pain appeared on that overly delicate face, and Shen Yuchen felt indescribably heartbroken. Has he always misunderstood Wen Li? Although he was unwilling to believe that Qin Ruoruo would say such harsh words, the facts were before him and he had no choice but to believe it. What made Shen Yuchen most uncomfortable was a sentence that inexplicably echoed in his mind. Wen Li said so calmly during the quarrel just now that he would never stand on her side. What does this sentence mean? Could it be that Wen Li had suffered injustice more than once? Shen Yuchen suddenly didn't dare to think about it. Wen Li had done nothing wrong, but he said such ugly words. No wonder she was so desperate. Seeing that he didn't say anything, Wen Li asked again, "So you imprisoned me because you thought I was not worthy of you, and that I was lowly and dirty? Shen Yuchen, is that what you think?" Hearing her painful question, Shen Yuchen couldn't get angry at all, and was only filled with guilt. "Ali, I didn't think so. Have you ever thought about why Qin Ruoruo would tell me?" Wen Li's voice was so light that it seemed like it would disappear with the wind. Shen Yuchen's eyes instantly fell on Qin Ruoruo. She also came back to her senses and quickly said to Shen Yuchen, "Aiken, I did something wrong. I just love you too much and I'm too afraid that you will be snatched away by Wen Li, so I was confused for a moment. Can you forgive me? After all, she was his beloved." Seeing her crying, Shen Yuchen couldn't say a word of blame. He could only say in a stiff tone, "Apologize to our Li." There was a flash of resentment in Qin Ruoruo's eyes. Her eyes turned red with hatred. She bit her lips tightly with her teeth and even tasted blood in her mouth. But she had to apologize to Wen Li. Qin Ruoruo endured the humiliation, lowered her head and said to Wen Li word by word, "I'm sorry." Wen Li admired her shamelessness, but it might end so easily. She looked at Shen Yuchen and said sarcastically, "Forget it. A cheap bastard like me can't afford an apology from your sweetheart." Shen Yuchen's eyebrows jumped. "Wen Li, I really don't think you are cheap." She looked up, tears rolling down her eyes. "Do you think I will believe it?" Shen Yuchen opened his mouth and suddenly found himself speechless. He didn't know how to explain it, but looking at Wen Li's aggrieved face, he couldn't just ignore it. He was sorry for her in this matter. He patiently coaxed her, "So what do you want?" Wen Li stared at him, his eyes filled with guilt. Wen Li knew that the time was almost up, and if she continued to pester him, Shen Yuchen would get annoyed. So she said word by word, "I heard from the housekeeper that you are going back to the old house next week. Can you take me with you?" Shen Yuchen paused for a moment, his brows furrowed. Qin Ruoruo was the first to disagree. "No. Aiken said he would take me there. If Wen Li really went, wouldn't Qin Ruoruo's position be shaken?" She couldn't stand it. Wen Li didn't say anything, just looked at Shen Yuchen in silence. Shen Yuchen was a little hesitant. He didn't want to agree to Wen Li's request. Seeing his thoughts, Wen Li lowered her eyes and said with a hint of self-mockery, "Okay, I know your answer, so be it, Shen Yuchen." After saying that, she turned and left. Shen Yuchen looked at her back and suddenly had an intuition that if he didn't agree, Wen Li would be completely pushed away. His pupils contracted instantly, and then he grabbed Wen Li's wrist. Wen Li looked back at him calmly. Chapter 10 Sleeping. Shen Yuchen's eyes darkened, and his Adam's apple rolled slightly. "I'll take you there." Wen Li felt relieved, as if the huge rock that had been hanging in her stomach had fallen, and her mood became a little brighter. "No." A sharp voice came from her ears. Wen Li turned around and saw Qin Ruoruo with a distorted face. When Qin Ruoruo's eyes touched Shen Yuchen, she instantly became aggrieved. "Aiken, didn't you promise me that you would take me there?" Wen Li didn't comment or say anything, just watched the show lazily. In his previous life, Shen Yuchen did take Qin Ruoruo to a birthday party. He even carefully prepared gifts for Qin Ruoruo and took her to meet many business tycoons. This birthday party became Qin Ruoruo's stepping stone into upper society. From then on, everything went smoothly for her. With the support of Shen Yuchen, she made a lot of money, and the Shen family gradually accepted her. The day when Li was burned to death in the fire was the wedding of Qin Ruoruo and Shen Yuchen. She struggled painfully in the flames and called for help, while Qin Ruoruo was sweetly exchanging engagement rings with Shen Yuchen. When she thought of this, Wen Li was filled with hatred. This time, she wanted to see if Qin Ruoruo could still be as smooth as in her previous life after being deprived of the opportunity to attend the birthday party. This is just the beginning. Wen Li will take away her things bit by bit, watch her fall into the quagmire, watch her go crazy in pain. Only in this way can she ease the hatred in her heart. Wen Li calmed down and set her gaze on Shen Yuchen. She wanted to see how this man would answer. Shen Yuchen glanced at Wen Li, and when he saw the coldness and indifference in Wen Li's eyes, his gaze slightly narrowed, and then he said to Qin Ruoruo, "Don't you have a headache? Rest well at home first, I will be back the day after tomorrow. Time is too tight, and your health is more important." Listening to his gentle coaxing voice, Qin Ruoruo not only did not feel comforted, but revealed a smile that was uglier than crying. "But..." Shen Yuchen interrupted her and said in a tone that brooked no room for argument, "Be obedient." After hearing what he said, Qin Ruoruo understood that there was no room for maneuver in this matter. This opportunity to return to the old house has been snatched away by Wen Li. The resentment growing in her heart almost made Qin Ruoruo lose control. She had a hunch that Wen Li did it on purpose. Otherwise, why would she record the video? Wasn't it just to snatch away this opportunity? What a bitch! Qin Ruoruo's eyes turned red with hatred, but she couldn't make a fuss, as that would push Shen Yuchen further away. Damn Wen Li, she really underestimated her. Qin Ruoruo tried to calm herself down, and then said softly, "I understand, Aiken, I will wait for you to come back." Shen Yuchen's heart softened, and he couldn't help but reach out to rub her hair. "I promised you that, I will take you there when I come back." Qin Ruoruo's eyes were suddenly filled with ecstasy. She nodded repeatedly, looking even more obedient. Wen Li raised her eyebrows calmly. That thing? What was it? It must not be a small matter to make Qin Ruoruo so happy. She secretly took note of it and planned to go and inquire about it when she had time. Shen Yuchen pinched Qin Ruoruo's face, and then realized that it was not a good idea to do so in front of Wen Li. He fixed his eyes on Wen Li and changed the subject a little stiffly. Shall I take you to buy a dress? Wen Li hummed and left with him. Qin Ruoruo looked at their backs, the joy in her heart faded a lot, and resentment resurfaced. She clenched her teeth tightly and even tasted the sweet and fishy taste of blood in her mouth. She didn't understand. Didn't Wen Li leave Shen Yuchen? Why did she come back? Why did she want to snatch Shen Yuchen from her? She hated Wen Li so much, she must make Wen Li pay the price. Fortunately, this time it was a blessing in disguise, otherwise she would have been angered to death by Wen Li. On the other hand, Wen Li had already started choosing a dress. She chose the most expensive one among the dresses that suited her. Although she doesn't have the ability to retaliate against Shen Yuchen directly now, she can spend his money lavishly. A dress that costs 10 million yuan, even Shen Yuchen would feel a little distressed. But unexpectedly, Shen Yuchen was quite happy. After all, in his eyes, Wen Li's behavior was just jealousy and she was throwing a tantrum at him. Quite cute. Fortunately, Wen Li didn't know what he was thinking, otherwise she would have rolled her eyes. On the day of Shen Yang's birthday party, Wen Li made an exquisite hairstyle and entered the venue with Shen Yuchen. The moment they saw her slowly approaching, the expressions of many people in the banquet hall changed slightly. A lady in gorgeous clothes came forward, looked at Wen Li critically, then frowned and asked Shen Yuchen, "Why did you buy her such an expensive dress? She has never worn such a good dress since she was a child, right? Do you think she can carry it off?" Wen Li knew her. She was Shen Yuchen's mother, named Hiru. Judging from her tone, she probably mistook Wen Li for Qin Ruoruo. That's right, after all, they look alike, so it's understandable that I made a mistake. The corners of Wen Li's lips curled up in a subtle arc, and her eyes stared at Hiru without blinking, then she said softly, "Auntie, I'm Wen Li." When she heard the name, Hiru's face changed instantly, and her eyes became flustered for a moment. Wen Li's heart sank immediately. Hiru's reaction was really wrong. It's like I've done something wrong to her. Could it be that my suspicions in my previous life were correct? Is her disappearance really related to Hiruzen? Before Wen Li could think about it, Hiru reacted. She adjusted her mood and looked at Shen Yuchen with dissatisfaction. When did she come back? Shen Yuchen paused. It's not important. Mom, is my uncle here? Hiru pursed her lips slightly, as if she was afraid of being discovered. She did not continue to point the finger at Wen Li, but asked Shen Yuchen in confusion, "Why are you looking for him?" The more she reacted like this, the more suspicious Wen Li became. Shen Yuchen had a headache. He has been targeting Jinxing recently and has taken away a lot of my orders. Jinxing is Shen Yuchen's company. Hearing this, Hiru secretly spat, with an ugly expression, but still whispered to Shen Yuchen, "Not yet, he has always been unruly and loves to be late." Shen Yuchen nodded and had to sit down with Wen Li first. He did not introduce business tycoons to Wen Li as he did to Qin Ruoruo in his previous life. Instead, he asked Wen Li to sit still and talk less to others. Wen Li didn't mind. After all, the purpose of her coming here was just for Shen Yang. Building a good relationship with Shen Yang is much more useful than having those business tycoons. Seeing that she was obedient, Shen Yuchen finally felt relieved. It seemed that Wen Li came here just because she was angry, and not for any other purpose. This is best. It saves him from wasting time dealing with it. Wen Li could sense that his gaze was no longer on her, and knew that she had passed the test, but she still did not let her guard down and behaved well as a canary. As soon as she took a sip of wine, the noisy crowd instantly quieted down. Wen Li subconsciously looked up and happened to see Shen Yang, who had just walked in. He glanced around lightly, and when his eyes landed on Wen Li, a wicked smile instantly appeared at the corners of his lips, and then he strode towards Wen Li with big strides. At that moment, Wen Li's breathing stagnated. When she came to her senses, Shen Yang had already stopped in front of her with a smile on his face. He leaned forward slightly, his eyes fell on Wen Li, and whispered softly, "So good." Shen Yuchen looked at Shen Yang suspiciously. "You know each other?" Wen Li's heart suddenly started to alarm. She was really afraid that Shen Yang would do something stupid and say in front of so many people that they had slept together. Chapter 11. Give her to me. Thinking of this, Wen Li prepared to strike first. What a coincidence, uncle, we meet again. Shen Yuchen's heart tightened. When had they met before? His eyes darkened, and he held Wen Li's hand tighter. Wen Li was pinched by him and felt pain, so she pulled her hand away calmly. Shen Yang raised the corners of his lips slightly, "Thank you, Miss Wen, for your help that day at Jinyu." The word help sounded very ambiguous to him. Wen Li's earlobes felt warm. Hearing this, Shen Yuchen breathed a sigh of relief. Shen Yang had indeed discussed business in Jinyu a few days ago, so Wen Li should not have lied. Besides, she didn't have the guts to hook up with someone else behind his back. Shen Yang raised his eyebrows. As expected of someone who had escaped from that place, he was quite courageous. It seems that the thing might really be on Wen Li. Just as he was about to speak, the butler came over and said, "Master Ju, the master has been waiting for you for a long time." Hearing this, Wen Li breathed a sigh of relief. She now hoped that this evil star would leave quickly and stop causing trouble. Unexpectedly, after taking 2 steps, Shen Yang turned around and set his eyes on Wen Li. "Come here, pour me some wine." Wen Li gritted her teeth, pretending to be pitiful, and looked at Shen Yuchen for help. Shen Yuchen's eyes flickered slightly, and it was unknown what he was thinking. He just said, "Go." Wen Li couldn't help but curse Shen Yuchen as a waste in her heart. As soon as she saw Shen Yuchen became more cowardly than anything else. But she had no choice but to follow Shen Yang obediently. When they arrived at the place, Wen Li took a look around secretly. Old Master Shen sat in the main seat, with a few middle-aged men sitting scattered below. All of them were Shen Yang's brothers. Seeing Shen Yang coming, they looked at each other, then greeted Shen Yang with a smile. Shen Yang ignored everyone and handed the wine to Wen Li instead. Wen Li held the wine glass, tried to lower her presence, and poured wine for Shen Yang politely. Mr. Shen's eyes were still attracted by her. After a long while, he frowned slightly and asked, "Who is she?" Shen Yang curled his lips, "Your grandson's woman." Hearing this, Mr. Shen's face suddenly darkened. "Since he is Yuchen's man, why did you bring him here?" Shen Yang said nonchalantly, "Pretty." His words were a blatant provocation to Mr. Shen, but the old man couldn't do anything about him. After all, Shen Yang is not his biological son. Instead, he was the only son left by his younger brother who died early. He originally wanted to adopt him, but Grandpa Shen Yang did not allow him and instead kept him with him. Since childhood, Shen Yang has been protected by the old man, and he can't say a word. Later, the old man died, and Shen Yang became even more lawless, and he had no control over him at all. Who let Shen Yang hold so many shares? The old man cursed in his heart. It was all that damn old man's fault. In his last will and testament before his death, he actually bypassed himself and gave most of the shares to Shen Yang, etc. Thinking of this, the old man's anger subsided a little, and his gaze fell on Wen Li again. Shen Yang treated her quite differently. Could it be that he fell in love with her? That's a good thing. The old man narrowed his eyes and pushed the glass over. "Pour me some wine." Wen Li paused and filled the cup obediently. The old man glanced at her and waved to the people around him. The housekeeper understood what he meant, turned into the room and took out a jade bracelet. Mr. Shen handed the bracelet to Wen Li. "Not bad, come back often with Yuchen in the future." Wen Li's eyes darkened. She probably knew what the old man was thinking. This is a good thing for her. The more people she comes into contact with, the closer Wen Li is to freedom. She did not refuse. After accepting the bracelet, she thanked him obediently. Mr. Shen waved his hand and continued to let her pour the wine. Wen Li didn't notice that in the corner of the banquet hall, a person was staring at her intently, with such hatred that he wanted to skin her alive. After 3 rounds of drinks, all the Shen family members were present. Wen Li caught the old man's eye and got a seat. Originally they were sitting in the corner, but for some reason Shen Yang insisted on sitting opposite Wen Li. The Shen family couldn't control him and could only let him go. Shen Yuchen, who was originally with Wen Li, sat in Shen Yang's original seat, next to the old man. Wen Li's heart was pounding. What was Shen Yang going to do? Her thoughts were wandering, and before she could say anything, someone touched her calf. She looked up at Shen Yang and saw that man pointing at the wine glass in front of him. Wen Li understood, resigned herself to her fate, stood up, walked to his side and continued to serve him. As soon as she picked up the bottle of wine, Wen Li's arm was hit hard by someone. She was not careful and all the wine spilled out and splashed on Shen Yang's abdominal muscles. The white shirt was soaked by the red wine. Wen Liren couldn't stand steadily and fell directly into Shen Yang's arms. She subconsciously used her arms to support her body, but accidentally pressed on his strong abdominal muscles. Wen Li's heart tightened instantly. She heard Shen Yang sneer, "You're so good at throwing yourself into my arms." This blatant ambiguity was beyond Wen Li's expectations, and the eyes of the Shen family fell on her. Wen Li gritted her teeth and was about to stand up when someone gently pinched the soft flesh on her waist. That was her sensitive area. Once it was touched, it was as if an electric current passed through her. Her body suddenly went limp and she fell down powerlessly again. Her vision suddenly went dark. It was over now. Shen Yuchen would definitely think that she did it on purpose. She couldn't help but curse in her heart, is Shen Yang crazy? Doing this in front of so many people? Before Wen Li could get up again, a familiar voice suddenly rang out, "I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to, I just didn't stand firmly." Wen Li frowned slightly. This voice is Qin Ruoruo? Why is she here? As soon as Wen Li stood up straight, Shen Yuchen recognized Qin Ruoruo. His expression changed immediately. He stood up and walked forward, protecting her behind him, and asked in a low voice, "Why are you here?" Qin Ruoruo looked fragile and uneasy, and said to Shen Yuchen pitifully, "I just missed you too much, and I came here thinking I could see you. Did I cause trouble for you?" Just as Shen Yuchen was about to comfort her, he heard Shen Yang sneer, "Nephew, you are so lucky, but your taste is too uniform. The women around you all have the same character." This statement was almost as if Shen Yuchen was using a stand-in. Although many members of the Shen family knew about this, it was the first time someone said it openly, and the way those people looked at Shen Yuchen was a little strange. Shen Yuchen looked grim, and seemed to want to explain, but Shen Yang didn't give him the chance. Instead, he raised his eyelids and said lazily, "This dress of mine is worth 100 million yuan. Do you want cash or bank transfer?" Qin Ruoruo lowered her head, a hint of gloating flashed in her eyes. Wen Li was the one who spilled the wine. Although she was somewhat responsible, Shen Yuchen would never blame her. She wanted to see what Wen Li could do this time. Oh, what if the old man gave her the bracelet? She has to be able to keep it. Besides, she got into trouble the first time she came out. It is another matter whether Shen Yuchen can take her out in the future. Shen Yuchen was indeed a little annoyed at the moment. 100 million was not a small amount of money, and his company was short of money right now. He didn't want to give this money. But Shen Yang is notoriously difficult to deal with. Shen Yuchen was really angry with Wen Li at this moment. If it weren't for her, how could he have brought bad luck upon Shen Yang? He hurriedly came out to smooth things over. Just as she was about to speak, she heard Shen Yang say, "Don't want to compensate? That's fine. Give her to me." Looking at the finger pointed at her, Wen Li's eyes suddenly widened. Chapter 12 Wash it clean. When everyone heard this, their expressions suddenly changed. Their eyes all fell on Shen Yuchen, as if waiting for him to give an answer. Shen Yuchen was silent for a long time. Wen Li didn't react much, just hairs hanging on her eyelashes. He looked at Shen Yuchen with pleading eyes. Shen Yuchen avoided her gaze and stopped looking at her. Wen Li knew that she had won, and this was exactly the effect she wanted. Seeing that they were at a stalemate, Shen Yang asked lazily, "Have you come to a conclusion? Compensation or giving it to people?" No one answered and the atmosphere suddenly became stagnant. In this silence, Mr. Shen slowly took a sip of wine and said, "All right, why did such a good day become like this? Let's not talk about this anymore." After saying that, his eyes fell on Wen Li. Wen Li's mind moved and she instantly revealed a grateful smile. Mr. Shen was immediately more satisfied. Finally, there is someone Shen Yang is interested in, so naturally he has to get that person on his side. In this way, he might have a chance to control Shen Yang. Shen Yang sneered after hearing his words, "Uncle, you want to get away with just a few words, then what about my clothes? Who will compensate me?" Mr. Shen's eyes flickered slightly, and he smiled kindly, "Xiao Yang, it's just a piece of clothing, just let Miss Wen wash it for you." "That won't do." Shen Yang chuckled, "You should know me. I can't stand any loss." Hearing this, Mr. Shen's smile became even kinder, but his eyes were filled with frost. Shen Yang is really taking advantage of others. With a sarcastic thought in his heart, Mr. Shen said slowly, "Today is your birthday, don't be so angry, it's just a piece of clothing, let the third brother design one for you." Shen Yang sneered, "Uncle, are you coaxing a 3-year-old child?" Seeing that he was not moved, Mr. Shen was a little annoyed. He frowned and said, "Shen Yang, be careful. Your father's spirit in heaven would not want to see you being so reckless now." Hearing this, a hint of coldness flashed across Shen Yang's eyes. He snorted and crossed his legs. I didn't realize that you are so old, but you are still good at bullying me. You like to talk about my dad so much, do you want to go and accompany him too? Do you want me to give you a ride, uncle? The last two words were spoken heavily by Shen Yan, and Mr. Shen's face turned pale with anger. He slammed the table viciously and said with gritted teeth, Shen Yan, stop yelling. Shen Yan raised his eyebrows lazily, but the words he uttered were full of coldness. Why are you yelling so loudly? Do you want me to describe your great achievements? Hearing this, Mr. Shen's face suddenly changed. He knew what great achievements Shen Yan was talking about. Once those things were released, they would have an impact on the entire Shen family's industry. Although Shen Yan couldn't escape, he was like a mad dog. He didn't care about that thing at all. Old Master Shen took a deep breath. Besides, he couldn't really fall out with Shen Yan. Even for the sake of the shares in Shen Yan's hands, he had to coax him for the time being. Thinking of this, the old man smiled kindly again. Xiao Yang, I just have too many worries recently, and I spoke too quickly and said a few extra words. If you don't like to hear it, I won't say it anymore. Shen Yang mocked him, you've said all the good and bad things. You're so old, but your abilities haven't improved. I wonder if all the growth has been on your face. Old Master Shen was so angry that he gritted his teeth in his heart, but he could only pretend to be helpless on the surface. Okay. Xiaoyan, I was wrong, I will compensate you, let's just let it go, okay. Shen Yan curled his lips slightly, okay, since you want to compensate me, why not give me the land in the west of the city? Old Master Shen suddenly felt a toothache. The piece of land in the west of the city was not cheap, and Shen Yang really dared to take it. As if he could see the old man's embarrassment, Shen Yang curled his lips slightly. Why? Don't want to. Hearing the threat in his words, the old man gritted his teeth and said, it's just a piece of land. Consider it my birthday present to you. Shen Yang chuckled, then you are really generous. He sounded extremely sarcastic when he said the word generous, but the old man couldn't get angry and could only greet everyone to eat with a sullen face. Shen Yang achieved his goal and didn't say anything else. Instead, he turned around and went to change his clothes. Wen Li breathed a sigh of relief. Shen Yuchen frowned and gave her a few instructions. His words were meant to ask Wen Li to be more obedient. Wen Li agreed very gently and shed a few tears pretending to blame herself. Shen Yuchen frowned and guilt surged up again. Qin Ruoruo was not qualified to sit at the table and could only look at Wen Li with a gloomy face in the corner. Wen Li did not miss Qin Ruoruo's expression. She curled her lips slightly and gave Qin Ruoruo a slightly sarcastic smile, which made Qin Ruoruo so angry that her face turned pale. Only then did Wen Li look away with satisfaction. As soon as the smile on the corner of his lips faded, a cold fragrance suddenly came, mixed with a strong smell of red wine. Wen Li was stunned for a moment, and when she came to her senses, she found that there was an extra piece of clothing in her arms. Then came Shen Yang's calm voice, wash it clean. Wen Li paused for a moment and hummed obediently. Shen Yang did not leave, but instead sent the people around Wen Li to the opposite side, and sat next to Wen Li. Wen Li felt a little numb on her scalp. Shen Yang's actions were too outrageous. Wen Li was really afraid that those old foxes in the Shen family would notice something. She looked at Shen Yuchen for help. When her eyes met, Shen Yuchen paused slightly, then shifted his gaze away as if nothing had happened. Wen Li immediately sneered in her heart, with sarcasm in her eyes. Shen Yuchen was so cowardly in front of Shen Yang. As soon as Shen Yang sat down, he moved all the dishes in front of Wen Li in front of everyone, and brought over a few vegetarian dishes from a distance, placing them in front of her as a gift. It looked like he was targeting her on purpose. Wen Li took a look and was stunned. Because the vegetarian dishes that Shen Yang brought over were all Wen Li's favorites. On the contrary, Wen Li didn't like those that Shen Yang had transferred away, and didn't touch a single bite. Wen Li glanced at Shen Yang, and Wen Li came back to her senses, lowered her head obediently, and ate her meal in small bites. The tablecloth blocked everyone's view, making him even more unscrupulous. The big hands were burning hot as they moved up her thighs. Wen Li's body was sensitive, and she bit her lips with her pearly teeth to hold back from making a sound. Even so, his body was still shaking slightly. Shen Yang snorted softly and whispered in her ear, "Be successful." The hot air sprayed on her earlobes, causing her body to instantly soften into a puddle of water. Chapter 13, Not taking advantage of her, but eating her. Wen Li was so angry that she closed her legs and clamped his evil hands. Shen Yan raised his eyebrows, but did not struggle. Instead, he took the opportunity to pinch the soft flesh between her legs. His hands seemed to be on fire. Every time he touched a part of her, Wen Li's skin became hotter and hot all over. But he pretended as if nothing had happened and even argued with Wen Li at the table. While Shen Yuchen was talking to the old man, he glanced at Wen Li and then frowned. "Ali, why is your face so red? Could it be that Shen Yang bullied him?" Shen Yuchen didn't know that this was not the same bullying as that other bullying. The moment he opened his mouth to speak, Shen Yang's hand broke free from control and reached in at will. Just as Wen Li was about to answer Shen Yuchen, a muffled groan escaped from her throat. As soon as this sound came out, Wen Li knew that something bad was going to happen. Sure enough, Shen Yuchen's puzzled gaze fell on Wen Li and Shen Yang. Wen Li's face was abnormally red, but Shen Yang looked too normal, and it didn't seem like there was anything going on between the two of them. Wen Li faced that suspicious look and said in a weak voice, "I am allergic to alcohol." Shen Yang paused, and seemed to believe it. "If you really feel uncomfortable, don't drink." Wen Li nodded obediently. Shen Yuchen gave her a few more instructions and then continued chatting with old man Shen. After his gaze was completely diverted, Shen Yang said nonchalantly, "Is this the kind of trash you like? If you are not feeling well, he won't dare to let you leave early." Wen Li remained calm, lowered her head to pick up the food, and ignored Shen Yang. Shen Yang became excited and reached his hand into Wen Li's clothes, rubbing the soft flesh around her waist. Wen Li's face turned even redder, and even her ears felt hot. Shen Yang raised his eyebrows in satisfaction. Wen Li cursed in her heart. She knew that Shen Yang wanted to embarrass her on purpose. Just as she was cursing happily in her heart, the evil hands had already broken through her defense. Wen Li's breathing paused, she gritted her teeth, and turned her head to look at Shen Yang. But the man poked at the food on the plate with a normal expression, raised the corner of his lips, and said with a double meaning, "It's quite tender." The people at the table didn't understand what he meant and thought he was praising the chef's skills. Someone echoed his words and said, "If Master Zhu likes it, take the chef back." Shen Yang sneered and probed his fingertips into the fabric. "No need, if I want to eat, I will find it myself." Upon hearing this, the people at the table did not force it and laughed and joked with him. Only Wen Li knew that when Shen Yang said, "eat," he didn't mean to eat tofu, but to eat her. What Shen Yang said was not wrong. If he wanted something, he would find it himself. Wen Li pursed her lips, afraid that others would notice that something was wrong with her. But Shen Yang clearly wanted to embarrass her. The more she wanted to maintain superficial calm, the more Shen Yang wanted to break it. Wen Li was in no mood to eat. She half leaned on the table and grabbed his hand in resistance. Shen Yang continued to do as he pleased, not taking his praise resistance seriously at all. Just as Wen Li was doing her best to resist the surging waves, Ru couldn't help but stand up, walked to Wen Li's side under the pretext of getting wine, and looked at her with a frown. "Why are you pretending to be pitiful here? Who forced you to drink if you can't? You are such a disgrace." Wen Li's body stiffened for a moment. She didn't dare to stand up straight, for fear that without her protection, Shen Yang's actions would be exposed. Then it will be game over. Shen Yang seemed to know her concerns and became more and more demanding. Wen Li endured the pain. She didn't want to argue with Ru at all. She just wanted this person to leave quickly, so she said softly, "I know I was wrong. I was wrong." Ru became even angrier. Just now, she looked like a pitiful little white flower and bewitched Shen Yuchen to such an extent that he even dared to talk back to her, his mother. Seeing this expression again, Ru became even more upset. "What's your attitude?" Before Wen Li could say anything, Shen Yang laughed. "What? I apologize to you, but my attitude is not good. Do I have to kneel down and kowtow to you to be considered as having a good attitude?" Wen Li was a little surprised when she heard this. Was Shen Yang having fun? Why did he suddenly start to speak up for her? The person who was more surprised than Wen Li was Ru. Didn't Shen Yang dislike Wen Li? She even sat next to Wen Li specifically to target her. If not for this, she wouldn't have come to cause trouble for Wen Li now. This evil star is really unpredictable. Ru complained in her heart, but she didn't dare to confront Shen Yang on the surface. She just smiled awkwardly and said, "Xiao Yang is really joking." Shen Yang sneered, "Don't call me so affectionately." Ru's expression changed slightly, and she had to change her words. "Master Zhu." There was no way he could change his words. Even the old man didn't dare to quarrel with him, let alone Hyaru, a daughter-in-law. She could only vent her anger on Wen Li. She didn't dare to use a harsh tone, but her words were still unpleasant to the ear. Wen Li, you are someone brought by Yu Chen. No matter what your words and actions. Do less embarrassing things. Otherwise. Wen Li raised her eyes were filled with spring water, and her flushed cheeks made her face look like a peach blossom. Hyaru frowned instantly and said unhappily, what a vixen, who are you seducing? Wen Li's eyes darkened, I just feel uncomfortable. Hyaru wanted to say more, but Shen Yan interrupted her lazily, are you so free? Do you want me to find you something to do? Hyaru's face immediately turned pale. She didn't dare to provoke Shen Yan any further, so she mocked Wen Li a few more times before leaving angrily. After she left, Wen Li whispered to Shen Yan, thank you. Shen Yan sneered, I simply don't like her. Wen Li didn't say anything, but subconsciously glanced at Shen Chen. Based on her understanding of Hyaru, she would definitely go and complain to Shen Chen. Sure enough, the two of them talked about something, and Shen Chen stood up and walked towards Wen Li. Seeing his actions, Wen Li became a little nervous and her body unconsciously tensed up. Shen Yan sneered, you are quite greedy. Hearing his dirty talk, Wen Li's ears turned even redder. She grabbed Shen Yan's wrist and gritted her teeth, go away. How could Shen Yan be the kind of person who would be obedient? He curled his lips and smiled, throw it away after use. Wen Li was anxious. She wanted to say something else, but Shen Chen had already walked up to her and stood right in front of her. Her body was stiff, and she tried to maintain her calmness. Aiken, what's wrong with you? Shen Chen frowned slightly, not knowing if it was his illusion, but there seemed to be a hint of sweet desire in this space. Shen Chen didn't think much about it. His attention at the moment was attracted by Wen Li's overly bright and charming face. She has red lips, white teeth and watery eyes, she is so alluring. I really want to take her back and lock her up. Chapter 14 It's better to help more thoroughly. Shen Chen couldn't help himself and reached out his hand to touch Wen Li's face. Wen Li lowered her eyes to hide the disgust in them. She didn't dare to dodge, for fear that any movement would expose Shen Yan's actions. Shen Yan sneered, and suddenly felt that her stubborn look was boring, so he withdrew his hand. Shen Chen was attracted by his action. Uncle, why are your clothes wet? Wen Li's shame spread, luckily she was blushing already, otherwise Shen Chen would have noticed it. Shen Yan curled his lips, as if smiling, I just ran into a kitten and it got me hurt. This obvious humiliation made Wen Li hang her head even lower. Shen Chen did not doubt it, but nodded, it is probably an ignorant child who brought a pet in. Uncle, go change your clothes quickly and be careful next time to avoid being scratched by a cat. The smile in Shen Yan's eyes deepened, and the corners of his lips curled up slightly. Shen Chen exchanged a few more pleasantries with Shen Yan before saying, Uncle, Wen Li can't hold her liquor well. I'll send her home first, so as not to spoil your mood later. Shen Yan sneered, it's quite disappointing. Hearing this, Shen Chen felt inexplicably relieved. He knew that Shen Yan looked down on Wen Li and he was just too worried. However, we should still take her back. Wen Li's face is too attractive and she is not suitable to be shown in public. Wen Li breathed a sigh of relief. This was the most tiring meal she had ever had. Her legs felt a little weak. Seeing that she was walking unsteadily, Shen Chen didn't think anything else and just thought that Wen Li was drunk. He supported Wen Li and walked out, then frowned and looked back. Why did he suddenly feel that a burning gaze was staring at him? The sight didn't disappear until they walked out of the banquet hall. He suddenly asked, did you have a conflict with my mother just now? Wen Li was well prepared. When she heard his question, she felt aggrieved and tears welled up in her eyes. Shen Chen took one look and his heart softened. He had to admit that even though Qin Ruoruo and Wen Li had similar faces, she was not as charming as Wen Li. The difference was too great. Seeing the amazement in his eyes, Wen Li spoke at the right time, it's my fault. I was drunk. Auntie thought I was embarrassing, so she scolded me. Be careful next time and don't make her angry. Shen Chen said. Wen Li quickly pretended to be good. Seeing her good attitude, Shen Chen didn't say anything else. Little did she know that Wen Li was almost rolling her eyes to the sky in her heart. Whoever has a mother-in-law like Hyaru will be unlucky. Shen Chen sent Wen Li to the guest room. Looking at Wen Li's little face, he couldn't help but feel distracted. He came forward and wanted to be intimate with Wen Li, but was gently stopped by Wen Li. "Aiken, don't make Grandpa Shen wait," anxiously. Shen Yan was interrupted by this, and the feeling in his heart faded a lot. He frowned slightly and said, "Don't run around, Li, you know the consequences of making me angry." Wen Li pretended to be drunk and looked at him, and said obediently, "Don't worry, I won't run around." Shen Yan stared at her for a while before turning and leaving. He was not worried that Wen Li would pretend to obey but actually disobey. After all, there were surveillance cameras everywhere in the Shen family's old house. He could find out where Wen Li went. On the other side, after Wen Li left, Shen Yang also went back to his room to change clothes. As soon as he opened the door, Shen Yang discovered something was wrong. Things in his room had been moved. Shen Yang's eyes darkened a lot, but there was no expression on his face. He changed his clothes as usual and then went out. When he got outside, he glanced at the surveillance camera hanging in the corridor, and a hint of sarcastic smile appeared in his eyes. The flashing red light of the surveillance camera has dimmed. I don't know who turned it off. Shen Yang said nothing, just turned around and left. Shortly after he left, two figures came out stealthily and slipped into his room. Shen Yang did not return to the banquet, but turned around and knocked on Wen Li's door. The banquet is full of a bunch of old guys, how can it be as fun as Wen Li? Wen Li was originally thinking about how to sneak out to find him. Calculating the time, that thing was about to happen. Unexpectedly, before she could think of a solution, Shen Yang came on his own initiative. As soon as she opened the door, she was enveloped by a rich, cold fragrance. She didn't know if it was because her lust had not subsided or what, but the moment she smelled that fragrance, Wen Li's legs went limp. Shen Yang reached out and helped her up. "Do you like throwing yourself into my arms so much?" Wen Li stood aside politely. "Why is my uncle here?" When Shen Yang heard this, there was a frivolous smile in his eyes. "You still know that I'm your uncle?" Wen Li knew what he meant. He was mocking the outrageous things the two of them had done while she was having dinner just now. She didn't care and grabbed Shen Yang's wrist. Shen Yang raised his eyebrows and looked at her. Wen Li said softly, "I have something to tell you." "Shen Yang, speak. Don't go back to your room today." Wen Li thought about it and decided to speak directly. Shen Yang is a smart man. No matter how much she disguises herself, she can't escape his eyes. It is better for her to reveal her cards directly. This way, she can improve her favorability in Shen Yang's heart and make him more interested in her. "What?" Shen Yang laughed, not satisfied. Wen Li ignored his nonsense and said seriously, "Shen Yang, believe me, I am not lying to you. Someone wants to plot against you. If nothing unexpected happens, there should be a daughter of the Chu group in your room at this moment." Hearing this, Shen Yang's eyes flickered slightly. While waiting for his answer, Wen Li recalled that in her previous life, Shen Yang had just returned to his room when he was caught cheating by the Chu family and old man Shen. As soon as everyone opened the door, they saw Chulu, the daughter of the Chu family, lying on Shen Yang's bed, completely stripped off. The Chu group was immediately unhappy, saying that Shen Yang had defiled Chulu and they insisted on forcing him to get engaged to Chulu. Otherwise, Shen Yang's romantic affairs would be known to everyone. With Shen Yang's personality, he naturally disagreed. In the end, the two sides quarreled fiercely. Mr. Shen and the Chu group joined forces to constantly target and suppress Shen Yang, and finally tore a piece of flesh from him. Wen Li was immersed in her own memories when she heard Shen Yang chuckle, "Are you helping me?" Wen Li came back to her senses and nodded. Shen Yang smiled even more deeply. "In that case, why not help more thoroughly?" "What?" Wen Li was stunned for a moment. The next second, she was pressed against the entrance, her back touching the cold wall and Shen Yang's hot body temperature in front of her. She was conscious for a moment, and then she was kissed urgently and fiercely. Shen Yang's hands pinched her slender waist, rippling the pool of spring water. "Help me. I will thank you very much." His voice was low and hoarse, with a hint of temptation. The hot air sprayed on her earlobes, and Wen Li's legs, which had recovered a little, became limp again. This man is simply toxic. Chapter 15, Pushing the Limits. Wen Li lowered her head. "Uncle, you also know the relationship between me and Shen Yu. He restricted my movements and my communication with others. My phone can only be used to call him at the moment." After she finished speaking, she looked up at Shen Yang and said softly, "If I don't hear my uncle's voice all day, I will miss you." Shen Yang knew that what she said was all false, and was just an excuse for the little liar to coax him, but unexpectedly, he still felt a little happy. "It's just a cell phone, nothing special," he nodded in agreement. Wen Li's eyes suddenly burst into joy, and she happily leaned forward to kiss him, a little awkwardly, but very alluring. Shen Yan's Adam's apple rolled slightly. "Wen Li, don't seduce me." Wen Li's body froze for a moment. She could feel the changes in Shen Yan. She really didn't dare to move and just smiled with her eyes curved. Seeing her smile, Shen Yan curled his lips, so happy. "Yeah." Wen Li nodded without hesitation. With a mobile phone, she could contact her family, so of course she was happy. Since being imprisoned in her previous life, Wen Li has rarely spoken to her family. Even when her father committed suicide, Wen Li was unable to see him for the last time. The strong longing has almost turned into an obsession. Only by talking to them can Wen Li feel better during the days when she is in so much pain that she is going crazy. Moreover, the most important thing is that Wen Li also wants to tell her family about Shen Yuechen's spying. Everything is going in the right direction, how can Wen Li not be happy? Seeing her smile from the bottom of her heart, Shen Yang's brows relaxed a little. Wen Li was in a good mood. She leaned over and coaxed him for a few words before going to get dressed. "As soon as I put on my clothes, there was a knock on the door. After delivering the medicine and cell phone, the man considerately closed the door and left. Wen Li then came out. Shen Yang handed the things to her, and then said lightly, 'Take the medicine first.' Wen Li is well behaved and obedient. She knew what Shen Yang meant. He was afraid that Wen Li would get pregnant, so he was using this to threaten him. Wen Li didn't mind letting him feel at ease. After all, using a child as a trump card was something only an incompetent would do. She and Shen Yang had no emotional foundation to begin with. Even if she got pregnant, she would be forced to have an abortion, and they would have to fall out with each other, which would be even more troublesome. Even if Shen Yang didn't give her the medicine today, Wen Li would buy it herself. Seeing that she was obedient, Shen Yang's eyes warmed up a little. Then, he handed the phone to Wen Li and said, "I'll get you a SIM card by the way." Wen Li was surprised at his thoughtfulness. "Thank you, uncle." Shen Yang sneered, "After all, it's the reward for selling your body." The words were harsh, but Wen Li didn't care. Shen Yang glanced at her and threw her a note. Wen Li looked closely and saw a string of numbers on the note, which looked like contact information. The corners of her lips curled up slightly, and she asked with curved eyes, "Uncle, is this your WeChat ID too?" Shen Yang chuckled, "You are really good at pushing things further. This means she can be added by default." This dinner was really fruitful. Wen Li was very satisfied. Shen Yang said a few more words to her and prepared to leave. Before leaving, he stopped at Wen Li and suddenly smiled. "By the way, I forgot to tell you that I gave you a big gift." Wen Li was stunned. "What?" "Keep it a secret." He smiled maliciously, turned around and walked out. Wen Li looked at the tightly closed door, her heart beating fast. What gift? She always felt that with Shen Yang's personality, this gift would definitely not be a good thing, and it might even be a scare. Wen Li thought about it for a long time but still couldn't figure it out. It was really because Shen Yang was too unorthodox and he was impossible to figure out. At the same time, Shen Yang, who had just left the house, glanced at Shen Yang who had come to deliver something, and asked indifferently, "Did you bring the person?" Shen Yang hummed, "I have taken them to the back garden, away from Shen Yuchen. The two of them will not see each other for a while." Shen Yang nodded and said, "Watch your mouth about today's matter." Shen Yang assured again and again, "Are you still not confident in me?" "But, Brother Yang, is your nephew's woman fun? I took a look at her this morning, she is pretty and has a good figure. How did you feel when you did that with her?" Shen Yang gave him a cold look and said, "Don't ask questions that you shouldn't ask. I'm just curious." Shen Yang muttered, "If Shen Yuchen knew that you slept with his woman, I don't know how ugly his face would be." He became more and more excited as he spoke, and subconsciously looked up at Shen Yang, and saw a half smile on his face. Shen Yang shuddered immediately and made a zippering gesture with his fingers to indicate that he would not say anything nonsense. Shen Yang loosened his sleeves and said calmly, "If I catch you talking too much, go mining." Shen Yang's heart suddenly sank. Is it possible for people to stay in a mining area? He immediately shut up obediently. Shen Yang withdrew his gaze, and Shen Yang followed behind him. He had just been obedient for a short while when he realized something was wrong. This road did not lead to the banquet hall at all. He looked up tentatively and asked Shen Yang, "Brother Yang, did you go the wrong way?" Shen Yang curled his lips, We are not in the wrong place, let's not go back yet, I will show you some fun. Shen Yan was full of doubts, but he didn't dare to ask, so he could only follow Shen Yan. Arriving at the garden, Shen Yang sat in the pavilion drinking tea and said calmly, "By the way, tell Lao Sai to find a few more men." Shen Yang became excited. "Brother Yang, what are you going to do?" "You'll know in a moment." Seeing that Shen Yang was unwilling to say more, Shen Yan curled his lips, not daring to ask more questions, and had to do as he was told. While doing it, she couldn't help but complain in her heart, why does Shen Yang need so many men for nothing? Is it possible that he has some strange fetish? Does he want to play with Wen Li with those men? Not really, brother Yang shouldn't be that perverted. Shen Yan was sending messages while thinking about all sorts of things. On the other side, Wen Li turned on her cell phone and entered the numbers she had memoized word by word. When she saw their familiar avatar, she almost shed tears. She added the person with trembling hands and repeated the same process 3 times before she managed to calm down. "Those 3 WeChat accounts belong to my brother Wen Yangchuan and my parents." The process of waiting for approval was extremely long. Wen Li hesitated for a moment, saved Shen Yang's mobile phone number, and sent him a friend request. He agreed quickly. Wen Li sent him a cute emoticon. Shen Yang didn't reply, but Wen Li took it seriously. As long as the greeting was given, it would be enough. Favorability needs to be built up slowly. Another 2 minutes later, her brother accepted the friend request. Wen Li's heart suddenly started beating violently, and she couldn't wait to open the dialogue box. When Yinchuan's message popped up immediately, "Xiao Li, why did you change your WeChat ID?" Wen Li replied with red eyes, "The previous one was lost, this one was just applied for." Wen Yangchuan, "I see. By the way, Xiao Li, were you also at Shen Yang's birthday party?" Wen Li's mind went blank for a moment. "Also? Her brother is here? How could this happen?" Shen Yuchen had always avoided letting her meet her family, so why would he suddenly bring someone here? What is Shen Yuchen's purpose? Wait, or is this a surprise from Shen Yang for her? Chapter 16 Wen Yangchuan. But, why? Wen Li couldn't figure it out for a moment. She had no idea who brought Wen Yangchuan. If it was Shen Yuchen, then if Wen Li rashly met Wen Yangchuan, wouldn't she fall into Shen Yuchen's trap? Just when she was hesitating, the message alert sounded. Wen Li looked down and saw that it was sent by Shen Yang. There is only a short line of words, "Do you like this gift?" After hearing these words, Wen Li's heart suddenly settled down. She was sure that her brother was brought by Shen Yang. But, is this person so kind? Or is it just that I enjoy serving him? Wen Li replied to Shen Yang, "Thank you, uncle. I knew that uncle loves me the most." A second later, Shen Yang's message came back. Even through the screen, Wen Li could imagine his tone. "Must be lazy, with some impatience, 1 hour." Wen Li breathed a sigh of relief. Shen Yang meant that she only had an hour. But for Wen Li, it was enough. No matter what Shen Yang's intention is, it's good for Wen Li as long as she can see her brother now. She said a few more nice words to coax Shen Yang, but there was no response. Wen Li then asked Wen Yangchuan, "Brother, where are you?" "I'm coming to find you now." Wen Yangchuan replied, "I'll be waiting for you near the rose bushes in the garden. Don't be anxious. Walk carefully and don't fall." Seeing his concern, Wen Li felt a lump in her throat and almost cried. She put her phone in her pocket and walked out the door. She was not afraid that Shen Yuchen would come back suddenly. Shen Yang told her that it would take an hour, which meant that Wen Li would be absolutely safe within this hour. With a heart full of joy, she carefully avoided passers-by and went to the garden. The banquet is in full swing and there are few people in the garden, which gives Wen Li plenty of space. The moment she saw Wen Yangchuan, Wen Li was a little dazed. Wen Yangchuan was sitting on a chair, dressed neatly and cleanly. At first glance, he looked like a young man full of vigor and vitality. Wen Li hadn't seen such a wonderful Wen Yangchuan for a long time. When they met for the last time in their previous life, Wen Yangchuan was thin and grey, and his eyes were full of death. Wen Yangchuan was in great pain at that time, but when he saw Wen Li, he forced a smile. Wen Li still remembers Wen Yangchuan saying to her gently, "Xiao Li, it's not your problem. Don't be sad. Live well." As her memories came back, Wen Li burst into tears. Such a good brother ended up having to live in pain in prison. How could Wen Li not hate Shen Yuchen? When he saw the tears, the smile on Wen Yinchuan's face froze. He was a little at a loss, but he still walked forward, touched Wen Li's hair soothingly, and asked tentatively, "Why are you crying? Did Shen Yuchen bully you?" Wen Li hugged him and hummed muffledly. Wen Yanchuan was immediately furious, "This bastard. When he was with you, he said nice things, saying that he would always love and care for you, but it hasn't been long since then and he has started bullying you. Tell me, what did he do? I'll help you vent your anger." Wen Li's grievances from 2 lifetimes were almost released at once. She calmed down and concealed the fact that she was reborn. She whispered to Wen Yanchuan, "I don't love Shen Yuchen anymore." Wen Yanchuan touched her hair, "If you don't love her, then don't love her. Our Xiaoli is so beautiful and has such a good personality. There are many people lining up to pursue her. If Shen Yuchen missed you, it would be his loss." After saying that, Wen Yanchuan paused and asked tentatively, "When will Xiaoli come home? Mom and Dad miss you very much." Wen Li also wanted to go back, but now, she couldn't. She said in a low voice, "Shen Yuchen and I still have some things to sort out. I will come back after I have dealt with them. Brother, you talk to my parents and tell them not to worry and not to be angry with me and Shen Yuchen." Before he could finish his words, Wen Yanchuan interrupted him in dissatisfaction, "It's already this time, why are you still protecting him?" "I'm not trying to protect him." Wen Li said softly, "I'm afraid that you will get angry and start targeting his company. Shen Yuchen is narrow-minded and will cause us a lot of trouble." Wen Yanchuan sighed and said softly, "When did our Xiaoli need to consider these things? Don't think too much. Whether it's Dad, Mom or me, we don't want you to suffer any grievances. As long as Xiaoli can vent her anger, what does this company matter?" Wen Li cried even harder. She knew that what Wen Yanchuan said was true. In their previous lives, they tried their best to save themselves. Otherwise, he wouldn't have ended up in such a painful way. Wen Li said sullenly, "But I just don't want to. I want you to expand the company, and then give Shen Yuchen a hard time and make him regret bullying me." Hearing this, Wen Yanchuan smiled, "Xiaoli has really grown up, this is a good idea. Then I will listen to you, but the premise is that you can't be wronged again, otherwise." "I see." Wen Li smiled at him and talked to him for a while before getting down to business. "By the way, brother, has there been any abnormal situation in the company recently?" Wen Yanchuan recalled, "It's nothing." Wen Li frowned and said softly, "Brother, please pay attention recently. I suspect there is an undercover agent in the company." Wen Yanchuan always took her words to heart. "Did Shen Yuchen come in?" Wen Li hummed, and Wen Yanchuan cursed a few more times in anger. After calming down, he said, "Don't worry, I will tell Dad and I will definitely find the person." Wen Li's eyes flickered slightly, "I will also help to find out. I will tell you as soon as I have any clues." Shen Yuchen has always been cautious. In his previous life, he didn't know who the undercover agent in the Wen group was until Wen Li died. "You don't have to worry about that." Wen Yanchuan said with a smile, "Leave it to my brother." Wen Li smiled lightly and said, "By the way, brother, you can treat my old WeChat account the same as before. Just say a few words from time to time to avoid Shen Yuchen getting suspicious." Wen Yanchuan's brows furrowed instantly. "What do you mean? Is it Shen Yuchen who has been talking to us during this period?" Wen Li knew that this matter could not be concealed, so she nodded gently, "This is a good thing for us, it can confuse him more." "Xiaoli." Wen Yanchuan was so angry that he was shaking all over. He couldn't imagine how much injustice his spoiled sister had suffered during this period of time. "Okay, brother, I'm fine now, nothing's wrong." Wen Li tried to comfort him, but the more she did so, the more heartbroken Wen Yanchuan felt. He was not a competent brother at all and couldn't even protect his sister. Wen Li knew what he was thinking, and immediately, with some helplessness, she whispered a few words to coax him, and finally calmed him down. The two talked for a few more words, and then Wen Li's cell phone rang. It was Shen Yang who sent her a location, "Come find me." Wen Li frowned and realized that an hour had already passed. "What about my brother? Someone will take him out." Wen Li breathed a sigh of relief and said goodbye to Wen Yanchuan, "Brother, I have something to take care of. You wait here and someone will take you back later." Wen Yanchuan nodded, and he also had to go back to the company to think about the undercover matter. Wen Li moved towards the location. She felt a little nervous, not knowing what Shen Yan wanted to talk to her about. When they arrived at the place, Wen Li discovered that there was another person next to Shen Yang. Chapter 17. This is a way to attract my uncle. Sure enough, in the surveillance video, Shen Yuchen took Qin Ruoruo's hand and walked in front of Mr. Shen. Wen Li heard him say to Mr. Shen, "Grandpa, I'll go out and look for my uncle." This is not a solution. Mr. Shen nodded with satisfaction. Yuchen is still sensible. Okay, go quickly and come back soon. Hearing this, Wen Li couldn't sit still anymore. She looked up at Shen Yang and said, "Uncle, I have to go back." Shen Yang's face turned slightly cold, and he sneered, "Coward." Wen Li didn't pay attention to his thorny tone, but curled her lips slightly, leaned close to his ear and asked softly, "Uncle, do you want to cooperate?" Shen Yang's eyes darkened. "What do you want to cooperate with me?" Wen Li curved her eyes and smiled sweetly. "I'll tell my uncle next time we meet." Keeping me in suspense. Shen Yang raised his eyebrows and asked with a smile. "No." Wen Li pressed her fingertips on his lips. "I just want my uncle to remember me." She said calmly, "This is a little trick to seduce my uncle." Even if she didn't say anything, Shen Yang could see it. But she just made her thoughts clear blatantly. Not at all annoying, but rather endearing. At least Shen Yang's breathing became disordered for a moment when he heard this. After saying this, Wen Li left in a hurry. Shen Yang looked at her back and curled his lips slightly. Quite interesting. When you peel off the surface of the little white flower, you will see that its heart is really black. Shen Yang took a look at the scene in the surveillance video and suddenly felt that there was nothing interesting. He stood up, straightened his clothes, and happened to meet Shen Yan coming back with food. Shen Yang picked a piece of cake pickily, then walked slowly towards his room. Enough of the fun, it's time to collect some interest. On the other side, Wen Li took a shortcut and climbed into the room through the window. She didn't have time to change her shoes, so she just threw them aside in a hurry and then got into the bed barefoot. She turned her cell phone to silent mode, hid in a secluded corner, and deliberately messed up her hair. After doing all this, Wen Li just closed her eyes and the door opened instantly. Wen Li's heart was pounding. If it was 10 seconds later, she would have been dead. Shen Yuechen's eyes fell on her, and when he saw that she was sleeping peacefully, with her cheeks slightly red as if from deep sleep, the tension in his heart suddenly relaxed. He was a little too suspicious. Qin Ruoruo was behind him and didn't see the scene in the room at the first time. She couldn't help but ask, "Aiken, is Miss Wen in there? Is my uncle with her?" Her voice was not small, and Wen Li took this opportunity to blink slightly. She acted out the hazy look of just waking up very well. At least Shen Yuechen's heart softened when he saw it. He turned around and gestured to Qin Ruoruo to keep quiet, then said softly to Wen Li, "Did I wake you up?" Qin Ruoruo then saw Wen Li in the room, and her face suddenly twisted for a moment. Wen Li really didn't have anything to do with Shen Yang? How is that possible? Someone clearly said that they had seen Shen Yang nearby. Could it be that they were lying to her? While Qin Ruoruo was feeling confused and puzzled, Wen Li's gaze had already fallen on her. Wen Li thought this was a good opportunity. She blinked slightly and asked uncertainly, "Aiken, I just heard Qin Ruoruo ask if my uncle is with me. What does that mean?" Shen Yuechen's eyes flickered. "It doesn't mean anything, don't think too much about it, she just said it nonsense." Wen Li paused. "Since it is nonsense, I hope Miss Qin can control her mouth in the future. This is because Aiken is willing to come and verify it in person. If Aiken is not free one day and hears this, won't he misunderstand me?" Qin Ruoruo's face became much uglier when she heard her words. "I'm afraid that my uncle is here with you, and I'm worried about your safety. Wen Li, can you please not think so badly of me?" Wen Li looked up at her, speaking to Shen Yuchen, "My uncle and I have no relationship at all, how could you think he was in my room? Are you really worried about me, or do you want to take this opportunity to throw dirty water on me? Make our Chen think that I am a fickle person." Wen Li kept her eyes on Shen Yuchen. She noticed that after she said this, Shen Yuchen frowned slightly, as if he had heard it. This was exactly what she wanted. The current relationship between Shen Yuchen and Qin Ruoruo was not solid. As long as she kept stirring up trouble, sooner or later, the two would stop trusting each other. Qin Ruoruo's thoughts were discovered by her, and her face immediately turned extremely ugly. She quickly turned around to explain, "Aiken, believe me, I didn't mean that. I don't have so many bad intentions. I just speak my mind, so I speak without thinking, but I..." "Okay." Shen Yuchen interrupted her, "Stop talking. Our Li is fine now anyway, so let's forget about it." Qin Ruoruo pursed her lips, lowered her head, and her eyes were full of malice. Wen Li didn't expect Shen Yuchen to do anything to Qin Ruoruo, but she still had to act out her role. She lowered her head, the emotions in her eyes were delicate and fragile, and she whispered softly, "Aiken, you clearly couldn't bear to see me suffer any injustice before." There was no loud argument, only the extremely aggrieved accusation. Shen Yuchen already felt guilty towards her, and now that guilt was completely aroused. He looked at Wen Li and said softly, "Okay, I know you are unhappy. I will spend more time with you when I have time in the future, okay?" When Wen Li heard this, she seemed to be coaxed and smiled sweetly at him. "It's a deal then. I'll choose the seat, and you must accompany me. If you leave halfway like last time, I won't forgive you." Seeing her mention the last time, Shen Yuchen felt even more guilty and agreed, "Okay, I'll go with you wherever you want to go." Wen Li smiled with her eyes curved, "Okay." Qin Ruoruo watched them talking and laughing, and even agreed on a place for their next date. At that moment, her silver teeth were almost broken by her biting. But because of what happened just now, she was in the wrong and had no way to stop it. Now she could only listen with hatred towards the sky. Shen Yuchen coaxed Wen Li for a while before preparing to take Qin Ruoruo away. Wen Li didn't insist on going with them. After all, she had to avoid suspicion with Shen Yang. What's more, she appeared in front of him right after she flirted with him, so that feeling of being anxious was greatly reduced. Wen Li was indeed sleepy after dealing with people all day, and fell asleep in a daze. Not long into her sleep, she was awakened by a loud noise. She listened in a daze, and heard a woman wailing, "My daughter's accident happened in your room. Shen Yang, you must give me an explanation. Her innocence is ruined now, how can she get married in the future?" Wen Li woke up instantly. The sound came from the garden. She ran to the window and saw a group of people not far away. Shen Yang's familiar cold voice emerged, "What does Madame Chu want?" Mrs. Chu's voice suddenly became sharp, "There is only one way now, that is for you to marry my daughter." Wen Li couldn't help but sneered. Mrs. Chu's abacus beads were about to fall on people's faces. With Shen Yang's personality, it would be strange if he was happy about it. Chapter 18. What is your relationship with him? Sure enough, Shen Yang's voice was filled with sarcasm. "Mrs. Chu, why don't you go to the hospital to make an appointment first? See if you have delusions. Why do you like to daydream so much in broad daylight?" The power of these words was so strong that Wen Li could see Mrs. Chu's ugly expression from a distance. Shen Yang still felt that it was not enough, and continued, "I can't imagine who gave you the confidence to think that I would accept a woman who had just been played with by someone else. What do you think of me, Shen Yang? A trash can? Besides, I only cuckold others, but I don't have the habit of cuckolding myself." When Wen Li heard the last sentence, she subconsciously glanced at Shen Yuchen, who was unaware and was holding Qin Ruoruo's hand and watching the show. Wen Li suddenly laughed out loud. Shen Yang was really good at talking. Although Shen Yuchen knew nothing about this sarcasm, Wen Li still felt good. Madame Chu was also furious at these words, and she argued with a sharp voice. Shen Yang ignored them the whole time. After Madame Chu was exhausted, he spoke lazily, "After saying so much, why don't we first find out the cause of the incident? Mrs. Chu, I'm very curious, who gave you night incense?" The so-called night incense is the source of the aphrodisiac on Shen Yang's clothes. As soon as these words were spoken, the whole audience was like a chicken with its neck pinched, and all noises stopped abruptly. Wen Li looked at Shen Yuchen. There was a moment of surprise and evasion on his face. Wen Li paused. She had a hunch that this matter must be related to Shen Yuchen. Seeing that they stopped talking, Shen Yang was satisfied. "I hope that Madame Chu can give me a perfect answer to this matter. Otherwise, don't blame me for making what happened today public. By then, your daughter won't be able to marry into a rich family. I'm afraid that ordinary men won't want her." Mrs. Chu looked unhappy. Mr. Shen seemed to want to maneuver around, but was stopped by Shen Yang. He said with a smile, "Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you that I have surveillance cameras in my room." After she finished speaking, Mrs. Chu's face turned pale in an instant. Shen Yang was too lazy to argue with them and turned away. This time, no one dared to stop him. Wen Li was very happy after eating enough melons. Just as she was about to send a message to Shen Yang, someone knocked on the door. Wen Li calmly put away her phone, then changed into slippers and went to open the door. The person who came was Shen Yang. Wen Li was a little surprised. What was he doing here? Before Wen Li could put her doubts to rest, a food box was stuffed into her hands. She was stunned for a moment, then heard Shen Yang say, "Brother Yang gave it to me." Did Shen Yang give it to her? Wen Li was really confused, but Shen Yang didn't intend to explain to her. He just delivered the things and left. Wen Li opened it subconsciously, and inside was a wide variety of pastries. Each one looks well made, not cheap stuff. But, what is Shen Yang's purpose? Wen Li couldn't figure it out for a while. Just as she was about to close the box of pastries, the door was kicked open. The man was angry and asked as soon as he entered the door, "What is your relationship with Shen Yan? Why did he come to see you?" Wen Li's heart beat violently. She looked up and saw Shen Yuchen staring at her angrily. Behind him, Qin Ruoruo was gloating. Wen Li smiled bitterly in her heart. With Shen Yang's abilities, it would be easy for him to avoid being discovered by Shen Yuchen. Now that Shen Yuchen saw it, he probably thought Shen Yang did it on purpose. Is this man so petty? Was he taking revenge on her because she didn't go with him? Wen Li couldn't figure out what he was thinking, and she didn't have time to think about it anymore, because at this moment, Shen Yuchen had already grabbed her arm tightly. Feeling the pain in her arm, Wen Li thought for a moment and tears welled up in her eyes. "Shen Yuchen, you hurt me. Wen Li, I really underestimated you. How dare you hook up with someone else behind my back?" "I didn't." Wen Li looked up at him. "I was in this room the whole time and didn't go out. I didn't even have the ability to contact others, so how could I collude? Besides, if you don't say his name, I don't even know his name." Shen Yuchen frowned and believed it a little more. Shen Yang has always been Shen Yang's lackey. Not to mention Wen Li, even Shen Yuchen himself rarely sees Shen Yang. Besides, Wen Li had been locked up in the villa by him for the past year, her cell phone had been confiscated, and she had no ability to contact anyone. Could it be that I really misunderstood Wen Li? Shen Yuchen narrowed his eyes slightly. Then why did he send you something? Qin Ruoruo rolled her eyes and then said to Shen Yuchen, "Chen, this cake looks familiar to me. Do you remember when my uncle arrived just now? He seemed to be holding a piece in his hand. Except for the color, the style is exactly the same." Wen Li's heart skipped a beat, but her face showed no reaction. Shen Yuchen paused, and after thinking carefully, he felt that what Qin Ruoruo said was indeed right. Could it be that the pastry was given to Wen Li by her uncle? He looked at Wen Li, frowned, and asked, "Did Shen Yang say anything when he brought you something?" When Wen Li saw his expression, she knew what was going on. He was probably certain that the pastry was given by Shen Yang. In that case, Wen Li had nothing to hide. The more she concealed this thing, the more suspicious Shen Yuchen would become. It would be better for her to tell Shen Yuchen directly. Thinking of this, Wen Li said softly, "He said that my uncle asked him to give it to me." After Wen Li said that, Shen Yuchen frowned slightly and fell into deep thought. Wen Li didn't know what he was thinking, so she could only remain silent. Qin Ruoruo on the other side was extremely jealous. Why did everyone treat Wen Li differently? It would be fine if Shen Yuchen was like this, but why would Shen Yang, such a perfect man, treat Wen Li differently? The atmosphere was strangely silent for 2 minutes. Then, Shen Yuchen raised his head and squinted at Wen Li. "Are you familiar with my uncle?" How could Wen Li admit it? She shook her head repeatedly. "No, I just saw him last time in Jinyu." Hearing her answer, Shen Yuchen's eyes flickered slightly. "Forget it, don't dwell on this, I'm going to find my uncle now, you come with me." Wen Li curled her fingers slightly, and before she could say anything, Qin Ruoruo got upset first. "What about me?" Shen Yuchen remained calm. "You've been tired all day, go and have a good rest first, I'll come find you when I'm done." Qin Ruoruo's face was full of displeasure, but Shen Yuchen had made up his mind. Qin Ruoruo knew that she would not gain anything by continuing to pester him, so she could only leave reluctantly. After she left, Shen Yuchen looked at Wen Li and said, "By the way, change into some nice clothes." Wen Li frowned. "What do you mean?" He deliberately asked her to change into nice clothes. Was he planning to let her seduce Shen Yang? Chapter 19. You feel sorry for him. Shen Yuchen's eyes flickered slightly, and when he looked up again, his expression softened a lot. "Be good, Li, the Shen family pays attention to etiquette and image. If you dress beautifully, you will leave a good impression on your uncle, and my family will like you more. Be obedient, and I won't harm you." Wen Li laughed sarcastically in her heart. He wouldn't hurt her. Shen Yuchen's words were the biggest joke Wen Li had ever heard. On the surface, she pretended to be shy. "Is that so? I misunderstood Chen." Shen Yuchen turned his head away uncomfortably and hummed softly. Wen Li knew that this was the best opportunity for her to make Shen Yuchen feel guilty, so she added softly, I trust our Chen the most, because I know you treat me the best. Shen Yuchen paused and looked at her. In his eyes, Wen Li smiled sweetly and softly, her eyes full of trust in him, which made his heart waver slightly. After Wen Li smiled at him, she went straight to the bathroom to change clothes without caring about Shen Yuchen's expression. Her chest and back were covered with large marks from Shen Yang's bites and kisses, so she couldn't wear anything revealing and only chose a slim-fitting outfit. Wen Li went out only after checking in the mirror several times to make sure that there would be no marks on her body. As soon as Shen Yuchen saw her, he frowned slightly. Wen Li knew the reason. He felt that the dress was too conservative and did not meet his desired standards. But at this moment, he felt guilty about Wen Li's smile, so he opened his mouth but said nothing. Seeing this, Wen Li gave herself a thumbs up in satisfaction. With the intention of making Shen Yuchen feel guilty, Wen Li endured the nausea and walked over to hold Shen Yuchen's arm. Aiken, why are we going to look for my uncle? What should I say when I see him later? Her tone was very excited, and to Shen Yuchen's ears, it sounded like she was extremely looking forward to meeting her family. He looked at Wen Li with complicated eyes, and after a moment of silence, he said softly, I'm going to discuss business with my uncle. Wen Li looked at him in a confused manner, business? Then is it not a good idea for me to go? Shen Yuchen avoided her sight, it's nothing wrong, I need your help. Wen Li lowered her eyes, hiding the disgust in her eyes, and said with a little excitement, how can I help Aiken? Hearing this, Shen Yuchen suddenly felt himself choked up, and couldn't even utter the words he had prepared. He unconsciously reached out his hand, as if wanting to touch Wen Li's hair. Wen Li would not give him the chance to touch her, and immediately blinked in confusion. Is there something on my head? Or is my hairstyle crooked? Shen Yuchen came back to his senses. No, Ali, you know that my company's situation has not been good recently, and my uncle has been targeting me, so I hope you can help me say a few words when the time comes. Really? Wen Li couldn't help sneering in her heart. Shen Yuchen's words sounded nice, but he actually wanted to give her to Shen Yang to pray for the success of his company. Wen Li was almost sickened to death. She couldn't understand why she fell in love with Shen Yuchen in her previous life. Seeing that she was silent, Shen Yuchen sighed softly, Ali, I don't have any other ideas. I just think that since my uncle sent you cakes, he must like you very much. If you speak for me, my uncle is more likely to listen to you. After saying that, he stopped and looked at Wen Li seriously. You don't want to see me worrying about the company's affairs every day, right? If this matter is resolved, I can also spare more time to accompany you. Li, just think of it as a plea from your uncle for us, okay? What he said sounded very nice. If Wen Li had not lived her life again, she would probably have been somewhat deceived by his serious attitude. Unfortunately, Shen Yuchen had calculated the wrong thing. Given her and Shen Yang's current relationship, if Wen Li went to plead for mercy, Shen Yang would only get angrier. Thinking of this, Wen Li lowered her eyes, and a hint of subtle malice flashed in the depths of her pupils. When she raised her head again, she said softly, is that so? But I don't have much contact with my uncle, so I'm not sure if he will help. What if? It's okay. Shen Yuchen breathed a sigh of relief, his eyes full of tenderness. I believe in Li. Wen Li said, well, if it doesn't work out, don't blame me, Aiken. Shen Yuchen smiled more gently, just do your best. Wen Li chuckled, heartlessly took his arm and continued walking forward. Wen Li wanted to see if Shen Yuchen could still laugh when he shot himself in the foot. Seeing her so happy, Shen Yuchen's eyes filled with even deeper guilt. He felt that he had really underestimated Wen Li's feelings for him. As long as she could help him, Wen Li would be so happy. He would have to be nicer to Wen Li in the future. The two of them, each with their own ulterior motives, walked to Shen Yang's door. After the incident at the Chu group, Shen Yang moved his room to a new location, which was obviously more quiet. Shen Yuchen's eyes flickered slightly, and he signaled Wen Li, Ali, knock on the door. Wen Li seemed a little confused, but didn't ask any more questions and went to knock on the door obediently. Shen Yuchen breathed a sigh of relief. After all, given his current relationship with Shen Yang, if he went to knock on the door, he would most likely be turned away. Wen Li knocked twice before a lazy voice came from inside the door. Who? Wen Li's eyes flickered slightly. Uncle, I'm Wen Li. The person inside the door did not answer. After 2 minutes, the door was opened. Wen Li looked up, then froze in place. Shen Yan's upper body was naked, with kiss marks left by her bites, so blatantly spread all over his muscles. One could imagine the intensity of the battle at a glance. Wen Li felt a little uneasy for a rare moment. Shen Yan's originally slightly gentle gaze was instantly filled with frost when it touched Shen Yuchen behind her. He glanced at Wen Li with a half-smile, and happened to catch her slightly guilty look. Immediately, Shen Yan sneered, "Why, Shen Yuchen, are you so timid now? You don't even dare to knock on the door." Being ridiculed, Shen Yuchen lowered his head, a trace of annoyance flashed in his eyes, but he didn't dare to get angry, so he could only bite the bullet and change the subject. "Uncle, I came to you to discuss something." Shen Yan nonchalantly embarrassed him, "I don't think you've given it much thought." After that, he paused, looked at Shen Yuchen's ugly face, and smiled evilly, "Do you disrespect me so much now?" Shen Yuchen's expression changed immediately. "What the hell are you talking about, uncle? I definitely respect my uncle, but I'm afraid he'll be angry with me and won't open the door." Shen Yan sneered, "You make it sound like I'm petty." Shen Yuchen gritted his teeth and apologized, "I'm sorry, uncle, I'm too narrow-minded." Seeing his cowardly look, Shen Yan was too lazy to pay attention to him. "Okay, if you have something to say, just say it." Shen Yuchen glanced at Wen Li and motioned for her to speak. Wen Li rolled her eyes in her heart, but still said, "Uncle, can we go in and talk?" Shen Yan glanced at Wen Li and said with a half-smile, "You really do care about him." This simple sentence instantly sent a chill down Wen Li's spine. She could sense that Shen Yan seemed angry. Chapter 20 Kneel down. Fortunately, after saying this, Shen Yan did not make things difficult for anyone, but instead stepped aside and motioned for the two to come in. Shen Yuchen breathed a sigh of relief in his heart, and his eyes couldn't help but fall on Shen Yan. Shen Yan must have just finished taking a shower, with only his lower body covered by a bath towel, so Shen Yuchen could clearly see the marks on his body. There were many red marks on his back from the woman's nails. Shen Yuchen couldn't help but be secretly shocked. Who on earth could have caught Shen Yan's eye? If we can find out the identity of this woman, will we have the initiative when facing Shen Yan in the future? Thinking of this, Shen Yuchen felt a rare sense of excitement in his heart. The marks on Shen Yan's body were obviously fresh, which meant that this woman must have appeared at the banquet today. The scope was narrowed instantly, and Shen Yuchen prepared to go back and investigate thoroughly. Just as his mood brightened up a little, he suddenly heard a cold voice, "What are you standing for? Kneel down." Shen Yuchen looked up and saw Shen Yan sitting on the sofa, looking up at him lazily. Hearing this blatant insult, Shen Yuchen couldn't help but clench his fists. Shen Yan is older than him, and the Shen family has always had strict education. Shen Yuchen cannot resist what the elders say. He could only kneel down reluctantly. Seeing this, Wen Li didn't know whether she should kneel down as well. Just as she was hesitating, Shen Yan kicked a chair over and said coldly, "Sit aside and don't get in the way." Wen Li wished this were the case. She acted timid and frightened, and obediently dragged her chair to the corner and sat down. Shen Yuchen's face became even uglier. He was the only one kneeling in the whole room. Wen Li, who had always been played around by him, could sit and watch him embarrass himself. This feeling was a great humiliation for Shen Yuchen. If it were any other time, Shen Yuchen would have lost his temper, but he had to ask Shen Yan for a favor, so no matter how much humiliation he had to endure. Shen Yuchen suppressed the bloody taste in his throat and said to Shen Yan in a flattering manner, "Uncle, I don't know what I did wrong recently. I apologize to you. I will accept any punishment you want to give me, but Jinxing has just started and can't withstand too much trouble. You see." Shen Yan looked at him nonchalantly, "You didn't provoke me." Shen Yuchen's expression changed, "Then you. I simply don't like you." Shen Yan smiled viciously. Seeing that he didn't even want to maintain the superficial peace, the expression on Shen Yuchen's face could hardly be maintained and some cracks appeared. He gritted his teeth and cursed Shen Yan hundreds of times in his heart, but he could only ask in a flattering manner, "What do you want me to do to let Jinxing go?" "I'll do anything you ask me to do." Upon hearing this, Shen Yan raised his eyebrows slightly. I heard that you are competing for the land in area recently." Shen Yuchen clenched his teeth instantly. Wen Li looked at the undercurrent in the atmosphere between them, her fingertips curled slightly. As for the piece of land in Area A, Wen Li really knew that Shen Yuchen had paid a lot for that piece of land. In his previous life, Shen Yang also fought for this piece of land, but because of the Chu group incident, Shen Yang was overwhelmed. Old Master Shen secretly helped Shen Yuchen a lot, which resulted in the piece of land eventually falling into Shen Yuchen's hands, allowing him to make a fortune. This laid a solid foundation for Jinxing's long-term prosperity. Wen Li suddenly became interested. What if she destroyed this cornerstone? She remembered how much Shen Yuchen bid for this piece of land. If she revealed this to Shen Yang, would Shen Yuchen still be able to get this piece of land? Thinking of this, Wen Li couldn't stop feeling excited. Since she wants to destroy everything Shen Yuchen possesses one by one, isn't now the best opportunity? Let us start from here. On the other side, the two of them were confronting each other, neither of them was willing to give in, and they didn't notice Wen Li's expression at all. In the end, it was Shen Yuchen who lost his temper first and said, "Uncle, I have no say over that piece of land. It was Grandpa who asked me to compete for it. Apart from this, anything else is fine." Shen Yang sneered, "You are good at using the old man to pressure me." "I dare not." Shen Yuchen lowered his head, "I can't disobey Grandpa, please forgive me, Uncle." "Yeah." Shen Yang nodded nonchalantly, "In that case, there's nothing to talk about. Go away." Shen Yuchen's expression froze and his face suddenly turned much uglier. He didn't expect that Shen Yang would not leave any room for negotiation and directly started to drive him away without saying a word of disagreement. He opened his mouth, "Uncle." Shen Yang raised his eyebrows, "Do you want me to treat you?" Shen Yuchen clenched his teeth immediately. He turned his head to look at Wen Li, motioning for her to speak. Wen Li's eyes flashed, and she obediently walked to Shen Yang's side and said to him softly, "Uncle, please give Aiken a chance." Anyway, she was very sure that she could help Shen Yang get this piece of land, so that Shen Yang could get more benefits from Shen Yuchen, which would be more beneficial to Wen Li. Shen Yang glanced at Wen Li with a half-smile. "Is this your attitude when asking for help?" Wen Li paused, then stood up obediently and poured him a cup of tea. "Please, Uncle." Shen Yang's eyes darkened, and he inexplicably recalled the time when Wen Li begged him during the day. The words were the same, but the tone was several hundred degrees more charming than now. His eyes fell on Wen Li's waistline, his eyes were burning, but the aura around him became colder. Wen Li's hands were sore from serving tea, and her skin was badly burned by the boiling hot teacup. Shen Yang did not take it, but said sarcastically, "You are like his lapdog, you are happy to do whatever he asks you to do." Wen Li pursed her lips and pretended to be fragile and pitiful. Shen Yuchen took a look at her and then looked away. Wen Li maintained this posture for 5 minutes before Shen Yang casually picked up the tea. At that time, Wen Li's fingers were burned red. Shen Yang looked at Shen Yuchen, "This is your last chance. If I am not satisfied with what you offer, there is no room for negotiation." Shen Yuchen finally breathed a sigh of relief. He first subconsciously glanced at Wen Li, and when he saw her pale face, he felt a rare pain in his heart. He retracted his gaze, hesitated for a while, gritted his teeth and said to Shen Yang, "Uncle, haven't you been asking about things in Southeast Asia recently? I do know someone, you see." Hearing this, Wen Li was in a trance for a moment. Southeast Asia? The devil's den that had tortured her for more than 2 years. Her face turned much paler, and the pain she had experienced in the past 2 years resurfaced and almost swallowed her. She suppressed the hatred in her heart and her eyes fell on Shen Yang. Why did he want to inquire about that devil's cave? Wen Li couldn't guess, but this might be a good thing. If Shen Yang wanted to take action there, Wen Li would be happy to see it happen. She had long wanted to clean out that den of evil. Shen Yang seemed to be somewhat interested in what Shen Yuchen said. He raised his eyebrows and said, "That's not enough. I have another request." Shen Yuchen saw that there was a play, and quickly said, "You go ahead. I'm going to attend a banquet next week and let Wen Li accompany me." Shen Yang said lightly. Wen Li looked at Shen Yang in surprise. She seemed to be too surprised and her face turned pale. Seeing Wen Li so vulnerable, Shen Yuchen felt guilty. "Uncle, are you going to attend the cruise banquet in City B? People from Southeast Asia will also be there, and it may not be convenient for Ali." "You don't know, she." Before he could finish his words, Shen Yang interrupted him with a sneer, "Shut up, Shen Yuchen, do you think you have any choice?" After he finished speaking, his eyes fell on Wen Li, and he said with a half-smile, "You decide whether to go or not." When Wen Li heard this, her heart suddenly tightened. She was sure that Shen Yang was crazy. Chapter 21 I Sleep with Ali. When she heard that she was going to meet someone from there, Wen Li resisted from the bottom of her heart. She didn't know who would come from Southeast Asia, and if the person who came knew her, Wen Li would be doomed. Can. She looked up at Shen Yang, who had no expression on his face, but Wen Li had a sudden feeling that if she didn't go this time, it would be difficult for her to cooperate with Shen Yan in the future. Forget it. You can't catch a wolf without sacrificing a lamb. Anyway, she looks so much like Qin Ruoruo. At worst, she can just put on similar makeup. If the people over there really know her, she will just say she is Qin Ruoruo. Thinking of this, Wen Li looked up and first glanced at Shen Yuchen, pretending to be tangled and uneasy. Then she pursed her lips and asked Shen Yang with a pale face, "If I go, can the matter between you and Aiken be written off?" As soon as these words came out, Shen Yang's eyes suddenly became full of sarcasm. He looked at Wen Li and sneered, "I didn't realize that you are such a loyal licking dog." This was not a pleasant thing to say. Wen Li lowered her head and turned a deaf ear to it. To Shen Yuchen, this look was the look of humiliation and sadness. His heart suddenly ached badly, and he began to reflect on himself for a rare moment. It was his fault to find a substitute, so it was not Wen Li's fault that she was so angry. Instead of severing contact with his substitute, he imprisoned Wen Li. In this situation, Wen Li can still be so sincere to him, so what reason does he have not to be nicer to Wen Li? Thinking of this, Shen Yuchen looked at Wen Li with a softer gaze. Feeling that disgusting gaze, Wen Li was really disgusted. Shen Yang added with a cold look in his eyes, "Don't worry, I'm not a mean person who goes back on my word." Wen Li seemed to be relieved, and looked at Shen Yang firmly and said, "Then I'll go." Although he had achieved his goal, Shen Yang didn't seem that happy, and even the sarcasm in his eyes became more intense. Seeing this scene, Wen Li knew that Shen Yang was really angry. Sure enough, the next second, Wen Li and Shen Yuchen were ruthlessly kicked out. Wen Li sighed in her heart. After getting rid of the useless Shen Yuchen, she would have to go back to coax Shen Yang. Shen Yuchen didn't know what Wen Li was thinking. Seeing Wen Li hanging her head, he thought she was still sad about what Shen Yang had just said, so he gently pinched Wen Li's face and whispered, "Ali, thank you for your hard work." Wen Li's eyes moved, and she forced herself to suppress the feeling of nausea. She would have to wash her face several times when she got back. After calming down, Wen Li raised her head again with a pale smile on her face. She said softly, "As long as I can help you, I will be very happy." Hearing Wen Li's sensible words, Shen Yuchen's heart softened completely. For the first time, he regretted his lukewarm attitude towards Wen Li some time ago. He looked down at Wen Li's hand. Her delicate skin had been burned red, and one could tell at a glance how much pain she had suffered. "I'll ask the butler to bring you some burn ointment later." "No need." Wen Li smiled, "It will be fine after a while." "Want to use burn ointment to make up for your guilt? How can such a good thing happen in this world?" Wen Li was determined not to let him feel comfortable. People like Shen Yuchen should always remember the wrong things they have done. Sure enough, after hearing Wen Li's words, Shen Yuchen felt even more upset. He frowned, but could do nothing but walk back side by side with Wen Li. Wen Li was not in the mood to care about him, but was thinking about what was happening with Shen Yang. She had to think about how to coax him. However, after thinking for a long time, she still didn't get an answer. Wen Li found that she knew too little about Shen Yang and didn't even know what he liked. Just as she was lost in thought, Shen Yuchen suddenly called her, "Ali." Wen Li came back to her senses and quickly adjusted her state, looking at him with puzzled eyes. "What's wrong?" Shen Yuchen's eyes stayed on her face for a moment, and then he said softly, "You stepped on your skirt." Wen Li was stunned for a moment. She looked down and found that she had indeed stepped on the hem of her skirt. Before she could make any move, Shen Yuchen had already bent down to help her adjust her skirt. Wen Li was also happy to let him serve her, after all, he owed her that. But she was really disgusted by Shen Yuchen's pretending to be affectionate, so she simply looked away. The next second, she saw Qin Ruoruo deep in the corridor. Qin Ruoruo stared at her and Shen Yuchen, her hands hanging at her sides clenched into fists. Even from a distance, Wen Li could feel her anger. Qin Ruoruo was really going crazy at this moment. She waited for Shen Yuchen in the house for a long time, but he never came back. She was extremely anxious and had to go out to look for him. But after taking only 2 steps, she saw him helping Wen Li adjust the hem of her skirt with tenderness in his eyes. An unprecedented sense of crisis swept over her. Qin Ruoruo even had a feeling at this moment that Wen Li would snatch Shen Yuchen away at any time. No. How can this be possible? Qin Ruoruo gritted her teeth, swallowed the anger in her heart, put on a sweet attitude, and walked towards Wen Li. Seeing her expression change so quickly, Wen Li was not in a hurry. No matter what Qin Ruoruo did today, the one who would have the upper hand would be her, Wen Li. When Qin Ruoruo came in front of the two of them, Shen Yuchen had also finished adjusting the hem of her skirt. When she stood up and saw her, she frowned slightly. "Why are you here?" "I can't sleep without you by my side, so I came out to take a look." Qin Ruoruo answered very obediently. Then she turned her gaze to Wen Li, and said angrily, "Miss Wen, Aiken has been tired all day, you should be more considerate of him and don't bother him with such a small matter as fixing the hem of his skirt." Wen Li raised her eyebrows, and while Shen Yuechen's eyes were on Qin Ruoruo, she gave her a provocative smile. Qin Ruoruo was already on the verge of collapse from her anger, and after being ridiculed like this, she lost control of herself and her face was distorted for a second. Shen Yuchen saw all the changes that happened in this instant. He frowned slightly. Why is Qin Ruoruo so jealous recently? Shen Yuchen felt a little unhappy for no reason, and spoke in a very harsh tone. "You also said that this is a small matter, how tired can I be? Besides, I did it willingly to help our Li." Hearing his dissatisfaction, Qin Ruoruo's eyelashes trembled, and she quickly explained, "I don't mean to blame Miss Wen, I just feel sorry for Aiken." Hearing this, Shen Yuechen's expression became a little better. "Okay, it's already so late, you should go back to bed." Qin Ruoruo immediately showed a pitiful look. "What about Aiken?" Shen Yuechen's eyes fell on Wen Li, and Wen Li immediately felt something was wrong. Why is Shen Yuchen looking at her? The next second, Wen Li's doubts were answered. She heard Shen Yuchen say, "I'll sleep with Li tonight." These words were like thunder, exploding in Wen Li's ears. She used all her strength to resist the urge to curse. What's wrong with Shen Yuchen? Chapter 22. It really irritates me. Qin Ruoruo's expression suddenly changed. A strong sense of crisis enveloped her. She quickly said, "But Qin Ruoruo." Shen Yuchen frowned and called her name in a cold and hard tone. "Ali has been afraid of the dark since she was a child. I can't just leave her alone." When Wen Li heard this, she almost laughed out loud, and her heart was filled with strong irony. When Shen Yuchen mercilessly locked her in the basement and tortured her for so many years, why didn't he think that she was afraid of the dark? It's so hypocritical and ridiculous. Qin Ruoruo was silent for a long time, then raised her head, with a wronged face, and said with a look of wanting to cry but not wanting to, "I know, Aiken." After saying that, she walked back absent-mindedly. After walking a few steps, she turned back to look at Wen Li. "Miss Wen, Aiken's favorite air conditioning temperature is 26. If it's too high, he will feel hot, and if it's too low, he will catch a cold. I hope you can take good care of him." Wen Li found it ridiculous to hear this. Was Qin Ruoruo putting herself in the role of an ancient queen? Her lover wants to sleep with another woman, but she doesn't dare to say a word, and yet she is here giving him instructions on precautions. Qin Ruoruo saw the mockery in her eyes and became even angrier. But now, Shen Yuchen was obviously going to stand by Wen Li, so no matter how much she said, it would be useless and would only annoy people. Qin Ruoruo could only leave reluctantly. After she left, Wen Li said to Shen Yuchen, "Miss Qin looks very sad. Why don't you go and keep her company tonight?" After hearing this, Shen Yuchen felt that Wen Li had become more sensible, but he didn't know that Wen Li just didn't want to have contact with him from the bottom of her heart because it would make her feel disgusted. Shen Yuchen looked at Wen Li with guilt in his eyes. "I've been too busy with work recently and neglected you. Our Li, don't worry, I will definitely spend more time with you in the future." Wen Li gave a weak smile. If that was true, it would be too unlucky. But when Shen Yuchen saw this smile, it was misinterpreted. He just thought that he had broken his promises too many times during this period, so Wen Li was unwilling to believe him. Wen Li knew that this matter could not be rushed. If he urged Shen Yuchen to leave now, given his personality, he would definitely be suspicious, and all the work he had done during this period would be in vain. Thinking of this, she simply took Shen Yuchen back. Wen Li understood Qin Ruoruo well. She knew that Qin Ruoruo would never let it go since she had provoked her just now. All she needs to do now is delay time. As soon as Wen Li returned to the room, she said she was going to take a shower. Without waiting for Shen Yuchen to say anything, she picked up the bath towel, went into the bathroom and locked the door. Shen Yuchen looked at the closed door and frowned somewhat dissatisfiedly. Another hour passed. Wen Li could no longer delay, so she dressed and went out. Shen Yan was already sitting on the bed at that time. When he looked up at her, a hint of surprise flashed in his eyes. He always felt that Wen Li had changed a little. He didn't know when it started, but her face became more charming. Even standing there motionless, she was particularly alluring. His Adam's apple rolled slightly, and the fire in his lower abdomen suddenly burst out. Wen Li realized that something was wrong with him almost instantly, and all the muscles in her body tensed with alertness. Shen Yan approached her step by step, his voice becoming much hoarse. Ali. Wen Li got goosebumps all over her body and felt disgusted. Before she could say anything, there was the sound of breaking glass from the next room, followed by a scream. The person living in that room is Qin Ruoruo. The slightly ambiguous atmosphere just now was destroyed in an instant, and the lust in Shen Yuechen's eyes faded, replaced by a layer of boredom. Wen Li breathed a sigh of relief without showing any emotion. Qin Ruoruo did not disappoint her. Just as this thought came to her mind, someone knocked loudly on her door. Wen Li quickly followed suit and said softly to Shen Yang, "It should be Miss Qin. Go and have a look before anything happens." Her understanding made Qin Ruoruo seem even more unreasonable. Shen Yuchen walked over and opened the door with dissatisfaction. Before he could finish his words of reprimand, someone hugged him around the waist. He looked down and saw Qin Ruoruo crying and shaking all over. Chen, I'm so scared." Wen Li glanced at her and couldn't help but sigh that Qin Ruoruo was really capable of doing this to her. She came here barefoot, and to add to her pitiful atmosphere, her feet were cut by broken glass, and there was a little blood with every step she took. Shen Yuchen noticed it quickly. He felt sorry for Qin Ruoruo, so he immediately hugged her in his arms and asked with a frown, "What happened?" Qin Ruoruo sobbed and cried, I had a nightmare. I dreamed that you didn't want me anymore, and I woke up in shock." When Shen Yuchen heard this, he couldn't bear to be angry with her anymore and kept coaxing her. Qin Ruoruo huddled in his arms, a smug smile flashed in her eyes, but her words were still pitiful. "Aiken, I'm really too scared, can you please not leave me?" How could Shen Yuchen care so much? He agreed again and again. Qin Ruoruo then looked at Wen Li timidly, but Miss Wen, forget it, Aiken, you should stay here with her. I can do it myself." Wen Li raised her eyebrows when she heard this. Qin Ruoruo was quite good at retreating in order to advance. But she really had no intention of competing with Qin Ruoruo. He was just a piece of trash, and only Qin Ruoruo treated him as a treasure. Shen Yuchen frowned and glanced at Wen Li, seeming to be very conflicted. Wen Li simply added fuel to the fire. "Go, Aiken, Miss Qin's foot wound is so serious that her mobility is limited. She needs you to take care of her." Hearing this, Shen Yuchen felt even more guilty towards Wen Li. "Sorry, Ali, I will make it up to you." After saying that, he hugged Qin Ruoruo and left. Wen Li finally breathed a sigh of relief. She took one look at the wrinkled bed and was completely disgusted. She reached out and grabbed the bed sheet, opened the bed, and then threw aside everything that Shen Yuchen had touched. Only then did she feel relieved. Wen Li waited for a few more minutes until Shen Yuechen's figure completely disappeared in the corridor, then Wen Li sneaked out. She followed the path she had just taken and went to Shen Yang's room. But after knocking on the door for a long time, there was no response. Wen Li frowned slightly and was about to continue knocking on the door when she heard a strange voice from the side. "Miss Wen. Why are you here? Is there something you want to talk to Master Shen Yang about?" Wen Li's heart skipped a beat and she looked back. The person coming was wearing a butler's clothes. She nodded. "I just came to visit my uncle with Yu Chen, and I accidentally dropped my necklace, so I came to look for it." The housekeeper heard this, but he didn't doubt it, just nodded and said, "Master Zhu left, it must be something urgent, come back in 2 days." Wen Li responded obediently, turned around to thank the housekeeper, and then returned to her room under the housekeeper's sight. She breathed a sigh of relief and leaned back on the sofa. She was a little puzzled. Where could Shen Yang go so late? After thinking about it, Wen Li still couldn't get an answer. She paused and felt that she should apologize in time, otherwise Shen Yang's anger would grow over time. Thinking of this, she took out her cell phone and sent a message to Shen Yang. "Uncle, I just looked for you, but you were not in the room. I want to apologize to you for what happened today." The message was not sent and a bright red exclamation mark appeared on the screen. Wen Li was stunned for a long time before finally accepting the fact that she had been blocked. She was completely panicked now. It was over. She was afraid that she had really pissed off Shen Yan. Chapter 23. Can you pay attention to me? Wen Li hesitated for a moment and called Shen Yan again. As expected, no one answered. It's really over now. She carefully chose her words and sent a message to Shen Yan. Uncle, don't be angry. I had to defend Shen Yuchen because I had no choice. In fact, I really want to go with you. Can you please pay attention to me? Still no response, no one answered. Wen Li actually had a strange illusion at this moment, as if she was a poor woman who was being given the cold shoulder in her relationship. Forget it, I'll explain it to Shen Yan next time I see him. Wen Li hit her phone and lay down in bed. Just as I was about to fall asleep, I heard a noise from next door. It was the most seductive voice of a woman. Wen Li. To be honest, she admired them quite a lot. Qin Ruoruo's foot was injured, but she still had the mood to do such a thing. Unable to sleep, Wen Li kept her eyes open and counted the time in boredom. 20 minutes. Not even 1/3 of Shen Yan's. After the noise next door died down, Wen Li yawned and prepared to go to bed. Before I fell asleep, there was a knock on the door. Wen Li almost cursed, but she covered her head and pretended not to hear. Not long after, Wen Li's phone rang again. It was Shen Yuchen calling her. She frowned, answered the phone, and said in a sleepy voice, "What's wrong, Aiken?" Shen Yuchen paused, "Are you asleep?" Wen Li hummed in a depressed tone, looking like she had not yet woken up. Shen Yuchen was silent for a moment. "Did you hear any sound just now?" "What's the meaning?" Wen Li sneered in her heart. Could it be that he had done it and felt guilty, so he came to see her reaction? Or do you think she would be jealous if she heard it, so you came to take a look? No matter which one it was, Wen Li felt that he was as disgusting as a clown. She calmed herself down and asked blankly, "I didn't hear anything." "What's wrong? Did something happen?" "No." Shen Yuechen's tone seemed a little unhappy. "Forget it, go to bed early." Wen Li said, "Oh," and was about to hang up the phone when she heard a coquettish voice from the other end. "Aiken, my waist hurts a little, can you rub it for me?" Wen Li raised her eyebrows, pretending not to hear anything, and hung up the phone with a click. Shen Yuchen didn't call again, and Wen Li fell into a sound sleep. What she didn't know was that in the next room, Shen Yuchen pushed away Qin Ruoruo, who was rushing towards him, and remained silent for a long time under her surprised gaze. After a long while, he finally said, "I'm going out for a cigarette." Qin Ruoruo's eyes dimmed a little, and she forced a smile and said, "Okay, smoke less, it's not good for your health." "Yeah, I know." Shen Yuchen responded casually and went out. He always felt something was wrong. Wen Li didn't seem to care about him as much as before. Forget it, it might be an illusion. Wen Li understands him so well and is so sensible, how could she not love him? Although he comforted himself in this way, Shen Yuchen still smoked one cigarette after another. On the other side, Wen Li had a good sleep. The Shen family has many rules. Anyone who stays overnight in the old house must arrive before 7 in the morning to eat. Wen Li got up early, dressed neatly and went out, bumping into Qin Ruoruo and Shen Yuchen, who lived next door. They seemed to have been having fun until very late yesterday, and both of them looked bad, especially Qin Ruoruo, who even had a dark spot under her eyes. Compared with the dazzling Wen Li, it really pales in comparison. Shen Yuechen's gaze unconsciously fell on Wen Li. God knows, when he and Qin Ruoruo were doing that kind of thing last night, his mind was full of Wen Li's voice, appearance and smile. It's really fucking possessed. Noticing Shen Yuechen's gaze, Qin Ruoruo's resentful eyes immediately fell on Wen Li. Wen Li gave Shen Yuchen a hypocritical sweet smile. "Aiken, let's go eat. I'm a little hungry." Shen Yuchen nodded and was about to lead them forward. Wen Li keenly noticed that his attitude was wrong. Her eyes flickered slightly and she suddenly asked, "Aiken, are you going to take Qin Ruoruo with you too?" Qin Ruoruo was delighted when she heard this. Wen Li, this stupid woman, couldn't pretend anymore, right? Now she's exposed. It would be strange if Shen Yuchen didn't get annoyed with her. She was happily waiting for Shen Yuchen to get angry, but unexpectedly, Shen Yuchen just curled his lips slightly and smiled. Look at that smile, how can there be any blame? It's clearly all pampering. Qin Ruoruo panicked as she heard Shen Yuchen say to Wen Li, "What? Don't you want me to take Ruoruo with you?" Qin Ruoruo's heart suddenly sank. Seeing her pale face, Wen Li was in a good mood. She nodded coquettishly, "Of course not. I am your female companion. You should only take me with you." When Shen Yuchen heard this, the gloom in his heart was swept away. This was right. Wen Li should be jealous and angry. He was in a much happier mood, and he said to Qin Ruoruo with a smile on his lips, "Ruoruo, you stay." Qin Ruoruo's face suddenly turned pale. Shen Yuchen paused and added, "What do you want to eat? I'll bring it back to you later." After he finished speaking, he turned around and left with Wen Li, not even noticing Qin Ruoruo with red eyes. Wen Li was in a much happier mood and her steps became much lighter. After all, she should be able to meet Shen Yang when she goes to have breakfast, so here is her chance to explain. Shen Yuchen, who was following her, saw her like this and thought that Wen Li was so happy because he was with her. His heart softened immediately, and a smile appeared on the corners of his lips. Wen Li glanced at it and quickly looked away. What a disgusting smile. When the two arrived, half of the Shen family's people were there. Wen Li took a quick look and didn't see Shen Yang. She pursed her lips slightly and waited patiently, but when the meal started, the man didn't come. Mr. Shen's expression became more and more gloomy. When the clock struck 7, he snorted coldly and scolded, "How rude." You quickly followed up, "It's because he has no upbringing. No wonder his parents died early." Wen Li frowned slightly, and the next second, a cold voice emerged, "Really? If you say one more word, I don't mind letting you die early." The whole place fell silent. Yu's face turned pale instantly. Wen Li looked back and saw Shen Yang, with a sharp face, striding towards her. But after just one night's absence, he seemed like a different person. At this moment, his face was frosty and his whole body was filled with a murderous aura. Wen Li was hurt by the sharpness at first sight and unconsciously looked away. It was not until this moment that Wen Li clearly realized how dangerous the person she had provoked was. Shen Yang's appearance caused the entire restaurant to fall into silence. In the end, it was old man Shen who spoke first. "Why bother with your sister-in-law? We are all family." Shen Yang sneered, "If I don't bother with her, why would I bother with you?" The old man frowned slightly. "Then what do you want?" "I don't want to do anything." Shen Yang leaned lazily on the chair. "I just feel unhappy." "Old man, you know me. If I feel unhappy, I might do something." Hearing this blatant threat, the old man looked grim. After a moment, he narrowed his eyes slightly and his gaze fell on Wen Li. His cloudy eyes were full of calculations. "Yu Chen, let your female companion serve the dishes to Xiaoyan." Wen Li couldn't help but grit her teeth. Isn't this asking her to come to Shen Yang's house to relieve his anger? How dare she? Chapter 24. Do you think I can't live without you? However, everyone at the table looked at Wen Li. Even Shen Yuchen frowned and said, Li, go ahead. It's just serving the dishes." When Wen Li heard this, she just felt sick. Just now Shen Yuchen hypocritically expressed his love to her, but now he wants to push her out just because something happened. Fortunately, she doesn't love Shen Yuchen, otherwise this alone would be enough to make Wen Li miserable. She took a deep breath, stood up and was about to go to Shen Yang, when she heard Shen Yang say coldly, "I don't have the habit of forcing others." After saying that, he lazily pointed at Shen Yuchen and said, "You come." Shen Yuchen pursed his lips slightly, and Shen Yang sneered, "What? Not happy? You are quite calculating. You brought a Wen Li, who can not only plead for you, but also suffer for you. Now even the mistakes made by your mother have to be solved by your woman." Hearing the obvious sarcasm in these words, Shen Yuchen smiled bitterly. "What are you talking about, uncle? I have no objection. It is my honor to serve food to you, uncle." After saying that, he stood up with frustration and went to serve food to Shen Yang. Wen Li sat back in her original seat. Yu had just been warned by Shen Yang, so she didn't dare to show up at this moment. She could only glare at Wen Li secretly several times. Wen Li pretended not to see it. The old man glanced at Wen Li, and his cloudy eyes turned slightly. To Shen Yang, this Wen Li seemed to be really special. The meal was eaten in silence. Shen Yang was in a bad mood, and few people in the Shen family wanted to bring bad luck upon themselves. On the contrary, Wen Li was in a good mood. Seeing Shen Yuchen in pain, Wen Li felt that she had eaten 2 more bowls of rice. It is not known whether Shen Yang was deliberately making things difficult for Shen Yuchen, or whether he was just that picky. When eating fish, all the fish bones must be cleaned up, the meat must be cut along the grain, and if the fruit has any fiber, he will make some sarcastic remarks to Shen Yuchen. In just 10 minutes, Shen Yuchen felt as if he had walked through hell. Wen Li ate the delicious food and looked at Shen Yuchen with a worried look, but she was almost laughing like crazy in her heart. Cool. Her choice was indeed right. Only Shen Yang could deal with Shen Yuchen. She was enjoying the show when she noticed Shen Yang staring at her. Wen Li didn't have time to change her mood and Shen Yang saw her pretending to be worried. He sneered and tortured Shen Yuchen even more fiercely. Wen Li raised her eyebrows and suddenly an idea came to her mind. Could it be that Shen Yang was angry with her? He tortured Shen Yuchen like this, probably because he thought she liked Shen Yuchen and wanted to make her suffer. If that is the case, then Wen Li really likes it too much. In order to test her own idea, Wen Li felt more and more distressed seeing Shen Yuchen's expression. Sure enough, Shen Yang was torturing her even more harshly. After the meal, Wen Li was still not satisfied, but Shen Yuchen looked as if he had lost half his life. As soon as Shen Yang put down his chopsticks, Shen Yuchen found an excuse to take Wen Li away, seeming to be in a panic. Wen Li's eyes flickered slightly, and then she said to Shen Yuchen in a distressed tone, "My uncle is really too much. How could he torture you like this? I'm going to find him now." When Shen Yuchen heard this, his heart softened immediately. "Forget it, my uncle is moody, you will only be asking for trouble if you go." How could Wen Li miss the opportunity to meet Shen Yang? It was a lie to say that she was venting Shen Yuchen's anger. She was actually using this title to coax Shen Yang. After all, she had pissed him off and even blocked him on WeChat. If she missed this opportunity, it would be difficult to coax him again in the future. Thinking of this, Wen Li said to Shen Yuchen, "No. We'll be staying in the old house for several days, so we have to eat together. What if he keeps targeting you?" Wen Li's words hit Shen Yuchen right in the heart. Yes, Shen Yang is a vengeful person. What if in the next few days, just as Wen Li said, Shen Yang continues to target him? Shen Yuchen frowned, and suddenly something occurred to him. Ali is right, but if you go, the person that my uncle is targeting will probably be you. When Wen Li heard this, her face turned pale for a moment, but she still spoke softly. "It's okay, it's better to target me than to target you. Anyway, I won't be able to see my uncle in the future, but you will live in the Shen family for many years." Shen Yuchen seemed to be persuaded, and looked at Wen Li with heartache. "Thank you for your hard work, Ali. When this is over, I will take you to Bali, where you have always wanted to go, just the two of us." Wen Li felt sick. Who would want to be alone with him? But she couldn't refuse, so she could only smile and say, "I knew Aiken was the best to me." Seeing her smile, Shen Yuchen's uneasy feeling faded a little. He thought that this was what Wen Li should do. After all, I have raised Wen Li for so long, it is her duty to pay a price. After the thought came to his mind, Shen Yuchen felt more at ease. So he said to Wen Li, "Then you go, my uncle has just finished his meal and should be in a good mood." Wen Li was waiting for this sentence, and nodded repeatedly. "Okay, I'll go right away." After saying that, Wen Li walked towards the direction where Shen Yang was. After taking just 2 steps, she met Hiaryu who was chasing her. Hiaryu wanted to scold her, but before she could open her mouth, she saw Shen Yuchen not far away. Shen Yuchen knew Hiaryu, and when he saw that she was about to speak, he quickly waved at her. "Mom, I have something to tell you." Hiaryu didn't care about Wen Li anymore and hurried towards Shen Yuchen. Wen Li walked without stopping, and when she turned the corner, she heard a conversation behind her. Hiaryu asked Shen Yuchen, "Why are you stopping me?" Shen Yuchen whispered, "Ali went to find my uncle. She wanted to attract my uncle's attention from me so that he would stop targeting me." Hiaryu was silent when she heard this. After a moment, she said, "She is sensible. She is much better than Qin Ruoruo." Hearing this, Wen Li sneered, "Sensible?" If Shen Yuchen and the others knew that Wen Li went to seduce Shen Yang, would they still think Wen Li was sensible? Not long after, Wen Li walked to Shen Yang's door. She raised her hand and knocked politely. There was no response from inside the door. Wen Li was not discouraged. She stood at the door and said, "Uncle, I'm here to apologize to you." As soon as he finished speaking, the door in front of him opened instantly. Shen Yang looked at Wen Li coldly, with a hint of sarcasm. "What crime have you committed?" Wen Li's eyes were filled with spring water. "Uncle, can you let me in to talk?" Shen Yang's eyes darkened and he turned slightly. Wen Li went in as she wished and closed the door. Shen Yang leaned against the entrance and sneered, "You are quite courageous. Why? Are you here to plead for Shen Yuchen?" After he finished speaking, he suddenly approached Wen Li. Wen Li's body was shrouded in his shadow, and her nostrils were filled with his cool fragrance. This was an extremely aggressive move. Her eyelashes trembled slightly, and she reached out to hook Shen Yan's tie. "Uncle, I'm not here to beg for mercy, I'm here to sleep with you." Shen Yan's Adam's apple rolled twice, his eyes flickered with lust, and then he suddenly sneered, "Wen Li, do you think that I can only be with you?" Wen Li's breathing suddenly became tight and her movements became stiff. Chapter 25, Dumb Loss. Wen Li was startled by him and quickly held down the corner of her clothes. "Are you kidding? How could she show it to Shen Yuchen?" The marks on her body were so obvious that Shen Yuchen knew what had happened at just one glance. By then, all the effort and hard work will be in vain. Sensing her resistance, Shen Yuchen frowned slightly, and finally looked up at her. "What's wrong?" Wen Li's face turned pale, and she lowered her head with tears in her eyes. "It's too ugly, don't look at it." Shen Yuchen felt a pain in his heart. When had Wen Li ever looked so vulnerable? Even when he cruelly locked Wen Li up, she didn't beg for mercy. How badly did Shen Yang do that? Shen Yuchen took a deep breath. The more seriously Wen Li was injured, the more uneasy his conscience felt. It seemed as if there was a voice questioning him all the time why he didn't go in at that time. He forced himself to suppress the annoyance in his heart and said, "Listen, Ali, let me see if you are injured anywhere. If it is serious, I will call a doctor for you." Wen Li shook her head. "Just give me the medicine box and I'll take care of it myself." Shen Yuchen was still not happy. Seeing that he was going to continue pestering her, Wen Li used her ultimate move, Aiken. "I really don't want you to see those ugly scars on my body. I want to leave the best impression in your heart. I beg you not to look at them, okay?" No one could refuse such a request, especially after Wen Li had just been injured because of him. Seeing that Wen Li was about to collapse, Shen Yuchen said repeatedly, "I don't want to watch it anymore, don't cry, I don't want to watch it anymore." Wen Li squeezed out 2 tears with great difficulty, which were just enough for Shen Yuchen to see clearly. Then, she quickly lowered her head. "Aiken, I can take care of the wound myself. I am very tired and want to have a good rest now." "Okay, go and rest." Shen Yuchen agreed with her. Wen Li finally breathed a sigh of relief, walked into her room in a daze, and locked the door. Seeing this action, Shen Yuchen didn't think much about it. He simply thought that she was traumatized too badly and didn't want to see anyone now. Little did people know that after Wen Li returned to the room, she closed the doors and windows, turned on the air conditioner, and snuggled up happily in the quilt. She was indeed sleepy, but she was tired from having sex with Shen Yang. Wen Li slept until night and was awakened by a knock on the door. Wen Li didn't get enough sleep and looked a little haggard. She also put on a pale foundation, which made her face look even more fragile. She changed into more conservative clothing that covered every inch of her skin before answering the door. Standing outside the door were Shen Yuchen and Qin Ruoruo. Qin Ruoruo couldn't help but look at Wen Li, and when she saw her haggard face, a hint of gloating flashed in her eyes. Then she quickly put her expression in order, pretending to be innocent and kind, and said to Wen Li, "Miss Wen, I heard that you were injured. Aiken and I came to see you." After saying that, she spread out her palms. A box of exquisite ointment emerged, and Qin Ruoruo said with a smile, "This is the best ointment on the market. It is very effective in treating external injuries." Wen Li ignored her and turned her gaze to Shen Yuchen. Shen Yuchen had a rare moment of conscience and came with a lunchbox in his hand. Wen Li was indeed hungry, and sleeping with a man requires physical strength. Seeing her gaze, Shen Yuchen asked softly, "Are you hungry?" Wen Li nodded. Shen Yuchen felt the most guilty at this moment and wanted to be nice to Wen Li. After hearing what Wen Li said, she carried the lunchbox and went straight into Wen Li's room. Qin Ruoruo saw that she was ignored, and the pride in her eyes turned into distortion, but she had learned her lesson. She said nothing and followed Shen Yuchen in. Then, she watched Shen Yuchen open the lunchbox and carefully peel shrimp for Wen Li. Even Qin Ruoruo rarely saw such a gentle look. Shen Yuchen didn't have time to care about her mood, but asked Wen Li softly, "Does your hand hurt? Do you need me to feed you?" Wen Li originally wanted to say no, but when she looked at Qin Ruoruo, she changed her mind. She looked at Shen Yuchen tenderly and asked softly, "Will this tire you out?" Shen Yuchen was very soft-hearted. "It's just feeding a meal, what's so tiring about it?" After saying that, he sat down next to Wen Li and reached out to feed Wen Li. Wen Li didn't refuse and ate it directly. At this moment, Qin Ruoruo's expression became extremely ugly. Wen Li felt happy appreciating her pain. She didn't even feel disgusted when Shen Yuchen fed her. If it wasn't the wrong time, Wen Li really wanted to ask Qin Ruoruo if it was painful to see something that was once within her reach being snatched away bit by bit. Wen Li deliberately tormented Shen Yuchen and even asked him to pick out the chopped green onions in the soup. But throughout the whole process, Shen Yuchen did not show any impatience. Qin Ruoruo watched, her teeth almost breaking. She really couldn't stand being ignored, so after Wen Li finished her meal, she said, "Miss Wen, your wound needs to be treated. If you don't want Aiken to see it, then let me treat it for you. Is that okay?" After saying this, Qin Ruoruo gave herself a thumbs up in her heart. As long as Wen Li dared to agree, she would take this opportunity to vent her anger and press Wen Li's wound hard. But Wen Li didn't dare to show the wound to Shen Yuchen. Even if she caused Wen Li secondary damage, Wen Li could only suffer in silence. If Wen Li disagrees, that would be even better. Not only would she save trouble, but she would also leave an impression of being sensible in Shen Yuchen's mind. There's no loss either way, so why not do it? Qin Ruoruo looked at Wen Li viciously, waiting for Wen Li's answer. Wen Li has been pretending to be an innocent person for such a long time, how could she not see what Qin Ruoruo meant? She sneered in her heart. Qin Ruoruo wanted to target her, but she had really hit the wrong person. Wen Li's face turned pale instantly, and then she stared at Shen Yuchen intently. "Did you ask Qin Ruoruo to come?" Shen Yuchen felt that this was a good opportunity to take credit, so he said softly, "Your wound does need to be treated." Wen Li's tears suddenly rolled down, and she looked at Shen Yuchen emotionally. "I've already said that the wound is ugly, I don't want to show it to others. Why do you have to force me? Besides, Shen Yuchen, don't you know that you and Qin Ruoruo are at odds with each other? Is she really kind-hearted to come and help me treat my wounds now? I don't believe it." She pointed at Qin Ruoruo, trembling, and said word by word, "She must be trying to mock me." Although she looked extremely devastated, she was still stunningly beautiful when she shed tears. Against that backdrop of beauty, her behavior was not mean at all, but rather full of broken beauty. Qin Ruoruo's eyes widened instantly, and she was speechless after being accused. She only had time to refute, "Aiken, I didn't." The next second, she saw Shen Yuchen's inquiring and suspicious eyes. Qin Ruoruo's face turned pale instantly. Chapter 26. Are you hiding something from me? She explained hurriedly, "No, Aiken, believe me, I just want to help Miss Wen, I have absolutely no other intentions. I didn't mock her." Reason. Qin Ruoruo couldn't continue speaking, because at this moment, she completely realized that she had already lost this battle. Not to mention whether Shen Yuchen would believe her words, she herself was a little bit unconvinced. Seeing that she suddenly stopped talking, the disappointment in Shen Yuchen's eyes was so strong that it almost condensed into substance. He said to Qin Ruoruo coldly, "Qin Ruoruo, you really disappoint me. Ali was injured because of me. At this time, you still want to mock her. You are really..." Qin Ruoruo suddenly came back to her senses and wanted to explain, but Shen Yuchen didn't want to listen anymore. "You stay at home for the bidding tomorrow. I'll take Wen Li with me." Bidding? Wen Li's eyes paused slightly. If she guessed correctly, the bidding that Shen Yuchen mentioned should be the land in Area A, right? But according to her memory from her previous life, wouldn't the construction of that piece of land start in half a month? Why is it suddenly early? As soon as this question arose in Wen Li's mind, Shen Yang's shadow appeared in her mind. She intuitively felt that this matter was related to Shen Yang. Just as she fell into deep thought, Qin Ruoruo's face had turned pale. Many business tycoons will attend the bidding in Area A. Qin Ruoruo has always hoped that she could become well known in that circle, so that she will have more opportunities to climb up in the future. During this period of time, she almost regarded the bidding qualification as something in her hands. After all, when Shen Yuchen brought Wen Li back to the Shen family, he had already promised to take her with him. During this period of time, Qin Ruoruo even fantasized about the scene of participating in the bidding several times, but now, Shen Yuchen suddenly wants to deprive her of this qualification. Then wouldn't her efforts be in vain? She opened her mouth to beg Shen Yuchen, but Shen Yuchen didn't want to give her a chance. He pointed at the door and said coldly, "Go back to sleep and don't come again. Li is seriously injured and needs to rest." This was the first time that Qin Ruoruo lost so badly when facing Wen Li. Her eyes were filled with intense hatred and endless fear. She was deeply aware that she seemed to be about to lose Shen Yuchen. She clenched her teeth and looked up at Shen Yuchen, who was gently wiping Wen Li's tears, and his eyes refused to stay on Qin Ruoruo for even a moment. Qin Ruoruo pursed her lips and tried her best to make her expression less embarrassing. Okay, I understand. After saying that, she smiled bitterly and said, Aiken, I know that no matter how much I explain, it's useless, but I won't do that kind of thing. You can believe it or not, forget it. After saying that, she turned and left. Shen Yuechen's eyes flickered slightly, and no one knew what he was thinking. Wen Li didn't want to be alone with him, and within 5 minutes, she said she needed to rest and asked Shen Yuchen to go back. Shen Yuchen originally wanted to stay with Wen Li, but Wen Li's condition, forget it, he really didn't want to get involved. After he left, Wen Li got up and went to the bathroom to wash her face. If I remember correctly, in the previous life, after the bidding ended, Shen Yuchen and Qin Ruoruo experienced a kidnapping. In that kidnapping, Qin Ruoruo sacrificed herself to save Shen Yuchen. Although she only suffered minor injuries afterwards, Shen Yuchen still loved her deeply because of this. What if the person who saved Shen Yuchen was me? Do Qin Ruoruo and Shen Yuchen still have such a deep emotional foundation? Wen Li's eyes were filled with coldness. She wondered if Shen Yuchen would still help Qin Ruoruo when something happened in her family in the future without this life-saving grace. The next morning, Wen Li just opened her eyes and took out her cell phone. She was startled by a string of unread text messages, and then woke up completely. The text message was sent by Wen Yangchuan. He said, just yesterday, 2 suspected traitors in his company suddenly resigned. The whole process was extremely strange. He initially thought that a traitor had succeeded, but after careful investigation, he found that nothing had been leaked. Wen Yangchuan cautiously followed the 2 people to their homes and found that they had not contacted anyone else. Even the monitored mobile phones did not send any messages. Instead, they suddenly disappeared. It's like he disappeared from the face of the earth. Wen Yangchuan was worried that these 2 people had some hidden tricks up their sleeves and that they might harm Wen Li, so he came to tell Wen Li about it. Wen Li fell into deep thought after reading the message, then found Shen Yang's WeChat and asked tentatively, Uncle, are you awake? Shen Yang replied half an hour later, are you satisfied? Wen Li's eyes settled, and she heaved a sigh of relief when she heard these words. It seems that all this was done by Shen Yang. Then there's nothing to worry about. Wen Li quickly replied to Wen Yangchuan, it's okay, brother, don't worry, those 2 traitors didn't pose any threat, the company will be fine. By the way, you should pay more attention to Shen Yuchen recently, there must be more than just these 2 informants. Wen Li suspected that the top executives of Wen's group had been infiltrated by Shen Yuchen, but they were just keeping it secret for the time being. Otherwise, how could he obtain all the core data so easily in his previous life? Wen Yangchuan's reply came quickly, got it, Li, you should protect yourself well, and I will work hard to grow up to be your backup. When Wen Li heard this, she slightly curved her eyes, but before she could answer, there was a knock on the door. If nothing unexpected happened, it was Shen Yuchen who came to ask her to participate in the bidding. Time is running out and I don't have time to reminisce with Wen Yangchuan. Wen Li directly opened Shen Yang's dialogue box, 3 billion. This was the final price Shen Yuchen bid in his previous life. Shen Yang responded quickly this time, yes. Wen Li put away her phone. When the door was knocked for the second time, her eyes flashed. She hid the phone in the bathroom and then went to open the door. When Shen Yuchen saw her, he frowned slightly, why are you so slow? Wen Li pretended to be sleepy, just woke up. Shen Yuchen stared at her straightly, seeming a little unconvinced. Wen Li was stunned. Why did Shen Yuchen react like this? Could it be that he noticed something? Wen Li remained calm despite all the thoughts in her mind. She even spoke softly to Shen Yuchen and said, why are you here so early? Shen Yuchen retracted his gaze and handed Wen Li a dress, put it on. Wen Li knew at first glance how revealing the dress was. If she put it on, the kiss marks on her body that had not completely faded would be completely exposed to Shen Yuechen's sight. Her eyelashes trembled, Aiken, this dress is too revealing. Shen Yuchen frowned, so what? Wen Li pursed her lips, and when she spoke again, her voice became very dry, do you really want to embarrass me? Shen Yuchen stared at her straightly, you repeatedly refuse to let me see your wound, do you have something to hide? Chapter 27 The woman next to him. He couldn't help but wonder in his heart, could it be true as Qin Ruoruo said, that Wen Li and Shen Yang had some improper relationship? That's right, I only heard the sound that day and didn't see the scene. I was even led by Wen Li by the nose and didn't even see the scars. What if Wen Li and Shen Yang were doing that kind of thing that day? When he thought of this, Shen Yuchen was filled with anger. He stared at Wen Li and said word by word, "It's just asking you to change your clothes. Is it that difficult?" Wen Li's heart sank. Was Shen Yuchen doubting her? The emotion in her eyes turned dead silent. "Shen Yuchen, do you really want to embarrass me?" Shen Yuchen's eyes softened when he heard this. "Ali, you must dress more gorgeously when you go to the auction." Wen Li sneered when she heard this. "You sound nice, but to put it bluntly, aren't you just doubting me? Shen Yuchen, am I a cheap person in your heart? Even about something like this, am I lying?" Shen Yuchen didn't say anything, but the meaning was very clear in Wen Li's eyes. She suddenly laughed. Her smile was ironic and her face was covered with tears. "Okay, Shen Yuchen, since you want to see it, then I'll show it to you." After saying that, she tore off her clothes with force. The torn clothes exposed the collarbone to the air, and several scars suddenly appeared on the skin that should have been as smooth as cream. The scar was shocking, as if it was torn due to her movements and was now oozing blood. Around the wound, large patches of purple marks gathered together. At a glance, one could tell how inhumanely she was treated. Shen Yuchen froze in place for a moment. When he saw the hideous scars with his own eyes, he was so shocked that he was speechless. The dense heartache was like thousands of needles, piercing into his heart without hesitation, making his heart full of holes. Wen Li still felt it was not enough and continued to tear her clothes. Every scar on her body seemed like a condemnation of Shen Yuchen's conscience. He doesn't dare to look at it now. Wen Li was so sincere to him and suffered such a serious injury, but what about him? He believed Qin Ruoruo's words and ran over to question Wen Li. How sad is Wen Li now? As angry as Shen Yuchen was when he first arrived, as much pain he is feeling now. He grabbed Wen Li's hand, his voice trembling. "Enough, enough, Li, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." When Wen Li heard this, a huge stone in her heart suddenly fell, because when she looked down, Shen Yuchen would find that from the collarbone below, Wen Li had no scars at all, only ambiguous kiss marks all over her body. She was now extremely glad that she had been more careful yesterday. Fortunately, she understood Qin Ruoruo's character and also understood Shen Yuchen's suspicion. After discovering that Qin Ruoruo was targeting her intentionally or unintentionally, she went to the bathroom without hesitation last night and cut her collarbone with an eyebrow razor. Otherwise, if Shen Yuchen tested her today, she would be exposed. She raised her head, looked at Shen Yuchen, who was full of guilt, and said word by word, "Are you satisfied now?" Shen Yuchen's eyes were filled with regret. "Ali, I will never doubt you again, please forgive me, okay?" Wen Li sneered and said nothing. Shen Yuchen was so heartbroken that he wished he could agree to everything Wen Li asked. But Wen Li had been deeply heartbroken by him, and at this moment, her eyes were filled with deathly silence. He was really panicking this time, so he had to use his last trump card. "Ali, are you homesick? I'll take you home tomorrow, okay?" Wen Li's eyes moved. "Really?" Seeing that her attitude had softened, Shen Yuchen nodded repeatedly. "Really?" Wen Li's face brightened up. "Besides this, I also want to go to work. I don't want to be trapped at home by you all the time, like a parasite, and anyone who comes can mock me." Shen Yuchen paused and quickly calmed down. "You are still injured now, let's talk about it later." Wen Li didn't expect him to agree now, but she didn't mind. For Shen Yuchen, this kind of thing would make Wen Li go from being very easy to control to being difficult to control. How could it be so easy to succeed? Besides, Wen Li has a backup plan. Shen Yuchen will let her go willingly one day. She is not in a hurry. Wen Li knew when to stop and listen to Shen Yuchen's coaxing for a few more words before she burst into laughter. She got up, went to the bathroom, changed into conservative yet decent clothes, and then followed him out the door. After getting in the car, Shen Yuchen's guilt towards Wen Li still did not dissipate, but instead became more intense because of Wen Li's sensible attitude. He was very concerned about Wen Li throughout the whole process. Fortunately, the bidding location was not far from here, only half an hour's drive away, otherwise Wen Li would have been disgusted to death. When they arrived at the place, Wen Li bumped into Shen Yang as soon as she got out of the car. At that time, he was followed by a beautiful woman with fair skin, who was shyly adjusting his tie for him. Her eyes were full of affection, and they looked like a perfect match at first glance. Shen Yang seemed to have seen her as well. He glanced at her casually with a cold look in his eyes, just like he was looking at a stranger. Wen Li suddenly felt depressed. She hesitated for 3 seconds, but couldn't figure out the reason for this feeling. When Shen Yan saw her abnormality, he asked softly, "What's wrong?" Wen Li came back to her senses and quickly hid behind Shen Yan, making an excuse in a soft voice, "I'm scared." Shen Yan understood, touched her hair tenderly, and whispered in his ear, "Then stay away from your uncle." Wen Li hummed, put on a full show, and quickly moved away. She didn't notice that when Shen Yang saw her actions, his eyes suddenly became much darker, and the aura around him became extremely cold. Shen Yan originally wanted to exchange a few words with him, but Shen Yang didn't give him any face and just turned around and left. Shen Yan's eyes darkened slightly, but he didn't say anything and followed them into the venue. Wen Li followed him like a pendant the whole time, looking shy with her eyes downcast. But in fact, Wen Li was observing the people around her with her peripheral vision. She vaguely remembered that in this bidding, a newly graduated college student named Shuesu would come in and promote his products to these business tycoons. But no one wanted to pay attention to him. But Wen Li knew that in 3 years, this product that was rejected by everyone would be at the forefront of the times, and Shuesu would become a new business upstart. Wen Li wants Wen Group to cooperate with him so that he will have more bargaining chips when facing Shen Yan in the future. As soon as the thought came to her mind, a burst of noise emerged, and Wen Li's magic light flickered slightly. Her chance had come. She grabbed Shen Yan's sleeve and said in a low voice, "Aiken, my stomach hurts a little, I want to go to the bathroom." Shen Yan asked with concern, "Do you need me to go with you?" Wen Li shook her head, "I can go by myself." Shen Yan hummed, "Okay, if you can't find me later, just play by yourself. I will come to you after I finish talking." This was exactly what she wanted. Wen Li smiled at him obediently, then turned and left. She didn't have that much time because someone was approaching Shuesu. Wen Li couldn't guarantee that everything would be the same as in her previous life. After all, even the bidding had been brought forward. What if her little butterfly wings flapped and Shuesu's dusty pearl was discovered by someone? Chapter 28 Is My Uncle Jealous? Wen Li went to the bathroom as quickly as possible, took off her outer clothes, revealing the short shirt underneath. Although it is short, it can cover the kiss marks on her body so that no clues can be seen. She paused, picked up her handbag, and quickly put on her makeup. Her whole demeanor changed completely. Wen Li looked in the mirror with satisfaction. Unless Shen Yan stared at her face, he would never notice her. After doing all this, only 10 minutes had passed. She hurried out and walked towards where Shuesu was. Shuesu lowered his head at this moment, his cheeks flushed. The man standing in front of him had a big belly, his hands behind his back, and mocked him with harsh words. Upon hearing these humiliations, Shuesu's fingers clenched the documents in his hands so tightly that his teeth even broke his mouth. He didn't understand why someone could have such strong malice towards a stranger. He just wanted to attract resources for his product, but he was ridiculed by the man in front of him. Seeing that he didn't say anything, the man got even more excited. "I'm willing to give you 30,000 yuan, which is already a sign of respect for you. Why are you pretending to be so noble? What's the matter? Do you think you're good looking and can get a rich woman?" Shuesu's face turned pale. "I just want to realize my own value." The man sneered, "Value? What value do you have? With your small body, can you do it twice in one night?" Hearing these disgusting words, Shuesu was so angry that his whole body was shaking, but he was not good at speaking and had no way of winning an argument. At this moment, a cold voice like the sound of jade colliding emerged from my ears. "Compared to you, he is indeed thin. You weigh as much as 2 of them." The obvious sarcasm in these words made the man's face change instantly. "Who are you talking about, little girl?" Wen Li chuckled. "Why, you look like a pig that just ate shit, can't you even understand human language?" Shuesu looked in the direction of the voice, and when he saw that delicate face, he was dazed for a moment. When he was at his lowest point, Wen Li suddenly appeared out of nowhere, as if the moonlight had finally shone on him. Her holiness and gentleness made his nose ache. The man was enraged by Wen Li's words. He strode forward and looked as if he was about to take action. Shuesu's expression changed and he stood in front of Wen Li to protect her. Wen Li curled her lips slightly and patted his shoulder. "It's okay." She was quite close to him, and Shuesu could clearly smell the fragrance emanating from her body. It was a very special scent, but it made people unable to help but be fascinated by it. In the blink of an eye, Wen Li had already walked from behind him to in front of him. His heart trembled, and he subconsciously wanted to reach out to stop Wen Li. He knew that the people here were either rich or noble, and they were not people he could afford to offend. It was just a few sarcasm, he just listened to it, there was really no need to involve others and cause trouble for them. But before he could open his mouth to speak, he heard Wen Li say calmly, "Vice President Wang, do you want your wife to know about the dirty things you've done recently?" The fat man's expression suddenly changed. "What did you say?" "I don't understand." Wen Li chuckled, "Don't understand? It's okay, I'll explain it in detail. I heard that you have a little lover in Hawaiian Garden, and the little lover is pregnant. Tell me, what will happen if your wife knows about this?" Vice President Wang's expression suddenly turned very ugly. He married into his wife's family, and the person he feared most was his wife. If this matter were to be exposed, Vice President Wang could easily imagine what would happen to him. He clenched his teeth tightly, and Wen Li smiled, "Do you need me to say more?" Wen Li was composed and his temperament was different from that of ordinary people. He looked either rich or noble. Vice President Wang couldn't help but look at her. The way she was dressed didn't look like a female companion who came in with someone. Instead, she looked more like a successful boss. Now she can call out his name directly and even knows such a hidden thing, which is enough to prove how well connected this woman is. He couldn't afford to offend anyone. Thinking of this, Vice President Wang smiled flatteringly and said, No, I'll leave now." "Wait." Wen Li curled her lips and smiled, "You haven't apologized yet." Vice President Wang's expression twisted for a moment, but in the end he could only bow to Shuesu reluctantly. "I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have said that." After saying that, he left in a hurry. After all, staying any longer would only be more embarrassing. Seeing him leave in disgrace, Shuesu was still a little dazed. How come the person who was so arrogant in front of me just now acts like a grandson now? He couldn't help but turn his head to look at Wen Li. The man smiled brightly and stretched out his hand to him. "Can you show me your product introduction?" Shuesu was in a daze for a moment, and when he came to his senses, the information in his hand had already been handed to Wen Li. He was unusually nervous, afraid that Wen Li would look down on him. Unexpectedly, Wen Li just curled her eyes at him and said, "Very good, I like it very much." This was the first compliment Shuesu had heard today. He was indescribable at the moment and could only murmur, "As long as you like it." Wen Li was amused by his silly look. "Okay, don't just stand there. There are a lot of people here. If you stay, you will inevitably run into trouble. If you are willing to cooperate with me, take a taxi to Wen's group and find Wen Yangchuan. He will give you a satisfactory plan." Shuesu's eyes suddenly widened. Wen Li's words were like pie in the sky to him. He kept saying, "I do." Wen Li immediately breathed a sigh of relief. She wanted to leave Shuesu her phone number, but it was inconvenient for her to contact him, so she hesitated for a moment and asked him for a pen. Shuesu handed it over mechanically. Wen Li wrote down Wen Yinchuan's phone number on his palm and said to him, "This is my brother's private number. Just call him directly. As for the taxi fare, he will reimburse you." When Shuesu heard this, he still stood there stupidly. Wen Li originally wanted to say a few words to him, but she suddenly saw a familiar figure out of the corner of her eye. She paused, and turned around and left as if she was guilty of a crime. When Shuesu came to his senses again, Wen Li was gone. He looked at the phone number in his palm and turned to walk out. He thought that today would be the most memorable day in his life. Because he met Wen Li. It was a short meeting, but it was deeply engraved in his heart. No matter what harsh conditions the Wen group put forward, as long as they did not involve the fundamentals, Shuesu would agree. On the other side, Wen Li, who thought she had gotten rid of the other person, breathed a sigh of relief. Today's gains were really rich. She was extremely grateful to Vice President Wang just now. It was because of his experience of bullying Shuesu that she was able to leave such a deep impression in Shuesu's heart. As long as he maintains it well, Shuesu will become his right-hand man in the future. Wen Li's heart leaped with joy, and the corners of her lips couldn't help but curl up, but the next second, she heard a cold voice, "Are you so happy that you hooked up with a male college student?" Wen Li's heart tightened and the smile on her lips froze. She looked up and saw Shen Yan looking down at her. She curled her eyes and avoided the main point. "Is my uncle jealous?" Chapter 29 Crisis. Hearing this, Shen Yan curled his lips and sneered. He pinched Wen Li's earlobe with his fingers and said word by word, "You are not worthy." The words were harsh, but Wen Li was not angry. Instead, she leaned over and kissed him lightly on the chin. There will always be a day when we will be a good match. Shen Yan's Adam's apple rolled slightly. You are quite confident. Wen Li didn't comment. Uncle came to see me, is there something wrong? Shen Yan paused and hummed, follow me after the bidding is over, don't wander around. Wen Li's mind moved. Did he know something? Could it be that the kidnapping of Shen Yuchen and Qin Ruoruo was planned by Shen Yang? Impossible. Wen Li rejected this thought as soon as it came out. If it was Shen Yang who took action, Qin Ruoruo and Shen Yuchen in their previous life would never have been able to get out unscathed. Wen Li's mind was quick. In the 2 seconds after Shen Yang finished speaking, she thought about it several times. Then, she smiled and said, Uncle, thank you for reminding me, but I can't follow you. Shen Yuchen will get suspicious. She refused openly and stated her reasons, but she didn't anger Shen Yang. He just nodded coldly, be careful. After saying that, he turned and left. Wen Li looked at his back and became even more puzzled. Could it be that Shen Yang is afraid that she will be in danger? Wen Li always felt something was strange. Although they had done it many times, their relationship had never reached that level. Unless she is useful to Shen Yang. If that's true, it would be a great thing. There is nothing more reliable in this world than interest relations. Wen Li was in a good mood. All the things that needed to be solved were solved. She went to the bathroom, put on her clothes again, changed her makeup, and then went to find Shen Yuchen. At that time, the bidding had already begun, and Wen Li could not enter the room, so she could only wait outside obediently. Another hour later, Shen Yuchen came out with a gloomy face. Seeing this, Wen Li had an idea in her mind. It seemed that Shen Yang had succeeded. She went over to greet her. When Shen Yuchen saw her, his expression eased a little. Wen Li asked sympathetically, is it not going well? Shen Yuchen clenched his teeth immediately, it's more than not going smoothly. Shen Yang seemed to know his bid and won the land with a difference of 10,000. It's really infuriating. He even felt that Shen Yang knew his offer in advance. Otherwise, why would it be such a coincidence? Etc. Shen Yuchen's eyes darkened slightly. What if Shen Yang really knew? There is a ghost among him. Shen Yuchen suddenly realized what was going on. His eyes first fell on Wen Li. The person closest to Shen Yang was only Wen Li. Wen Li could clearly sense his suspicious gaze, but she didn't panic at all. Instead, she frowned worriedly and gently coaxed Shen Yuchen, don't be sad, Chen, you will get better slowly. Not knowing what Shen Yuchen was thinking, he hummed dully. Wen Li coaxed him for a while before the group got in the car. The car had just been driving for 10 minutes when it reached the corner and was suddenly stopped by a car. Wen Li's eyes darkened. Here it comes. Shen Yuchen's driver and assistant got out of the car, ready to discuss compensation with the people in front. Unexpectedly, 7 or 8 people suddenly got out of the car in front. They were well trained and quickly arrested the driver and the assistant. Shen Yuchen's expression suddenly changed, and he quickly said to Wen Li, run. Unfortunately, it's too late. The car door had been broken open, and those people were holding sticks and were about to hit Shen Yuchen. Wen Li rushed forward and blocked the attack for Shen Yuchen. Shen Yuchen's pupils contracted instantly, but he had no time to look at Wen Li's situation. He could only take out the mace from the car and hit those people hard. Wen Li threw the man to the ground and looked up at Shen Yuchen, Aiken, hurry. Before he could finish his words, Wen Li was knocked unconscious by a stick, and Shen Yuchen was quickly subdued, also knocked unconscious and taken away. Even the car with its door broken open was driven away. The whole process took no more than 10 minutes, and the space instantly fell silent, as if nothing had happened. After a long time, Wen Li woke up from the darkness. Her whole body ached and her head felt dizzy. She moved and found that her hands and feet were tied tightly and she could not move. She looked around subconsciously. Shen Yuchen was beside her and had woken up. But she looks much better than Wen Li. As soon as their eyes met, the door opened. After staying in the dark for too long, the strong light seemed particularly dazzling. Wen Li just turned her head and heard a hoarse and unpleasant voice, "Hey, you're awake." Wen Li looked in the direction of the sound, only to see a group of people wearing animal masks, and could not see their faces at all. But Wen Li could feel the greedy and covetous gazes beneath their masks. The sight depicted the curves of her body without any reservation, making her feel nauseous. Before she could say anything, a man wearing a black bear mask walked towards her. The broad shadow cast over Wen Li made her eyelids jump and she suddenly had a bad feeling in her heart. So fucking beautiful, the man exclaimed and reached out to touch Wen Li's face. Wen Li dodged subconsciously, and Shen Yan frowned and said, "Don't touch her." The black bear mask sneered, "If I don't touch her, I'll touch you." Shen Yan's face darkened after hearing these words. "Do you know who I am?" The man in the black bear mask sneered, "Put down your arrogance. Send 5 million over right away, or else, don't blame me for being rude." After saying that, he ignored Shen Yan's answer and instead focused his gaze on Wen Li. "This girl is so damn pretty. Is she your girlfriend?" Shen Yan frowned and said nothing. He stared at Shen Yang with the black bear mask on and said, "Give me this woman and I'll spare you the pain. How about that?" Wen Li's eyes paused, and she suddenly felt something strange. Why did she feel that the real target of these masked men was not Shen Yan, but herself? They kidnapped Shen Yan, there is no reason for them not to know his identity. How could they only want 5 million? Moreover, from beginning to end, the moment they came in, everyone's eyes were on Wen Li alone. She admired herself for being able to think calmly at a time like this. All signs indicate that this kidnapping gang was most likely hired by Qin Ruoruo. Just as she expected. After all, in their previous lives, Shen Yan and Qin Ruoruo were not kidnapped, but escaped on the road. But when it came to me, I was kidnapped here. They still want to force themselves on me here, in front of Shen Yan. Isn't this Qin Ruoruo's usual tactic? In his previous life, this kidnapping could have made Shen Yan fall deeply in love with Qin Ruoruo. And now, if they attack Wen Li in front of Shen Yan, they can also cause Wen Li and Shen Yan to fall apart. The biggest beneficiary will be Qin Ruoruo. Wen Li looked back at Shen Yan. She wanted to know what would happen to Qin Ruoruo if she told Shen Yan about this. Fortunately, she was prepared. Before she could finish her thought, Wen Li was pushed to the ground. The man in the black bear mask was full of excitement. "I have never eaten such a precious woman in my life." Shen Yan stared at him intently. "You dare? What is there for me to be afraid of? Your lives are in my hands." Black Bear sneered and reached out to strip Wen Li's clothes. Wen Li was startled. Her cell phone was still hidden in the underwear compartment. If it were exposed now, wouldn't it be revealed in front of Shen Yan? She clenched her teeth and couldn't wait any longer, so she bit the device under her tongue completely into pieces. Chapter 30. She's finished. A sharp and piercing roar emerged, and the eyes of the man in the black bear mask suddenly twisted. He didn't care about Wen Li at all. He stood up and asked with a frown, "What happened?" "We were discovered." Before anyone could answer, the door was pushed open in an instant. The strong light made Wen Li unable to open her eyes, but she could smell the strong burnt smell. The man was wearing a fox mask, and his voice was full of panic. "Brother! It's bad, our car was blown up." Black Bear Mask stood up suddenly. "What did you say?" The fox masked man repeated breathlessly, and the black bear masked man gritted his teeth and said, "No, we can't stay here anymore. I'll go out and take a look." After saying that, he hurried out the door with his cell phone, apparently to discuss something. The moment the door closed, Wen Li swallowed the broken device in her mouth. The explosion was caused by Wen Li. The small explosive was hidden in her brooch. During the kidnapping, Wen Li woke up once. She has always been a cautious person. Even though she knew that this kidnapping would not cause anything, she still remained cautious. "It just so happened that I had this backup plan and put it to use." She managed to escape from the crisis. Wen Li moved her fingertips with difficulty and pressed the switch on the ring. The decorative gem flipped over, and a sharp dagger popped out. It's only 3 centimeters long, but it's enough. She carefully rubbed the rope around her wrists, ready to escape at any time. She believed in her intuition that the mastermind behind the kidnapping was most likely Qin Ruoruo. After all, these kidnappers really behaved like laymen. Otherwise, a small explosive wouldn't have scared people so much. If that's the case, then they are most likely targeting me. She has to save herself. Shen Yan on the other side didn't know what Wen Li was doing. He only saw the little girl with her eyes drooping fragilely and her lips bitten tightly with her teeth. He thought she was scared. So I quickly spoke to comfort him. "Ali, are you okay? Don't be afraid, I have a location on my phone, someone will be here soon." Wen Li came back to her senses, tilted her head to glance at Shen Yan, then nodded softly, "With our Chen here, I won't be afraid." After saying this, she lowered her head to hide the nausea in her heart. Shen Yuchen is extremely selfish. Wen Li has no doubt that if there is any danger, she will only become Shen Yuchen's victim. Shen Yuchen was very happy with Wen Li's dependence and spoke to her softly. Wen Li suppressed her impatience and answered him perfunctorily while sharpening the rope with a knife. Her movements were not smooth and it was very strenuous. The kidnappers were also afraid that they would escape, so they used a rope that was 3 or 4 centimeters thick. Until now, Wen Li has only been ground halfway. When it was just the last moment, Wen Li suddenly heard a panicked sound coming from outside the door. She looked up suddenly, and Shen Yuchen thought she was frightened, so he quickly whispered, "It should be my people coming, don't be afraid, Li, nothing will happen." Wen Li hummed, and the next second, the door was pushed open vigorously. A slender figure came in instantly, shouting in a delicate voice, "Aiken, I'm here to save you." This voice is Qin Ruoruo. Until this moment, Wen Li was completely certain that the mastermind behind this must be Qin Ruoruo. Shen Yuchen didn't think so much about it. After all, in his eyes, Qin Ruoruo was just a gentle and lovely girl. How could one have such great ability? At this moment, Qin Ruoruo ran over to save him, and Shen Yuchen's eyes were full of surprise and touching. This feeling of being touched suddenly reached its peak when he saw the wounds on Qin Ruoruo's body. "Ruoruo, are you hurt?" Qin Ruoruo gave him a strong smile. "I'm fine, Aiken, as long as you are okay, no matter how much I get hurt, it's worth it." Shen Yuchen was even more moved by these words. He touched Qin Ruoruo's wound and said, "When we get back, I will find the best doctor to treat you." Qin Ruoruo smiled sweetly, "I know that Aiken treats me the best. Let's go out first, someone will be here soon." After saying that, she untied Shen Yuchen's rope and was about to leave with Shen Yuchen. Shen Yuchen seemed to remember something and quickly said to Qin Ruoruo, "Wait. There's also Li." Wen Li had already lowered her eyes when they had just made that hypocritical and greasy reunion. Now, when she suddenly heard them mention her, Wen Li raised her head. When he raised his head, he saw Qin Ruoruo's stiff smile and eyes full of reluctance. She didn't want to save herself. Wen Li had expected this, and she deliberately smiled sweetly and gently at Qin Ruoruo, "Thank you, Miss Qin." The expression on Qin Ruoruo's face suddenly became as ugly as if she had eaten a fly. But because Shen Yuchen was here, Qin Ruoruo couldn't say anything. She could only walk to Wen Li aggrievedly and reach out to untie Wen Li's rope. Wen Li stared at her without blinking, and as Qin Ruoruo walked towards her, her fingers tapped the hem of her clothes rhythmically. The next second, the door was pushed open and the man's angry voice came, "Damn it! A little girl got in." When Qin Ruoruo heard this voice, a flash of joy flashed across her eyes. Then she turned around in a panic, ran to Shen Yuchen and said, "No. Aiken. There's no time. The rope on her body is too tight, I can't untie it." Shen Yuchen's eyes flickered slightly, as if he was struggling. Qin Ruoruo made up his mind and pulled Shen Yuchen and said, "Aiken, I can only save one person. When someone comes, we will rush out together. As for Miss Wen." Qin Ruoruo paused, her voice full of grief, "Someone will come to rescue her later, but she will have to suffer some physical pain." Hearing this, Wen Li laughed sarcastically in her heart. Qin Ruoruo was really not afraid of being discovered. She did bad things so obviously. But on the surface, she looked at Shen Yuchen affectionately, "Aiken, go ahead, I'm not afraid, as long as you are safe, I'm fine with anything." When Qin Ruoruo heard this, her face twisted for a moment. Wen Li was such a hypocritical woman. She originally wanted Wen Li to scream and shout in extreme fear, losing all her image, so that even after they got out, Shen Yuchen would still remember her embarrassment. But now, Wen Li actually said this to Shen Yuchen. How could Shen Yuchen still hate her? Now that things have come to this is the only way. Qin Ruoruo winked at the person who came in, then pulled Shen Yuchen and rushed to the door quickly. Those masked men seemed caught off guard and for a moment did not chase after them directly. During this gap, Qin Ruoruo had already taken Shen Yuchen into the car. The black bear mask yelled, "If you don't come back, I'll sleep with this bitch." Shen Yuchen's expression suddenly turned ugly. "You dare? What is there for me to be afraid of?" Black Bear laughed, "Not only do I want to sleep with her, I also want my brothers to take turns to have sex with her." Shen Yuchen's eyes were red with anger. "Ruoruo, I have to go save Li." Qin Ruoruo had already started the car, and a hint of viciousness flashed in her eyes. "No, Aiken, someone is chasing us." After that, she started the car. Shen Yan could only grit his teeth and watch the man walk step by step into the abandoned warehouse. It's over. Something is definitely going to happen to Wen Li this time. Chapter 31. You really surprised me. Black Bear Mask thought that he would see a frightened, fragile and crying little beauty, but unexpectedly, as soon as he entered the house, he saw Wen Li with a cold face. Is there any trace of fear in her eyes? The Black Bear Mask was in a trance for a moment, and when he came to his senses, he clenched his teeth. He was actually frightened by this woman's gaze. It's so fucking embarrassing. He gritted his teeth and said, "Don't look at me like that. If you want to blame someone, blame your man for abandoning you and running for your life." Wen Li sneered in her heart, but her face was cold. How much money did Qin Ruoruo give you? These words startled Black Bear Mask so much that his eyes widened and his breathing became heavy for a moment. All the speculations were confirmed, and Wen Li wanted to laugh even more. Qin Ruoruo exposed such a big flaw to herself. If Shen Yan knew the truth of this matter, would Qin Ruoruo still be able to play the role of the pure and flawless little white flower in the future? The man in the Black Bear Mask quickly came to his senses and said angrily, "I don't understand what you are saying. I don't even know who Qin Ruoruo is." Wen Li's words seemed to anger Black Bear Mask. He looked at Wen Li viciously, then pounced on her. "Blame yourself for offending someone you shouldn't have offended." As soon as he finished speaking, he was shocked to see that Wen Li, who should have been tied up tightly, had broken free from the restraints. Almost in the blink of an eye, the dagger in Wen Li's hand was across his neck. The moment the coolness appeared, Wen Li slashed hard at his artery. Although the dagger was short, it was still sharp. Wen Li used all her strength and still managed to cut a sharp hole in the Black Bear Mask. When he was about to shout, Wen Li had already rolled the rope into a ball and quickly stuffed it into the mouth of the Black Bear Mask. The cry for help that was about to burst out turned into a whimper. The gatekeeper outside heard it, and the two of them laughed at each other. "It's starting already? It's so fast. Let Big Brother have a good time. That woman is really pretty, her figure is simply amazing. I'm willing to do anything if I can sleep with her once." "Really?" A slightly cold voice came and interrupted the conversation between the two. The gatekeeper said excitedly, "Of course. I have never seen such a beautiful one in my life." Before he could finish his words, he was interrupted by a cold voice. "In that case, then go to hell." The man's pupils suddenly contracted. Just as he was about to call for help, he felt a sharp pain in the back of his neck. Everything in front of his eyes suddenly went dark. He didn't even have time to scream and fell directly to the ground. When the other person saw this, he was about to shout, but he was surrounded and punched in the eye. The muffled sound of punches hitting flesh became a unique melody of this abandoned warehouse. The leader walked to the door, bent his legs expressionlessly, and kicked the door of the abandoned warehouse open with force. Wen Li, who was inside the door, had no idea what was going on outside. When she heard the sound of someone kicking the door, her heart started pounding. She knew how capable she was. If someone outside noticed something unusual and came in, she wouldn't be able to deal with it. The Black Bear Mask covered his neck, and his eyes were full of joy. This cruel and ruthless girl will definitely die this time. He looked at Wen Li sarcastically, and had even thought about how he would torture her later. But unexpectedly, the person who came in was not wearing a mask at all. Wen Li looked at the door vigilantly. She had already made preparations for a desperate fight, but she didn't expect that the man would kick over the Black Bear Mask as soon as he came in. The man, who had already been seriously injured by Wen Li, became so attacked that his eyes rolled back and he fainted. Wen Li was in a daze for a moment, and then she saw the figure waving at her. "Come here." Their voice was low and hoarse, with a unique magnetism, and Wen Li was completely in a trance. "Shen Yan. Why is he here?" Wen Li had to admit that at that moment, the man walking against the light looked like a savior. Her very own savior. Seeing Wen Li standing there stupidly, Shen Yan frowned slightly. "Is this frightening?" Yes, facing such a scene, anyone would be scared. Thinking of this, Shen Yan took a step and walked towards Wen Li. As soon as he moved, he smelled a strong smell of blood. He paused and turned his head to look. Only then did he realize that the man he had just kicked to the ground had already been fatally injured. The hideous wound on his neck appeared before his eyes. Even if he didn't come, the man wouldn't be able to hold on for 2 minutes. Shen Yan raised his eyebrows and felt a little surprised. Wen Li, this girl, was really a little different from what he imagined. Just as he finished the thought, a warm and soft jade came into his arms. He looked down and saw Wen Li hugging his waist, leaning her face against his chest, and said in a pitiful tone, "Uncle, I'm so scared." Shen Yan sneered, "Little liar." There was no sarcasm in these words, but rather a hint of fondness. Wen Li's ears turned slightly red. She raised her head and looked at Shen Yan with her eyes full of spring water. Her voice was very gentle. "Why did my uncle come to save me? Are you worried about me?" Shen Yan's eyes flickered slightly and he slowly approached her. Wen Li's breathing paused, and at that moment, she subconsciously thought that Shen Yan was going to kiss her. But the expected kiss did not come, instead a touch of warmth covered the corner of her lips. Wen Li looked over in a daze. Shen Yan had just withdrawn his hand, and there was still a trace of blood on his fingertips. It was a mark she accidentally left when she just attacked the black bear mask. She was moved, but she didn't explain. Instead, she stood on tiptoe and kissed his chin, then rubbed his neck. "Independence, uncle, I will repay you for saving my life with my body, okay?" Shen Yan chuckled, "You are wishful thinking." As expected, Wen Li curled her lips slightly. "Uncle doesn't like it." Shen Yan fixed his gaze on her peerless face and said word by word, "Wen Li, you really surprised me." Wen Li keenly noticed that there was no trace of displeasure in Shen Yan's words. She breathed a sigh of relief. "Isn't this good?" "Not bad," he replied. Wen Li curved her eyes and was about to say something else when she heard a sound coming from outside the door. It should be Qin Ruoruo and Shen Yuchen who are back. Yes, Qin Ruoruo set up such a big plan, naturally wanting Shen Yuchen to see her embarrassment with his own eyes. "It's understandable that you come back so quickly." Wen Li raised her eyes and her gaze fell on Shen Yan. She suddenly had a malicious thought. If Qin Ruoruo and Shen Yuchen rushed in aggressively and then saw Shen Yan hugging her, what would their reaction be? Just as the thought came to an end, the door was pushed open forcefully, and Shen Yuchen took the lead. "Let go of our Li." Before he could finish his words, he stopped strangely. His eyes widened in disbelief, staring at the two figures hugging each other. "Uncle. How come he is here?" Still holding Wen Li in his arms. Chapter 32. How is she related to her uncle? Hearing his voice, Wen Li not only did not let go of Shen Yan, but also shrank into his arms. When Shen Yan noticed her actions, he was not angry, but instead slightly curled the corners of his lips. This scene made Shen Yuchen's eyes tear up. A strong anger penetrated into his brain and almost made him lose his temper. But the person opposite him was Shen Yan, and he didn't have the courage. Qin Ruoruo, who was following behind him, did not see the scene as she expected and was a little disappointed. But the next second, she saw Wen Li hugging a strange man, and she suddenly felt happy. She exaggerated and said, "Miss Wen, what's wrong with you? Before Aiken and I left, didn't we tell you that we would come back to save you? How could you be so self-degrading?" She was facing the light and couldn't see Shen Yan's face clearly. She said without restraint, "You think you are so lowly, so where do you put us? Why don't you let go of that wild man?" Hearing this, Wen Li secretly curled the corners of her lips. "The wild man," sneered, "are you talking about me?" Hearing this voice, Qin Ruoruo froze instantly. This was clearly Shen Yan's voice. She was so familiar with it. After all, a big part of the reason why he begged Shen Yuchen to take him to the Shen family's old house was that he wanted to meet Shen Yan. How could I not recognize Shen Yan's voice now? However, Shen Yan has always been a man who does whatever he wants. Qin Ruoruo didn't say a word during the time he spent at the old house. Now that she heard it, she just felt indignant. What is the relationship between Wen Li and Shen Yan? They were clearly at loggerheads when they were having dinner at their hometown, so why did Shen Yan come to save Wen Li now? And the two of them were hugging each other? Qin Ruoruo was extremely jealous and her face turned extremely pale, but when Shen Yan asked her a question, Qin Ruoruo did not dare not answer. She lowered her head and said, "I'm sorry, uncle, I didn't expect you to be here. I didn't mean to say that just now. Don't call me so affectionately." Shen Yan frowned and said lightly. The same name, when called by Wen Li, only makes people feel seductive. But when Qin Ruoruo said that, Shen Yan felt disgusted. Hearing the obvious disdain in his words, Qin Ruoruo's face became even uglier. She looked at Shen Yuchen as if for help and reached out to tug at the hem of his clothes. Shen Yuchen finally came back to his senses. He set his eyes on Wen Li and opened his mouth with a dry voice, "Li, come here." Wen Li pretended not to hear and even shrank closer to Shen Yan in an even more timid and fragile manner. Her actions pleased Shen Yan, and the man curled his lips slightly, force her to do something, she's afraid. No matter who it is, no one can remain indifferent when seeing their woman being held in the arms of another man and being cared for, let alone a paranoid person like Shen Chen. If it was any other man, he would have gotten furious, but that man happened to be Shen Yang. Shen Chen was furious, but he could do nothing. He could only grit his teeth and move closer to Wen Li. Ali, be obedient and don't bother your uncle. Wen Li then raised her head, acting as if she was frightened out of her wits. The light in her pupils was scattered and her face was pale. In this dim abandoned warehouse, she looked particularly pitiful. Shen Chen was originally full of anger, but when he saw Wen Li, his anger inexplicably dissipated. The corners of Wen Li's lips turned down, and she clearly had an expression of extreme grievance. Shen Chen suddenly felt a little guilty. After all, he did leave Wen Li alone in this dangerous place. If Shen Yang hadn't come here inexplicably, the one in danger at this moment would be Wen Li. He did not ignore the black bear mask lying on the side. The hideous wound on the man's neck was obviously caused by Shen Yang. Wen Li has been gentle, soft and innocent since she was a child, so naturally she has never seen such a tragic scene. It is understandable that she is frightened now. As the person who saved her, Shen Yang was relied upon by Wen Li, and Shen Chen could understand that. Shen Chen quickly found an excuse for her in his mind. He reached out to touch Wen Li. Be good, don't be afraid. I'm our Chen. No one will hurt you again. When Wen Li heard this, she knew that the time was almost right and she should quit while she was ahead, otherwise it would arouse suspicion again. So she looked up and glanced quickly at Shen Chen, and her attitude seemed to soften a little. Shen Chen suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. He knew that since Wen Li tried so hard to save him, how could she be related to his uncle? Wen Li must be the only one she loves. As for Shen Yang, he just happened to pass by. He quickly said to Wen Li, "Can I take you home? You were just injured, we need to see a doctor." Wen Li approached him step by step like a young animal that had suffered a great deal of injustice. Seeing this, Shen Yang's eyebrows turned cold again. Wen Li knew that he would definitely be unhappy, so before letting him go, she quietly wrote a number on his waist with her fingers. Shen Yang paused slightly, and the coldness in his eyes dissipated a little. Wen Li was successfully pulled to Shen Yuechen's side. Qin Ruoruo was so angry when she saw that she was safe and sound that her teeth were about to break. Shen Chen also breathed a sigh of relief, and then he looked up at Shen Yang. "Uncle, why are you here?" Shen Yang curled his lips. "Walk around." Shen Chen didn't believe his nonsense. He narrowed his eyes and said, "Uncle, you are really powerful to be able to arrive so timely." As if he heard the temptation in his words, Shen Yang sneered. "Why? Do you think that I am the one who kidnapped you?" Not expecting that he would reveal his thoughts so easily, Shen Chen lowered his eyes. "I didn't mean that. I just wanted to ask my uncle if he knew who kidnapped us. If my uncle knows, I will reward him handsomely." Shen Yang curled his lips with a smile, and glanced at him. "Isn't the mastermind behind this right next to you?" Hearing this, Qin Ruoruo's face turned pale. She looked up and met Shen Yang's gaze. Immediately, her hands and feet turned cold. She had a strange intuition what she had done had been discovered by Shen Yang. She said hurriedly in a panic, "Aiken, stop talking. The most important thing now is to take Miss Wen to get treatment as soon as possible. If she is left with any sequelae, it will be bad." When Shen Chen heard this, it made sense. Wen Li had helped him block a stick when she was kidnapped, so she must have been seriously injured. Anyway, these people have been defeated, and the people I brought are enough to take over. There is plenty of time to investigate afterwards. Thinking of this, he picked up Wen Li and said, "Uncle, I will take our Li back for treatment first. When this is over, I will definitely reward you handsomely." Shen Yang didn't react at all, just glanced at him coldly. "Idiot." Shen Chen pretended not to hear the taunting and hurried away carrying Wen Li. Qin Ruoruo followed him, gritting her teeth. "Damn Wen Li. How can I be so lucky?" Noticing her gaze, Wen Li curled her lips slightly, and then said in a fragile voice, "Aiken, do you have any opponent named Qin?" Shen Chen paused for a moment. "What do you mean?" "I just heard them talking about Boss Qin." Qin Ruoruo's eyes suddenly shrank, and her heart seemed to be tightened by a pair of big hands. "Is she exposed?"